strange misunderstanding. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Camilla and Greg Opie. On the virtual team. Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy comment, profanity-linked rant. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
Come on, put the whole thing in your mouth. Swallow it. Freedom of fucking speech, like we've said many times, the freedom to say some awful things. You might not like it, but we have the right to say them.
Oh, my.
We have low self-esteem as a show.
They are not doing anything. They're not highly skilled. They have no talent.
We're just exploiting people.
See, kids, smoke your pot, play your video games, and watch TV. You'll be better off when you get our age.
There's no ratings here. No one cares.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's do this.
I love that people wake up to that.
I love it.
Oh, it's terrible.
Howard yesterday said, blah, 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 blah. Jason, I don't give a shit. Go tell somebody else. Thank you.
Go gossip to someone else.
People are trying to start fights with us, but
I know. It's ridiculous.
just do your stupid fucking show and shut the fuck up.
And just come in and do a fucking radio show. No.
I know you need attention, but you're not going to get it from us, fatso. Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
Hey, I found heaven on earth yesterday. I want to start the show by saying that.
Ooh, vagina?
Well, what do you think heaven on earth is? Vagina?
Vagina. I would say vagina and boobies.
Jimmy, what do you think heaven on earth is?
Eating Rocky Road ice cream while taking a shit.
God damn it. All right, it's eating something. And you know what? If I ate this thing and was shitting at the same time, I think that would be heaven plus one.
Vagina.
Heaven plus one.
Vagina, I was right.
Oh, eating vagina as you're taking a shit?
Yeah, right?
Wait, let's think that one over.
It lets everybody know where they stand.
Garbage in, garbage out.
We're shitting into a vagina while you drink toilet water.
There you go. Heaven on earth. It is eating something.
All right, is it a...
I discovered a new treat yesterday.
Is it dessert food or is it a regular food?
Is it a dessert
Buttermilk?
food?
Linger longer?
It's in the dessert category.
Yeah.
The dessert / snack category.
Melba toast.
Yes!
Oh, God, that's the worst thing.
I'm going to guess...
Heaven on earth, my friend.
Heaven on earth. Fruit cake with cigarette butts in it.
It would taste better.
Are they still making fruit cakes?
They're horrid.
Well, actually, they made one fruit cake, and we pass it along every year.
Oh, stop it!
Because no one actually eats it. Heaven on earth, fuck it. It's the dark chocolate M&Ms that
Pat from an said Activia.
Activia is nice.
Activia. Ugh, dumb fucking dyke hairdo douche selling her shit yogurt.
You think she goes to the Lilith Fair?
Oh, she's at Lilith Fair. She's eating muff. She's fucking putting Activia in her mouth until she shits herself.
You think she's the old dame at the Lilith Fair?
The old dame, the grand dame.
Looking at the concert lineup, I can't wait to see the Indigo Girls.
I'm not dyeing my hair anymore or growing it long. It's gray and short, and I like pussy.
I discovered dark chocolate M&Ms, Jim Norton. Heaven on fucking earth.
Aren't the dark chocolate ones called N&Ns? Oh, that didn't take long. Holy shit.
At least we got it out of the way. Hopefully we just got it out of the way. Now you might say I'm not a big dark chocolate fan.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate might be a little too bitter compared to regular milk chocolate.
So delicious.
But man, that's why you got the candy outer shell with the dark chocolate M&Ms.
It's a perfect mixture.
Thank you, Anthony. That's why I call it heaven on earth.
It is.
And they also have the new pretzels in the M&M thing.
How's that? Haven't had those.
I didn't try them yet, but I hear they're a little bigger than the peanut M&Ms because they got to shove all that goodness inside.
Not a fan of the pretzel chocolate thing. I know they got chocolate covered pretzels and shit.
Have you ever had dark chocolate covered pretzels?
Yeah.
And you don't like?
I'll eat them.
You don't like dark chocolate, I guess.
No, I do. I just don't like the...
What percent?
The sweet and savory. I don't like this mixture of sweet and savory.
You ever had 80% dark chocolate?
Wow.
It starts tasting like fucking baking chocolate.
Is it crazy?
It's not good.
I used to eat baking chocolate as a kid, like, because you
We all
just see
did.
chocolate in your
In the
cabinet,
cupboard, right.
In your cupboard, and just eat it and be like, ew, this is terrible, but still eat it.
Yeah, because you're convinced it's going to get better.
And you just shit a rock.
Chocolate.
Big
Right.
chocolate rock.
Chocolate, yeah, the pretzel M&Ms are, I haven't tasted them yet, but
Yeah, I haven't had those yet.
the commercials are hilarious because
Yeah.
they're basically telling you that the pretzel has to go in the M&M's asshole.
Yeah, they shove it up the
That's
M&M's
basically
ass.
what that commercial's saying. Like, look, I'm not happy about this. You're not happy about this, but I got to get inside you.
Let's get going.
How else do you think the pretzel's getting inside the little fucking M&M character?
Up his little M&M ass.
There you go. And
gotta be.
where the fuck is the M&M ass?
Around back, I guess.
It is around back,
The,
but is there a little area to tell you that it's the little M&M's
little
ass?
puckered. How does hard candy pucker? I don't know if the chocolate outer part makes the pretzel taste better. I got to try them.
Yeah, I think it's. I bet you they're pretty damn good.
I can't even argue the point without trying it.
And this M&M store in Times Square, if you go to, I obviously had family in New York City yesterday, and I don't know when family comes to New York City, they all hang out in Times Square. I'm like, this isn't New York.
They want Times
I
Square.
fucking hate Times Square.
It's very touristy. They want it.
But I got a chance to see my little nephew, so it was worth it. But then we go to the M&M store, and they have the big chutes of M&Ms, every color you can imagine. You just like that.
Yeah, you open it up. It's like a fucking grain silo of M&Ms.
So my nephew, he wants to get the Jets colors, green and white. You can get any combo of fucking colored M&Ms you want.
Terrific.
You can make your own because then they have all.
Is that right to call them colored M&Ms? Or?
Colored, yes. I like saying
They're
colored.
in the back of the store. Wait, do they have the ones that taste like? Because I think Reese's peanut butter ones are good. Do they have those in M&Ms as well?
Yeah.
Oh, do I want them?
Yeah, they got peanut butter M&Ms now.
Fuck, they sound good.
They got them all over there.
You know what I should have brought?
Everything.
Everything.
I know. How about some fucking M&Ms for the guys?
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
One
right
each,
now?
baby.
So you go to the big chutes of M&Ms with the and in very small print it tells you how much a pound.
Oh, shit.
I spent $100 on M&Ms yesterday.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, try to do that. Try to do that.
How many did you buy?
Not a lot, man. My nephew goes for the green and white, and one pull of the thing will give you at least $15 worth of M&Ms in a bag.
Wow.
Because
that better be a big fucking bag.
It's like $17 a pound. $17 a
pound.
So he's a little kid. He wants some fucking M&Ms.
He wants to eat a lot of that
Hard
shit.
to believe that the M&M store in Times Square would fucking jack the prices up.
Why am I surprised?
But I would love to know. I walked out of there with
Uncle Paul's broke, just buying candy.
I walked out of there with $100 worth of M&Ms, and it was only 5 bags. It wasn't. I would love to know what the street value of that is.
Street value.
$1.75.
You cut it up. Yeah.
What are the flavors?
Huh?
What are the flavors? Dark chocolate?
Dark chocolate. They got the peanut butter covered M&Ms now, and then they got the pretzel M&Ms. They're getting a little crazy with their M&Ms, and every color you can imagine.
I love M&Ms. I love peanut M&Ms. And the mini bars, that's my guilty pleasure.
Oh, is it?
Right. I literally eat it like it's one giant peanut and just fucking tip it.
I go to the famous Amos cookies in the mini bar every time.
Those are by night 2 when I'm not getting pussy after shows.
Yeah, no, I mean it's peanut butter M&Ms, not the peanut M&Ms.
No. Peanut butter, like a Reese's Pieces, which are the best thing I think ever.
Right. So heaven on earth, though, the dark chocolate M&Ms. I finally tried them. Holy shit! What do you got?
What is that?
How is it that he is?
E-Rock, why would you do this
E-Rock.
to yourself?
Because it's E-Rock.
E-Rock comes walking
Why
in.
would E-Rock do this?
Why
to
do you
him?
make it so
gonna
easy?
do? Can I try one?
Because I'm trying to be
Come on,
better.
go ahead.
I'm
Who's
trying
are
to
they?
be better. You
From
make
the
it
vending
so
machine.
fucking easy
Thanks.
to call you a fatso.
E-Rock just walked in with, what are those?
I'm
Pretzels.
contributing to the bit.
The pretzel M&Ms. He did not just go out and buy them, by the way.
Because he knows that we're not going to eat. Yeah, you want to try one to see how it is?
Yeah, I'll try one.
Yeah, I won't touch
Private
it.
Pile had him in his footlocker in the office.
They have them in the vending machine in the kitchen.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
They're not bad.
All right. I don't mind the pretzel and the fucking chocolate. This ain't bad.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's...
That ain't fucking
Try dark
shabby.
chocolate covered pretzels. I'm telling you.
Wow, that ain't...
That might be
ain't
heaven
bad.
on earth, too. Go ahead, Dan.
They're not as good as usual.
Treat yourself.
They're good, but I was really hoping for like this really super delicious thing when I tried these. They're okay.
You've tried it already?
Experience.
Huh?
Not quite it. You don't like them?
Oh,
like,
they're good, Dan.
They are
So-
good.
So I was telling Sam about the M&M store just before the show, and then he informs me.
Sorry.
No, I don't care. There's a Pop-Tart store going up in Times Square.
A re-what store?
A fucking Pop-Tart store.
What the fuck's that about?
What can they possibly sell in a Pop-Tart store?
How
Obviously,
many
the
variations of
Pop-Tart.
the Pop-Tart are
Yeah,
there?
how do they keep it interesting? Like
Do
the
they have
M&M
the
store.
giant Pop-Tart that we could sing now?
Oh, Jesus.
My young Anthony.
And they also make coconut M&Ms now. Tommy in Alabama saying,
Ooh. Those fucking, dude,
That
those
would
pretzel
rule.
ones.
are good, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed those.
Yeah, someone figured out that chocolate and pretzels is a fine
God.
combination. Fine. Let's go to Steve on Long Island. Steve,
Hey, good morning, people.
what's up?
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what Steve Carlisi's version of Heaven on Earth is.
Yes.
Honeycombs and semen. Frunkit.
All right, honeycombs is a funny cereal to pick. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Honeycomb.
I think the guy nailed it.
Honeycombs.
Because they had the best song.
Yes.
Come to the honeycomb hideout.
The honeycomb hideout. It's the honeycomb hideout. There are holes drilled in the walls like a little honeycomb. They have like honeycombs.
I hated the honeycomb
You don't like
hideout.
honeycombs?
I didn't. Never wanted to be there.
Oh, you
No,
didn't
the
like the
cereal was
hideout?
good,
But
Yeah.
the cereal wasn't
hideout
good.
stunk.
I tried that recently as an adult. That cereal blows.
Did it blow?
It sucks. Honeycomb sucks.
I didn't mind him as a kid. Now, never. I don't like cereal too because I don't like
I
milk.
love
I'm not
cereal.
a milky guy.
You don't like milk?
milk. I'm not a fan of the milk.
How about Lactaid? Fat-free milk.
Ow!
It's thin, but it's not as viscousy as milk. Because I can't drink milk. It fucks
I don't
me
like
up.
anything.
don't like
What's
milk?
lactate?
I love it, but I
Does
can't.
it come from a cow? Is it chemicals?
I don't know,
What-
but there's
what
no
is
there's
it?
no lactose in it.
Is it?
Milk without lactose.
Yes. I'm all angry. What?
Tell me.
Funny he just pistol at me.
I'm angry.
And nobody stopped you.
I don't know what it is. I'm a fan of cereal. I just don't like milk stuff anymore. I can't drink milk. It disgusts me. It like skeeves me out because it's
You know,
it's like that when I see like milking cows and
Right.
stuff. Ugh.
when the cereal boxes say like I don't know, daily value of vitamin D on the cereal,
Yeah.
they're talking about the milk ad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It has nothing to do with the sugary fucking junk you're putting in
No.
your body.
You ever see part of this complete breakfast?
Yeah.
And it's like eggs, bacon,
Right.
orange juice. It's
Yeah.
like you could throw the cereal away.
Right.
It's still going to be just as good.
Fucking love cereal.
Which brings me to something I heard on the news past 2 days. That study that says if you have a pot belly as you get older, it's brings you closer to death within the decade than people that don't have a big pot belly. Even if your ratio of weight to height is normal,
Right.
if it's in your belly, you have more of a chance of dying in 10 years than somebody who doesn't. One of these stats that are bullshit.
Why?
Because if you have a pot belly as opposed to a flat belly, it means you're not taking care of yourself. You're probably eating badly. You're not exercising. And that would contribute to you dying more than just the belly. And if you have a flat belly, probably means you're eating better and exercising, and you'd live longer just for that. It's one of those fake stats. And it makes me think of that one that they say, a family that eats together at night
Right.
is psychologically a more healthy family.
Right.
It has nothing to do with eating together. If you eat together at night, it probably means you're also communicating better. You're acting as a family. You're going out together. And psychologically, you're probably better off than
Right.
you are with a family that doesn't eat together. These stats are so fake.
Yeah, stats are ridiculous.
So it's like the fat belly doesn't matter.
Well, what about Steve?
It's a symptom.
Steve's got a belly.
Yes, I'll be dead in a month.
Give me that long?
No.
What's up, Steve?
But they say the pot belly is the most unhealthy thing you can have.
Oh, the hard fat belly.
Yeah, the big hard fat belly, even if your height to weight ratio is normal. Bad.
You want to know about the Pop-Tart store? This
Yes.
will give you a fucking beer gut. They're not talking beer guts though.
Yeah, they are. They're talking like any kind of gut that is too
But beer
big
is way
for-
better for you than fried food. What if you got a belly because of beer and not fried food?
I'm thinking if you drink a lot of beer, you're probably also eating fried food.
Yeah, good point.
Like for the most part.
How do you not?
Yeah, it's delicious.
By the way, a big hi to Hard Rock Johnny. Saw him yesterday.
Jeez, what why'd you just bring him up after that conversation?
About what?
It just seems like I talked about a big fat belly, and you brought up.
No,
Hard Rock
I know he's a
Johnny.
large gentleman, but the reason I was thinking Hard Rock Johnny is fried food, and I saw. I saw these little fuckers in front of me eating whatever the fuck they want, and they got flat tummies. They're also 11.
How
so.
old? Yeah, exactly.
So they still burn.
Jesus. I hate that.
The amount of calories I watch these little fuckers eat, you got to be kidding me.
I'm on a fucking giant rubber ball yesterday doing fucking crunches.
Right.
From like
you had
my
one-
head hitting the floor and then coming up.
Because you decided to have one or two lousy, stupid chicken
Yes!
wings. These kids are just woofing all these calories
Fuckers.
down. Anyway, the Pop-Tart store, it's going to be called Pop-Tart's World, coming to Times Square.
Can't wait.
A sweet new attraction is coming to Times Square.
Sweet.
For New Yorkers to pop into.
Pop, get it?
Pop-Tart's
Bring your
World.
retard. They should just make a retard joke. Come on.
Dude, this fucking thing is opening Tuesday.
What?
We got to go down there, man.
Oh.
And it's like M&Ms and Hershey's at the crossroads of the world. Okay, inside the store you can find a cafe selling all the latest treats, an hourly light show that will frost visitors.
What is that?
I don't know.
Like cum, just like to fucking frost
And
you.
a create-your-own variety-packed vending machine called the Varietizer. What does that mean?
Like you could make it custom.
Oh, so you can
Pop-Tart?
pick all the Pop-Tarts and then it pops it into a box for you?
Stop it.
There are 23 flavors. 23?
What is that?
23 flavors.
That's a thick, juicy Pop-Tart
Pop-Tart
right there.
mega store
That looks
popping
like
up
a
in Times Square.
period. That's a period.
It's a clot tart.
It is.
It smells like copper. There's a string hanging out of it. Makes you cranky.
That looks like the greatest Pop-Tart ever.
You're all
They
happy
don't
that
look
it
way.
happened, though?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because you don't have to kick the Pop-Tart in the stomach?
Absolutely.
That's like a jelly donut.
That's the I don't want to be a Pop-Tart.
That does look great, though. It's all
looks like-
thick and juicy.
It looks like a jelly donut,
yeah.
It says
a
here-
jelly donut.
but it's a Pop-Tart.
It says here you can get Pop-Tarts sushi, which is minced up Pop-Tarts wrapped in a fruit roll-up.
Wow.
I'm not sure about that,
man.
right?
You guys
now.
want to do some
I'm not
Pop-Tart
sure.
sushi?
Pop-Tart I would try Pop-Tart sushi just to try it.
Sushi.
Sushi. Does it come with guacamole?
Guacamole. Peaches.
Peaches.
23 flavors and 30 snacks and desserts on the cafe menu. Damn. The tasty treats include fluffer butter,
Oh my God, that's probably like marshmallow fluff, right?
marshmallow spread sandwiched between two Pop-Tarts, frosted fudge pastries, and the sticky cinema munchies. Holy.
There's just going to be people clutching their chest and
No
dropping
kidding.
outside the door.
Cinnamon rolls topped with cream cheese icing and chunks of Pop-Tarts cinnamon roll variety. And then, like Danny was talking about, the Pop-Tart sushi.
Pat from Menaki just leaving a trail of toes when he leaves the place. Trail of dried up toes.
Yeah, damn, Pop-Tart World coming to Times Square.
Well, I can't wait.
That Times Square is just...
Yeah, it's taken off. It's a whole new world out there. Used to be prostitutes and fucking carbon monoxide from the buses.
Right, it's
and
rough.
now
It's a rough place to walk, man.
now it's all, but it's all like nice.
It is nice.
Like I don't even think about when I'm walking down there. I really don't think about anything bad happening anymore. It used to be frightful when you were a kid.
We just had a guy try to blow up Times Square with a car bomb. What are you talking
Every
about?
once in a while, someone's going to go a little crazy where the people are. But for the most part, you're not thinking about getting robbed when you're there.
No,
you know,
it's-
you got to watch out for the scam artists and shit. But
No,
you're not
it-
thinking of someone shoving a gun in your face anymore.
Not so much. You don't even have to... The scam artists aren't even around anymore.
The CD guys are
The
still
three-card
around.
Monty guys used to scare the shit out of me. I
haven't
always felt like I was
seen
going to be
that.
pulled into a weird three-card Monty fucking scam.
Yeah. I haven't seen three-card Monty table in forever.
And why can't you follow the card? I don't get it.
Where is it? How
They
does he
got
do
2
it?
cards or something.
It's 3 cards.
It's sleight of hand magic, man. It really is.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Why don't
amazing.
they fucking open up Act at the Luxor?
My girlfriend got caught with that in a bus or whatever.
No.
No, she didn't want to do it, but the guy's like, oh, come on, do it, come on. And
That's what I mean. They pull
You know what
you
they
in.
do? They do you one for free. They're like, come
Yeah.
on, we'll do this for nothing. Just look. And then they do it, and then they do it again without telling you that now you're paying.
Yeah, they did do it, and she lost like $20, and she was so mad. And then
wouldn't she be?
And then she's like, the guy tried hitting on her afterwards, and she was really rude to him.
She should have gotten her money back and said, yeah, okay, and then just left.
No, she was really rude to him, and she said something about how happy she was that at least he hit on a white girl and was treated badly. At least she felt, she felt good about that. She's such a racist.
She is wonderfully racist.
She's really funny.
Oh, fantastic.
I did not see Sandy Kane in Times Square yesterday, but everyone is popping up like Hollywood Boulevard. They got all these people you could take pictures with now.
Oh,
in Times
people
Square.
in suits.
There
And
used
like
to just be the naked cowboy, and maybe
Yeah.
I think he was it. What did I see yesterday?
there's like an Elmo.
I
saw Elmo.
I saw Elmo. I saw SpongeBob, and I saw Zorro.
Zorro.
I think there's a Zorro down there now.
That's original. A guy just going, you know what? I'm going to be Zorro. And he's out there. Is he with a sword and everything?
I'm Zorro.
Is he allowed to carry a sword in the
a
city?
mask and a
Is it
cape.
fake?
I didn't see no
tin foil and cardboard.
I didn't see a sword.
It's got to have a sword. It's Zorro, for fuck's sake.
I'm sure
That's
the
what he makes the Z with.
I'm sure the NYPD goes, "Hey Zorro,
Yeah.
keep your fucking sword home."
Lose the sword,
Faggot.
Faggot.
See, and we use the word faggot.
Of course, like it's supposed to be used for homosexuals. Oh, wait a minute.
That's right, angrily out of a pickup truck with 8 friends.
We say it like we said when we were 12 years old. We don't even know what it
Yes.
fucking means.
Like queer.
That's right. If I put that in my mouth, does that make me a?
Right.
By the way, can I backtrack 1 second? Because
Please.
it was my first instinct, and I'm bummed to hear it.
What?
Read it. Remember I said this fucking flight attendant, I'm like, I bet you he
big
quit
story.
smoking. Because he grabbed beer.
Yeah,
and
we're
I'm
gonna
like,
do that whole fucking
oh, we
story.
didn't do it yet?
No,
Oh, I thought we
great.
did already.
no, we did it before the show.
Before the show,
Oh.
Jimmy, we
Oh,
were
no,
talking about
I'm
it.
Jimmy, we're slowly fucking.
I'm not backtracking.
We're slowly heading toward the story of the day. Don't you worry,
I
my
forget.
friend.
I forget what we talked about before the show.
We were just jibber-jabbering.
I forgot.
But you were right.
About something
Okay.
I was, yeah.
All right, very good.
Oh,
guy's
really?
hot.
That really?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, we might as well fucking move right into
Speaking of
that now.
faggot.
Yeah, really. There's your
Dan,
radio
I hear you had an
segue.
incident.
Yeah, I want to hear about Dave
Yes.
Mustaine in a little bit too. But
Yeah. I hear there's a little story there, but
There's more of it being made than there really was.
I don't know.
Well,
The
we can get
guys
into
are-
it.
that's your opinion.
The guys are very
Apparently,
excited.
Travis's opinion is different.
Sam's involved. They're like, please ask Danny about meeting Dave Mustaine
Danny, a
yesterday.
giant Dave Mustaine fan. Dave Mustaine was in, so I want to hear about what
Well,
happened.
let's do that, and then we'll move on to the story of the day.
I can't wait for all of you to be disappointed.
Wait, can I say, walking out the door, I looked in, I saw this guy. He,
Yeah,
looked like a lion. I'm like, oh, it's
Dave
Mustaine.
Mustaine.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was being interviewed in the glass, one of the glass booths out there.
Yeah. We saw him when we walked out. It's like, oh, cool, Mustaine.
But I was going to wait for a picture. I'm like, I'm fucking, I'm not that big a fan, or I would have,
I just want to go home.
But might as well. I mean, what?
Well, I'll hear Danny's side, and then we'll hear, where's instigator asshole Sam? Look at him. Here he goes
he never
running
runs.
with joy. Look at the joy in his little
my
face.
God.
He's half white, half black, and he dresses like a social studies teacher. He really is awful, Sam.
He's terrible.
He's got giant clown shoes.
Oh,
terrible.
look at his big feet.
Why do you wear clown shoes to work?
They're just Converse All Stars.
He's got clown feet.
Yeah. Clown hair. Look at him.
He's just a fucking clown.
Jimmy nailed it when he said that he looks like a Don Martin cartoon from
Yeah,
Mad
with
Magazine.
The big feet that are bent up at the
right,
tips.
right.
That's precisely it.
We passed on Mustaine for our show.
Yeah, apparently,
I know
guess
Danny's
he's
a
born
big
again.
fan. I'm a whatever fan with him.
We had him on.
We've had him on a
once.
couple times, and
He was like, not bad, but
not good though.
not good. And now I hear he's born again.
I don't know
Is
what
he?
he's like, but I wanted him on, so I'm going to take. I was either very wrong or very right. I have no idea. Like I was like, I would like to interview him.
I would,
but he
Going
might
out
have
on
been.
a limb.
I would guarantee you were very wrong.
Yeah.
You might be right.
I guarantee.
You think he was
it.
probably bad? All right. So what happened?
Well, I've kind of forgot that he was in. And
Chime in whenever you want, Sam.
Oh, thank you. And also, I mean, let me say this.
Oh, well, you want now.
Travis was on this bandwagon hard yesterday with
Travis,
me.
feel free.
Who started this?
Put your mic up.
This was, I'd say Travis
started this one.
because Travis actually
fuckers.
documented the entire story on video.
On video?
Yes.
All right, where are we beginning?
Everyone's a prick in this place, by the way. Everyone.
I just realized that Travis was videoing him and really like hoping that things would go wrong, and so I was like, "Oh, I got to get in on this."
I don't think you're allowed to work here if you're not a big prick.
It is true.
What's better than watching like one of your really good friends just completely fail at something?
Oh, what happened?
Spoiler alert.
No, fail.
Did you try to get a picture with him?
Oh,
No,
come on, it was better than that.
Here's what happens. So Troy,
Better than that? How is it better than that?
so Troy comes in and
drink.
and says no, and he goes,
Want to play guitar?
yeah, he's been in like I think he's been like in recovery for 20 years.
Yeah, let's go for a drink. Danny ruins it.
Troy goes, oh, you're going to get a picture with Mustaine. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's right. He's in today. I completely forgot. Now I'm thinking about it going, well, I could get a picture. Or I could go to Sam Ash right down the block and have a nice little contrast to my Slash guitar and just have a Dave Mustaine guitar.
Wow.
Bought a guitar to get signed?
Pick up a guitar.
Yeah.
And so he was, and Danny was like,
How much did the guitar cost?
Not a lot. I mean, look, I wasn't going to
Be
go
honest.
crazy. It was about, with tax, it was like almost $300.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
For an autograph.
Yeah, but you know what? But for a band that
you love.
you like, and
Right.
you listen to all the time, it's one of your staples. Like that's nothing.
and
you know?
that's the thing, because Danny was like, Danny doesn't usually get all, starstruck and antsy about celebrities coming in, but
Slash
this
was
is
big with
Slash
the
was a
guitar.
big one.
Slash signing your guitar was huge, and then get a guitar from Mustaine, of course. Metallica and everything. You're a Mustaine fan.
And so from the office, Danny calls Sam Ash, trying to figure out which guitar made the most sense, because he wanted to get a guitar that was inexpensive, but he also wanted one that would make sense for his
has to
selection.
be-
Mustaine.
It has to be the kind that Dave play. Like, I'm not going to have him sign a Fender Stratocaster because
Right.
he doesn't usually play Fender Stratocaster.
So is he Flying V?
So he does the V. I know he used to be sponsored by Jackson. He used to be sponsored by ESP. So I call and I ask what brands they have available. So they had a really nice ESP LTD V.
So badly, I can
Flying V?
Nice.
Really cool.
Just how he set this
It's
up.
not the Gibson style where it's rounded. It's that sharp fucking
Sharp V,
comes to
right.
a point V.
Nice.
That's really sweet.
Very nice.
So-
you have a really good guitar now.
And they were and he was in a rush because he was like, oh shit, I gotta get this done. And so
So I had like 40 minutes because he was about to leave.
Very
of course
tight.
Travis went with him to the store.
This was Danny gets off the phone with Sam Ash. A minute later, we're at the store.
Yeah, it's right
He's like,
down the street.
You want to go with me? I'm like, yeah, I do. And so
I want to document this from the beginning.
Not out of being happy for him and going, I'm sure, you prick.
he was so excited.
Of course he was.
Why wouldn't it be?
And Travis, you were down there, so tell him what happened. So Danny went in and he started trying to sell him on the guitar and what
So yeah,
Danny
we
said.
go to we go to Sam Ash and Danny's very excited to get this guitar and he's like, does anything else come with it? And the guy's like, no. He's like, oh, that's all right because I'm not going to be playing it. And he's like, oh, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to get it signed. Guy asks who's signing it. He's like, Dave Mustaine. I was like, oh, that's cool. So,
Cool.
Yeah, 20 minutes later, the guy took a long time. And Danny's like, where is this guy?
I was afraid I was going to miss my big window.
Danny was very. I've never seen Danny this nervous about meeting somebody before. And
Well, you know what it is too, because it's not necessarily about meeting somebody, but like I know, like. You want to get like a DVD signed, it's no big deal, but you're
Right.
sitting there with a fucking guitar, you look like an asshole,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of pressure on the talent that, because it's not a huge deal, but it puts them in a position, I suppose.
He better have signed that fucking guitar,
And so
by
then-
the way.
Oh my God.
So he's back in the
I
office.
hope that's not the problem.
Oh my God.
He's back in the office
What
now.
else? So, God, sorry.
And he's got his guitar out of the box. And he's like looking at it, figuring out where the best place to sign it is.
Figuring
and
out
then
I'm doing Sharpie tests,
Right,
like
then he
which
comes
one's
in
like the best Sharpie. I had
with a
paint
silver
marker, I
Sharpie and a
couldn't figure
paint
it out.
marker.
Jimmy knows. Look at Jimmy now.
Sharpie, absolutely.
Jimmy
you get a
knows this
Sharpie.
shit.
If it's a silver Sharpie, you have to take it on a piece of paper and go like,
Oh, you gotta
shaka,
smush it
shaka,
up.
shaka,
Yeah.
shaka, a little.
Oh, I know.
But he
dab it.
also had a paint marker, trying to figure out which would be on the guitar specifically better.
Yeah.
But he couldn't write on the guitar, so he's trying to figure out which marker he's going to use.
Silver Sharpies are nice, but they're no paint marker.
Right.
No. Paint marker is the best.
So you got the guitar.
And so, yeah, they're in there.
Now, we're kind of in the reception area, I
Well,
guess. Or do you want?
well,
is
no,
there
we're,
some?
we're told go to the lobby around 12:30.
Yeah.
That's what time he's done.
And so-
we'll see what happens.
So Travis and me, first of all, I don't care about Dave Mustaine. I don't even want a picture with him specifically.
Well, he's white.
Well, I just wanted to go to the lobby, and we all did, to watch Danny stand in the lobby holding a guitar.
Because you do feel like a complete douche.
Because you're an employee, other employees like a fanboy. Believe me, I've stood there. I get it.
Oh, that is.
It is embarrassing, dude. I'll actually talk with Club Soda Kenny to make it look like we're just casually walking by with the camera out. It fucking is embarrassing.
And like you said, you do try to be casual. And I'm sitting there, like, they have these little, like, tables and chairs set up, almost like a fucking, like it's a diner in the fucking reception.
Yeah, it really is odd.
And I'm just sitting there chilling with my buddies Sam and Travis, and I just have a guitar resting on my sneaker, you know? Like, we're just chilling here.
Yeah. Have you gone to talent and said, look, we'd like to meet? That's the best way to do it, usually.
Well, Troy went to... one of the talent
didn't follow protocol.
No, one of the talent department people.
Okay.
Yeah,
and as we're waiting, I guess there was a piece of news that came in on Troy's email.
Yes, great news.
Great news.
The email said, unless that this guitar is a Dean guitar, which is Mustaine's current sponsor.
Oh no!
He would not be signing any guitars.
We made the right decision, by the way. I just want to throw that in the fucking discussion.
Let's see when that came out.
Thank fucking God.
Okay.
And so I guess technically that email was sent while we were in the lobby.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I
or
think so, yeah.
whenever. So like,
oh no.
But then the person who
But
sent.
can I back up?
Yeah.
The guitar you bought, is it one you used to play? Do you know? Or
he used to be sponsored by ESP.
The one you bought?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought.
So I would. That's why I didn't.
All right, so you were within the fucking ballpark.
Right. I mean, I know what he plays, what he doesn't play. So.
And so then,
you know what? I would have bought like his signature series Dean, but those are like, you know, they're kind of like the cheapest one. It's like $800. I'm not doing that.
Crazy.
So we were in the lobby, and Travis is now, because he's decided to document this whole thing, getting B-roll with his iPhone video camera. He's shooting the lobby. He started shooting the sign that says Dave Mustaine's coming in today.
Well, I have this new really cool app that lets you do silent films.
Yes.
So I wanted to do a silent film, Danny meets Dave
As
Mustaine.
opposed to what, other films where you just turn the volume down? Why would you do that?
Like it turns it into like, you know,
oldie time.
Old time piano, black and white.
Okay. And the HD only takes fucking 20 minutes to get 1 minute of video.
You can even speed it up so it looks like people are walking a little faster than they're supposed to be.
It's cool. So I wanted to. I got it.
You can make it look like Babe Ruth running around the bases.
Yeah, exactly.
How great would that be to fist your chick and fucking have it on like old time? All right, good, sorry.
Get a Coke bottle.
I wanted to make
Fatty Arbuckle.
I wanted to make
yes.
I wanted to make Danny
Foundry Arbuckle.
That's right. I killed her with a computer monitor in her vagina.
Steve.
So while we were all out there in the lobby, we were all sitting there. Was like 4 of us at this point, all just crowding around Danny and his guitar. And the talent person came out to just kind of see what the scene was out there, because I guess Dave was coming out soon.
Yeah.
And that's when she delivered the news to Danny.
Yeah, basically just saying, you know, the same thing that the email had said for the most part, saying that he's not going to sign unless that's what his manager said. And then she goes, and you know what, just I appreciate. Don't even ask him, because I don't want him to be embarrassed by having to turn you away or whatever. And I was just like,
so the person in our talent department said you shouldn't ask.
Yeah, she said that because she said the manager had said that to her, so she didn't want.
So Mustaine probably didn't ever say this.
No,
probably from the manager,
right?
Which is the way most times it is. But again, we'll see. All right.
And then Danny kind of started
crying,
arguing a little bit with her, and he was like, well, you know, he used to use this guitar.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I know.
She was like, I know. Badly I wanted to be like, no, you don't know. Why would you know?
Right. Yeah, she wouldn't know.
But anyway,
that company gave him a lot of money, so it wasn't like...
Whatever. So I say, you know what? I could do one of two things. Either I could just say fuck it and hang around for a picture, or
I have a better idea.
Head my ass downstairs.
So he's thinking, I'll sacrifice my photo op to go downstairs and just
get him out of the building.
Not an employee.
You're just a fan.
Now I'm just some douche on the street.
Sam and I immediately endorsed this idea.
We said, great idea, Dan, and we will go with you.
Yes, of course.
You endorsed the idea because you saw it was a better opportunity for your friend to succeed.
Wow. Of course, because that's how everyone thinks around here.
Absolutely.
You know the last time
asshole fuck up.
the last time the three of us have gone downstairs together?
Yeah, I don't think we've left the building besides leaving.
It's been years.
And since I stopped smoking.
And so we went downstairs.
Well, see, the thing about this building is that there's an entrance on both sides of the building.
Well, the lobby, we had to kind of be strategic because there's also, you could see us from the lobby of this floor where the talent person was. You could see the three of us getting on an elevator, so we had to pretend like we were just going to return the guitar.
At this time, Mustaine is now in the lobby, signing some books, taking some pictures. So
you have to walk out while he's sitting in the fucking lobby?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Holy
well, I didn't have to.
Fuck. No. But I mean, that was your option as a fan?
Yeah.
That fucking stinks.
Yeah.
And so we got downstairs, and like Danny was saying, downstairs, there's an entrance to the building on both
sides.
50th or 48th and 49th.
Which way is he going?
Exactly.
Right.
So now you got to look out and do
See
your.
if there's a limo.
Exactly.
Look for the SUV.
So now,
yeah.
Exactly. So in the front there's a Lincoln Navigator, and in the back there's a town car.
Shit.
So I'm like, I got to go Navigator. So I'm
because
waiting.
the windows were all tinted out on the Navigator.
It looked like a car that
Situation.
talent would be getting into.
Town car.
So, so I'm waiting in the front.
Yeah, so he goes outside the building and waits in the front, and Travis and me pick strategic locations. I decided to wait further away because I have a more distinct hairdo, so they'd recognize me from upstairs.
I was waiting about 15 feet from Danny, looking at the elevators in case we saw him coming. So
Now,
I'd be
were
like,
you in the building or
No,
no?
out of the building.
Why?
Because that's still technically
if you're waiting by the
private
elevators,
property.
it's kind of odd.
Yeah.
So you're looking in at the elevator bank from the doorway.
It's more plausible for just a fan to be waiting.
Yeah, I figured I had a
outside.
better chance if I was just some dude on the street or whatever. So,
And so, and the hilarious thing was I'm sitting like way down towards the end of the block, and I look, and Travis is 6 feet while Danny's trying to look casual, but he's got the,
you're holding a flying V in the middle of the street.
He's holding a guitar.
Danny's leaning on the building.
Yeah, he's got all the butterflies in his stomach and everything, and Travis is 6 feet away from him with the iPhone right in his face,
Well, I'll tell you
videoing
why. I'll tell you why I had, but it wasn't so much about like, oh my god, I'm a Dave Mustaine. Like I'm not that huge of a fanboy where I'm going to be like shitting my pants about it. But my big concern was that the talent lady or the talent person or whatever it was going to come down with them and
give you shit.
and either give me shit or I just saw myself getting in trouble for this somehow.
So then,
For being a fan, asking a guy to sign a guitar when you're an employee.
It's ridiculous.
Well, you know what? I don't pull that card a whole bunch, but if it's someone like I really, really, really give a fuck about, and it's once in a while, it's not all the time, so it's not like I abuse it or anything, but
I wonder if the manager, whatever, made a decision. Maybe they said that earlier because this guy wouldn't have 50 guitars. Maybe, but I wonder if the people said to him, "Look, this guy's an employee." But we didn't have him on the show too. That
there
made
wasn't
it
even
harder.
50 people waiting for Mustaine. He's not signing guitars all morning.
and so we were outside for probably 10 minutes, just kind of waiting, and then there were like other employees coming out like from the building that knew Danny and recognized Danny.
Just sees him with the guitar.
Just standing here waiting. And so all of a sudden, I look, and they're looking, Danny and Travis are looking in the glass at the elevator bank, and Travis gives me the sign pointing because Mustaine is going.
he's going out
way.
the back way,
He's
which
the
I
town
wasn't
car.
prepared
He's
for.
town car.
Now,
Town car.
we can either keep going with this story, or if you want to watch the video of what happened, I just emailed it to Dan.
You know what? I think video would be a nice way to narrate it.
Yeah,
Because
it
nothing
would be.
tells the story
I would like to see
like 1920s footage.
how awful.
So now we're trying
how
to
awful
figure
is
out,
this?
well, should we just give up, or should we try to go get him?
Oh,
And
oh.
they didn't give up.
No,
There is no quit in Danny Ross.
Oh,
Thank God.
quit.
Thank God. I think Sam wants his friend to
here we
succeed.
go.
Exactly. No,
All right, video starts with what looks like Danny ready to run.
This is the
Danny's running through the building with a guitar.
running.
Trying to do
running
the
through the
run
lobby.
walk.
Well, yeah, I don't want to.
Wait, watch this.
I don't want to like run.
He sees him.
Oh, look at you running now.
I don't want to run full steam at some guy. You know? He's just getting into the car.
Oh shit!
As I'm getting to the revolving doors, and I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Why didn't you run out and just hold it up and say, "Could he sign it?"
The guy had a leg in the vehicle.
I wouldn't care if his fucking vehicle was overturned.
He literally,
my
Danny
God.
ran. He started jogging across the lobby, and then he did a quick walk, and then he realized, oh shit, he's outside already.
And then
so
he's
he
in the
runs fast-paced to the door until he has his hand on the revolving door when he realizes he's in the vehicle, and his head just turns around.
Danny, you should have went outside.
You should have went right up to the car.
And you said, Dave, would you?
Look, you see right there, I'm in the same picture with Dave Mustaine. See, so I ended up getting.
Which one is it?
He's right there.
If all that, after all you went through, you're feet away from him.
You should have went right up to the
went
car.
up to the car and gone, Dave,
And let the car
could you
just pull
sign
away
this,
as you're on
man?
the curb.
I know. You know what? I didn't want to bug the guy. He was in the
Face
car.
full of rubber smoke.
He was in the car.
I'm annoyed for Danny though. As a fan, that's
I know.
fucking horrible.
No kidding, man.
And then the guitar's still sitting in the office because
I didn't want to. 20 minutes later, have to walk back to Sam Ash, going, it didn't work out.
because he told the salesman that he was going to get it signed by Dave Mustaine, and he would have had to go back to Sam Ash and say,
fucking
I didn't get it
sucks.
signed.
So now you just return the guitar. Fuck it.
and whatever.
Bring it back.
You should have got a picture first,
That
though.
should
I
be
would have got
easy.
the picture first because you always get the picture.
Well, I just
and then
figured
from
that
there,
See what else you can get done.
Jimmy's a pro, though.
Yeah, because you know what? I wouldn't care what talents. I mean, it's hard not to care talents.
You have a lot more pull than I would, So I just feel like that's not something I would.
You don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. But that kind of bugs me that no one went to bat for him and said, "Look, this guy's an employee."
They should have made it easy for you.
Yeah.
we can do.
There should have been
That
a
is
private
bullshit.
5-second thing with you and Dave Mustaine.
The only thing I told Danny that I would be able to understand is if contractually he is not allowed to sign.
That might be a position where, like, a lot of times players are not allowed to sign other stuff, so he might only be able to sign stuff.
That's a fuck of a contract.
Yeah,
man.
it's fuck you.
Jesus Christ, would you work here?
In a case like this, what the guy should do, what should happen is if he signs a guitar that's not his personal, he should be forced to personalize it. Like to Danny from Dave Mustaine. That way you can't sell
which
it.
I wouldn't have minded whatsoever.
That would have been
Hey,
cool.
that would have been cool.
Wow.
Travis and me tried our
tragic,
best to
man.
help.
Oh,
I
you
guess
did.
I felt really
I'm
bad.
sure.
Yeah, I did, too.
Yeah, I'm sure you felt really
I
bad.
do feel bad
laughing as he's running down the hallway.
But in all fairness, Danny gave up way too soon.
I agree.
You still had an opportunity. It was
Yeah,
pretty
he really
obvious.
did.
But
That car
again-
wasn't going to pull away right away.
True, but at the same
They had
time,
to get their seatbelts on and everything.
Knocking on the car door. Get out of the car!
You don't knock, but
Jerry!
you walk up to the car with the guitar raised, and he might lower the window and do the right
and
thing,
trust me,
or
like, that was in my head too. But at the same time,
It's an ESP. Hit the gas.
or he might have said, "Look, I don't sign that particular guitar," and then you could have said something like, "Well, can I at least get a picture?" or
What
something?
was completely outweighing that logic was
wasn't like
you
it-
are going to so get in trouble for this. Like if you're harassing Dave Mustaine
right.
in the
You know
vehicle,
what?
you are going
You know what?
to
Yeah,
get in trouble.
Everyone's brainwashed like that around here. You're right. You're right.
If you're the guy that does that to every celebrity that walks through, then I would sort of understand.
I'm
But
sorry.
if it's
E-Rock?
once in a while, then you can't get in
Yeah.
trouble for that. It,
And on
it
that-
comes with the
On
territory
that
being
note,
here among celebrities every day.
I just got to say and reiterate how awesome Slash was.
yeah, right.
Slash has no problem.
He was really
Slash
really
fucking
cool.
sign that motherfucker
And there wasn't
right away.
Slash took 5 minutes and drew on Danny's guitar.
Yeah, he really did.
Slash fucking, by the way, Slash Duff and fucking Adler were all the Guns guys were
Some
great,
of the coolest
Yeah,
guys.
very
man. Really
cool.
nice dudes, man.
Down to earth, great guys.
For and just for musicians that have been in the business for as long as they have and just seen everything and met everyone.
Yeah, to be
like
that
just to
cool.
be that cool still.
Yep.
So this was not a case of Mustaine being
No.
an asshole at all.
No. I don't know
He
where he
probably
came
never
from.
said no. This was
No.
probably his fucking manager. That's why when a lot of acts or say people say no, it has nothing to do with our show. It's their publicist or their shit management.
Yeah.
It's some fucking
not the
asshole
fucking
above
guy.
them.
Exactly.
Plus,
Fuckers.
you got to think Danny gave up too early because how great would it have been if he had kept running and we would have been able to video him running all the way to the car as the car just zooms away.
If that car pulled away the second you got there, just him standing at the curb with the guitar in that smoke of the car leaving.
Or what's better is if the door stayed open and he ran and tripped and scraped the guitar and then the car went away and broke a couple fingers.
Fell on the guitar.
You should have been in the car waiting for him. Or pull a Sandra Bernhardt and jump in the car.
Yeah, jump in. Jerry.
If anybody wants to buy an LTD,
that
almost signed by.
Never been played.
That guitar has a story now.
Is he doing a gig in town tonight or no?
You know what? I don't know. I think he might be doing a book signing or something.
Oh, say you walk up without a book signing, I bet he signs it.
Cameron would just be like, no. And Travis would be there videoing him.
There'll be a manager online going, no, he's not signing
guaranteed
that.
no. At a book signing, they won't sign. And I almost understand it because they have people would just bring boxes of paraphernalia. Like a lot of guys won't sign non-books.
There's boxes, and then there's a guitar.
Right, exactly.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Exactly. You should allow your fans to bring something to fucking sign.
Be fucking cool.
They're obviously already putting a lot of money in their pocket.
Speaking of signing,
that's true.
We do have Ving Rhames in today, right?
Yes.
I did not bring anything. I left the house in a tizzy this morning.
I have them buying me a Pulp Fiction. So
where are they?
They don't. It's not open yet.
Wow, what?
Talk to Kenny. Tell Kenny what you want.
I want Pulp Fiction, and I want Dawn of the Dead, right, Danny?
Yes.
I want Dawn of the Dead. Yeah. I got money, remake. Kenny. I have money.
Not the 1978.
Kenny will take care of it.
Not the 78, no. If they bring back the 1978 Dawn of the Dead, I'm going to shoot somebody, I swear to God. And I want
bring
good
back the
Dawn of
78.
the Dead.
Poor fucking Dad. I feel very bad for
That's terrible.
Dude, as a fan, the whole time my stomach is turning. I'm like, I know this.
This isn't going to end well.
His mistake, though, was I would have got the picture out. And I don't know whether to be annoyed at talent.
But he's holding the guitar. If he took a picture, what is he going to hand fucking Travis the guitar or Sam or
just say I wanted to take a picture with the guitar.
With the guitar. I don't know.
Believe you're playing.
And then, after the picture, you come up again and be second time annoying guy
downstairs
and go, "Hi, remember me? We just took a picture. Could you sign this?"
Now,
then you just become ugh.
Is talent more or less maybe had to do that because if the management said, look, he's not signing, they're kind of representing the company and they have to go, this is our, this is what these people said.
Yeah.
The talent really can't do much about that.
Right.
So that's a case of just the manager.
A gamble.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was. I figured,
that's a great story,
if it works out, great. If it doesn't, I mean, am I disappointed? Of course, but, what are you going to do?
You know what the fucked up thing is? You have the guitar. He's in the fucking building. It's a no-brainer. The guy should fucking sign the guitar.
And it's okay.
Fuck management. Fuck their
It should be okay to
dumb
just ask to sign the guitar.
He's a human being walking out of a place. You go, could you sign this? Yeah, here. And then it's done. It's like, why do they make things so fucking complicated?
Because they're fucking assholes. That's
justifying their jobs.
Because managers, a lot of times managers and agents are fucking assholes.
Earned my 10% today by telling Danny Ross he can't get his guitar signed. I sure earned my keep. Fuck you.
They think that their part of their appeal is the closeness they have with the artist,
right? That
other people don't.
That they can make decisions for him.
There is a weird thing that certain people close to artists like to keep other people away. And
I see the way you act in front of me. Shut up.
What? I don't like keeping people away from you at all. I want people to be closer to you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
It's called an intervention. But it makes me so angry, shit like that, man. Especially you're in the building. The guy's doing fucking an hour of interviews up here.
Yeah, we're doing him a favor. Trust me.
And it's not like I'm sitting there with like 3 of them and I'm gonna flip 2 of them on eBay or something. Like it's just
that's a great story.
Gonna sit in my living room and I'm gonna look at it and smile.
All right.
That's bullshit.
We're gonna take a break.
I'm eating my salmon.
Yeah, you're gonna eat the sandwich, and we got to get to the JetBlue flight attendants.
What happened?
This fucking story rules.
The money.
And also, you mentioned Ving Rhames from what? Piranha.
Piranha.
He's doing our show as well as a lot of other shows on the platform today.
Yeah. All right, so we'll have Ving Rhames in at 9 o'clock today.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
There you go for Danny. Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
As we were going to break, got some news. Glad Sirius XM is taking care of the very important issues that face us every day here, Anthony.
Yeah, I know. Thank God.
I was talking about Pop-Tarts.
Yep.
So I was thinking, you know what? Today's the day where I need some nice toasted Pop-Tarts.
Yummy.
I go brown sugar cinnamon, Anthony, without the frosting.
Wonderful.
That's my Pop-Tart of choice. Everyone has their Pop-Tart of choice. And I was informed by Kenny, who usually does these ridiculous tasks for the show, that I can't have any toasted Pop-Tarts anymore.
Now, what is the problem with toasted Pop-Tart?
I've been having toasted Pop-Tarts. We've been in this building, what, well over a year now, I guess? Year and 3 months, maybe, something like that.
Are you afraid? Are they afraid the talent might burn their tongues and not be able to broadcast? Is that what it is? It's got to be something reasonable.
Steve, what is going on with my toasted Pop-Tarts?
I was informed last week by our head of security for the company that the toaster oven that we have in place in the hall that toasts your Pop-Tarts is a fire hazard and can't be plugged in there anymore.
Fire hazard?
People think way too fucking hard.
Do these buildings catch on fire at all anymore?
Well, how about this?
Glass building.
The odd chance that it starts a fire, first of all, how hard of a fire is that to put out?
Yeah.
What all of a sudden toasted Pop-Tarts is going to set the whole building ablaze?
That's it. Leave. Let it just catch everything.
People have to just do shit to justify their jobs.
That's what
We've
I'm
been
thinking.
toasting Pop-Tarts here for 15 months with not one issue. I don't even think we had a little smoke coming from the toaster and where maybe a piece of the Pop-Tart broke off. And you know how that burns up at the bottom of the toaster?
Like crazy.
I don't even think we had that incident in 15 fucking months.
Because everything smelled delicious.
So what, we had to get rid of our toaster?
Well, it's not gotten rid of. It's just in the office now, not plugged in and not functional.
Well, you might as well throw it out the fucking window. What good is it if we can't plug it in?
That could hurt somebody.
What is this place doing?
The Pop-Tart toaster is
Can I
the
make this
problem?
announcement again? We have the easiest fucking jobs in the world. Stop trying to make them harder. This is the easiest fucking job. Stop trying to make it so fucking complicated. Yesterday, Jimmy wants a little Wi-Fi. It turns out there's a whole fucking thing that they do with their Wi-Fi here.
Right, which may be fixed now. We'll see.
Maybe fixed. Maybe that one will be fixed.
I want to know workplace toaster fire stats because it can't really be that high.
There actually was a fire in right. It was actually within 2 blocks of here. It was in 1977. And somebody was taking a bath and they plugged in their toaster and there was a fire.
Yes, I remember that. Tragic.
You know how ridiculous that is that we can't toast Pop-Tarts in the morning now to make our jobs just a little easier?
And the delicious wafting smell of a toasted Pop-Tart fills the room with joy.
It just makes everyone a little happier.
Yes!
A little happier.
I'll see if there's an alternate location that we can plug said toaster
Yeah,
into.
where's the asbestos room?
You know what? Follow
Where's
this through.
Mesothelioma suite that we can plug this fucking thing in.
I think what happens in workplaces, you hire people, and then they realize their job means nothing.
Yeah.
So then they have to justify their job. You know someone like this at your workplace.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden all they do is walk around looking for something that could maybe be a problem one time in the next 100 years.
You think he jotted down on his log sheet? Got rid of toaster fire hazard at 8:05.
Probably.
Made sure that...
Probably.
Unbelievable.
Usually these things, given who told me this and given how often he's seen the thing, probably somebody else complained.
Oh, guaranteed.
And that's why he
Yeah,
had
who
to
was
say
the
it.
douchebag that complained? That's what I would like to know.
Again, as it is with corporations, and this is all of them, nobody just says anything. They
Right.
snivel. We've been trained as a country to be worms. Like, everyone goes behind each other's back. Here, they have a toaster plugged in. Could you go talk to them?
Yeah, right.
It's just a culture of worms.
Find out who complained about our
You'll never
lousy,
find out,
stupid
dude.
I don't think I'll find
toaster.
out.
You'll never find
The
out.
guy who told me it was a fire hazard has never ever.
It's not
ever
a
been.
fire hazard. It's a toaster.
It ain't security. He don't care.
Yeah.
Believe me. He doesn't give a
How, tell me how that's a fire hazard.
I have
Tell
no
me.
idea.
A toaster in 2010 is not going to fucking start a fire.
You could burn
just
the
isn't.
fuck out of the Pop-Tart, and guess what? It's not going to start a fire on this floor. It might get a little smoky
A
for a couple
circuit breaker
seconds.
would blow. It might get smoky. Yeah, it's not going to burst into flames. What the fuck is it? An old cloth cord from 1950?
Right.
That's going to short
Well,
circuit.
then you get assholes like this. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead. Make your
What did I
stupid
do?
point.
I find it funny that I have to work on a roof in 100-degree weather, and your job's hard when you can't toast a Pop-Tart.
Hey, asshole, I said we have the easiest jobs in the world. Did you hear that
Did
part?
you hear that part?
I said
I love you.
All right.
Fall off the roof. Fall off the roof!
Thank you, Anthony, for sticking up for me for once. I really appreciate it. It's kind of nice to be on the same team again. Thank
My
you.
God.
No, I'm talking about we all deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Corporations and how they're ruining your easy fucking job.
Man!
Don't make us do the whole bit and all the stuff you're not allowed to do in your goddamn cubicles anymore.
Yeah. Bullshit.
All we want is a tasty Pop-Tart every once in a while, and someone had to find a problem with that. Do you get it?
Do you know how
you
nice
got that
it
at your
is
workplace?
Just have a Pop-Tart.
How is that a problem? I would love that for the guy to come in here and explain that to me. Would he? And I like the guy. I think I know which one it is.
Maybe he's got fucking some kind of in at the Pop-Tart store going into Times Square and doesn't want you fucking scabbing out your own Pop-Tarts here.
Is that today?
You've got to go down there and get your own fucking Pop-Tart.
Today's Tuesday.
Meaning today, Tuesday, or next Tuesday? Oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Is it
I
opening
apologize.
up today?
The Pop-Tart store
Pop-Tart
opens
store?
today.
Where is it exactly? I'm going to get a Pop-Tart.
42nd and 7th.
Question is, what time does it open, though, Ant? That is the question.
Yes, it is.
You get a selection of Pop-Tarts.
Because I want one, too.
I want, a selection. And
Oh,
I
by the
want
way,
them
Ant,
toasted.
they sell Pop-Tarts, thank you, in the vending machine. Guess what? You have to toast Pop-Tarts.
Yeah,
they're
taste a little
shitty if you eat them
cardboardy if you don't
right out of the
toast them.
package.
Yes.
I don't think they're fully cooked.
No, you got to finish the cooking process of the tart.
Pop-Tarts are wonderful.
Well, we're not allowed to have them anymore, Jimmy.
Pop.
They're a fire
tarts.
hazard. You don't know that?
So now they're just tarts because they pop out of the toaster.
Right.
So they're just saying you can only have a tart.
Right.
No popping involved.
Right. Pop-Tarts.
It's a Pop-Tart.
And you sell them here.
Pop it in the fucking
I think I got a
toaster.
lawsuit.
I think you do.
I really do. I think I got some kind of workplace lawsuit.
But do you understand this is why? It's like little things like this. Now, I don't want to take it out of context here. But this is why people go ballistic. It's not Pop-Tarts or Dave Mustaine. It's
the ridiculousness of the workplace.
Workplace. I hate that term.
Workplace.
But the work environment has become such a fucking culture of no, you can't do that. You're going to get in trouble.
Right.
It's fucking any individuality, anything that you're just going to do for yourself is frowned upon.
Not allowed.
Thank you. That's why I want to bring this up. I don't
Be part of the collective.
Guess what? I'll survive without a fucking Pop-Tart, but it's a bigger issue. I've been watching this shit happen in radio for a long fucking time, and it's getting completely ridiculous that now they're taking toasters out of a lousy glass office, by the way.
Yeah. It's glass.
A glass fucking office because someone feels like they got to justify their job. It's not a fire hazard. I don't agree with that in the workplace.
I don't agree with that in the workplace.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
wanking
Jimmy.
claw.
Thank you.
Gervais.
It's
great.
all they're built on is saying no and no.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Why are we trying to make each other so goddamn miserable? Most people's jobs, including ours, you could do in half the fucking time, okay? So people have a lot of time to kill at work, and now you make them miserable. That time with that killing a time, they would check their fucking Facebook, so you're not allowed to really check your Facebooks at work anymore. No. You would pinch a hiney of a broad walking by.
You know how many man hours are being lost? Man hours in the workplace?
No man hours are being lost. Most people could do their jobs in half the fucking time, but someone feels like, well, if I'm going to pay you such and such, you better be here from 9 to 5. Why, if the guy could do his job in 4 hours? Why does he have to be there from 9 to 5?
Find something else to do.
It's because everyone is emasculated, and the women too. Everybody has no power over anything. Everybody is a completely powerless nothing. So what they do is, in the little places they're allowed to exercise power, they do. The offices have become patrolled by a bunch of people who are traffic cops, wannabes. Like, they want to have some kind of influence. Right. And they don't know when to say, yeah, it's all right. They never know when to say, you know what, that's all right.
You know what I ask all the time? I ask, is it good for the company?
Oh, very
That's
nice.
what I ask.
It's the
is
office.
it good for the company?
Not the office, no. Right?
Or
is it?
Office space.
Even yesterday, like when I went out for that guitar, right, coming back in, the guy at the lobby, like the security guy, had to let me know that what I was carrying was considered freight, but he was going to give me a free pass this time.
What a guy!
A guitar?
Isn't he a great guy? Because he needed to be able to exercise that power, because that's the only power that he has.
Remember,
so he had to exercise it.
Remember our old building? If you're walking out with a big box of your own fucking stuff, that was a major problem.
Freight,
and they wouldn't allow you to walk past the fucking security guy with a box of your own shit.
Got to be the freight elevator.
That is why people, like, again, we're getting to this flight attendant, but it's like what happens is you just so much. That's what happens. A lot of people snap with a gun. A lot of people don't snap violently. They just yell and scream and walk out. you get told no constantly by people who really love telling you no, and they won't admit they love telling you no because they're just fucking pussies.
Yeah.
It's so irritating. So I know when someone's telling me no because they have to, and when they're enjoying it, and when they want it. You know
Most
the difference.
Most of the time they do it because they're enjoying it. They're on a little power trip. But can't post Pop-Tarts. It's...
Yeah, like that guy, like he didn't have to say it. Like if he was going to let me through, he just didn't even have to say it. He could have just let me through.
Exactly.
But he had to let me know.
He's doing you a favor, Danny.
Sure. Now you owe him something.
Yeah, he let you through, so he doesn't have to say anything. He just could have just let you through, but he had to say, by the way, that's considered freight, but I'm going to be a good guy.
God forbid you forget your security badge around here.
Bad ideas.
I look at the guy, I'm like, you see me every fucking day. Obviously,
those guys in the morning are the worst.
Obviously, it's 5 in the morning. No one's thinking straight. I forgot my badge at home. And you have to go through this whole thing. They got to sign you in, and it's unbelievable.
I just say good morning, and then I beep my badge, and I walk.
No, I'm saying
through.
if you forget your badge.
Oh! Ooh.
Don't forget your badge.
No, it's always on my bag.
You'll be late for the show because it takes a good 15 or 20 minutes to get in the system, even though they see you every fucking day.
Oh, fuck that.
Instead of just saying, okay, I see you every day, obviously, you're not fired, you just forgot your badge at home, no problem, make sure you have it tomorrow. That's the end of conversation.
Never.
Where's Kenny? I want to know more about the toaster. Kenny's the security guy. I want to see what this is all about. Kenny, please speak freely because we're asking you for the radio show.
Great toaster controversy going on.
Yeah, what do you know about
What do you know? What's the word on the street? What's the word in the fucking lunchroom?
I only have secondhand information because I was told by the executive producer the toaster dilemma.
Yeah, let it be known that he gets half his shit wrong. So,
well, where is he? Did Steve talk on the air yet or no?
Yeah, yeah, he did, Jimmy.
How funny is that? Jimmy doesn't even know. He was right next to you talking about the toaster thing
5 minutes ago.
He couldn't have been more than 2 feet away from you.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
Dude, I really...
That is fantastic, because what he said was that unimportant.
I don't know why, but I feel rage, and I felt rage since Danny started talking about his situation. Like, I'm so fucking angry, and none of this affects me. I'm reading this thing about Islam. It's none of my fucking business. I don't deal with these savages fucking beating and shooting women in the head for being pregnant. I didn't get shot down for a fucking thing, but I'm
enraged.
So angry at it.
All right, hold on.
I hear you.
The phones are lit. Kenny's standing by. Matt in Ohio. I don't want to lose Matt's thought on this. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to agree with Jimmy when he said we live in a world of worms or whatever he said, or offices are full of worms. It's like that Glenn Ross quote. I think it was Al Pacino said,
Yeah! I can't see over my desk. What did he say?
Yeah, what's
Ricky Roma?
We are not in a world of men. And I see that all the time. I work in a little office, and people bitch to me about stuff. It's like, well, you're 2 doors down from this guy that's pissing you off. Just go down there and be a man about it.
Be a man. Say something.
They have made the workplace just a miserable fucking place to go every day.
Just a bunch of complainers and whiners, people who are offended, who like to say no, people who aren't getting fucked properly at home. Yep. That's what the problem with a lot of women in the workplace is. Not all of them, but a lot of women at the workplace would probably be a lot nicer if they got fucked properly when they got home.
Absolutely.
But they're not getting fucked properly.
I would love to know the odds of a toaster actually catching fire to a point. Even to the point where it would be a major problem.
I actually know the odds.
I would love to fucking know.
1 in 2,408,000.
You know great line, but I bet you it's close to that, Jimmy. I bet you it's close to that.
You know what the problem is, though, about being a man and walking down the hall and confronting somebody? It's not that world anymore. You're dealing with a collective. If you approach somebody, they will pass the buck and say, well, it's this policy and that. And then it gets blown off to some fucking spiritual upstairs collective of
douchebags.
Board that you can't talk to. There's no one person to talk to anymore.
Right.
They say it's policy. Well, who made the policy? Can I talk to them? No, they're not even here. They don't. And then, like Danny said, he just wrote that down. If you do say something, then you're considered difficult. You can't approach a person anymore and say, look, you have a problem with this, I have a problem with what you're saying, let's fucking talk it out.
They've made it so that you're not allowed to disagree.
No, you can't.
You're not allowed to because you'll get in trouble.
It's whatever it is.
You think we're considered difficult?
Yes. And it's not even just here. Believe me, I'm not just putting this on us.
No.
And serious. This is everywhere.
That's why
everyone works.
That's why I like bringing this shit up.
Yeah.
In the end, I don't give a shit if I don't get a fucking toasted Pop-Tart. Trust me, I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
But it just amazes me that someone had to go out of their fucking way to take our toaster away. Instead of what you do as a real man, you walk by and maybe go, hey, I noticed you guys got a toaster in your office. Just be careful with that. Oh, yeah, no problem. That's how it used to work, remember?
Yeah.
And you'd acknowledge, like, okay, yeah, I see you have a job to do. No problem. And that's it. That's the end of it.
I was just thinking when you were saying that, that's how it used to work. All I thought was until the fire.
Until the fire. Did we cause a fire once?
Until the fire. That would be great.
It doesn't work that way anymore because they all died in a fire.
Fire.
Let me say hi to Pete in Florida. Pete.
Jimmy.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Absolutely fucking people. My boss won't even let me have a damn small 4-cup fucking coffee maker in my cubicle because it takes up too much power.
Yeah.
Too much power.
This is the shit that's going on.
Fuck
I'm
you
so
running.
glad this came up today. But
Too much power.
and that just makes you a little more miserable every day. You know what I mean?
You can make coffee if you have power.
I think we had a too much power thing too, because like for some reason I guess like Monster Energy like sponsors Steve because they give him like T-shirts and like cases of shit.
They give him the shitty DVDs from A&E.
Wait, are you sure it's Monster or Put Out? No.
So there's this mini fridge that's just sitting there unplugged because he's not allowed to plug it in.
That's when I put my lunch in.
I can't plug it in.
As much as it's fun to beat the shit out of Steve, why can't he plug his
a fridge?
Exactly. Why can't he make some money on the side that no one else knows about and he plug it in?
Why can't he plug his fridge in?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Like 300 radio stations broadcast out of this facility, but there's not enough electricity for his
they
mini
pump
fridge.
AC into this dumb studio for 10 hours and no one's even in here? We got to turn up the heat just to get the temperature right every morning?
Shitting a
Don't even get on the air conditioning. We got some damn bitch that sits next to me in the next cube. It's too cold. Sorry, it's not like 8,000 freaking degrees. All right, guys, punch it out.
Yeah, it's just amazing what is happening. Oh, here, listen to this one. Mikey, go ahead, Mikey.
Mike.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, brother.
The latest thing that will make you nuts is I work for a company. We make deliveries with trucks. So GPSs have been installed on all the trucks.
Yeah.
One of the owners now, his job now is to sit in his office on a computer screen and say, this guy's taking too long to get here. He stopped here too long. Why is he still here? Because all the names, the guys' names with the truck, how fast they're going, where they stop, everything is on his computer screen, and now that is his full-time job to just
You know what,
all
though?
the drivers.
I can't even fucking get against that's as far something with insurance and fucking.
What do you mean insurance?
It's their company, and
If
they
the
don't
guy-
want accidents happening.
But if the guy is fucking no, you're thinking like a lawyer. This is what lawyers do. If the guy is a reckless employee, you just get rid of him.
He wants more
you don't
efficiency.
Monitor, you don't monitor the guy's every fucking move.
No, he wants more efficiency out of his employees. That's why that guy's doing that, right, sir?
Yeah, but the problem is they survived, companies have survived forever without this. And you know what? When you listen to the guy sitting in his office, it's a personal thing. Why is he stopping? He doesn't give a shit about any of the insurance.
That shit is bullshit. But if he sees that you're doing fucking 85 miles an hour in the company truck, that's probably a problem.
And believe me, not to be fucking Billy Boss worshiper,
You know what?
but if you're an employee,
You guys are missing the point, I think.
How?
Go ahead.
If you're
I'm
an employer, you have the right to know if you got a delivery guy, where he is,
right,
and how he's making his deliveries.
There's lines.
It's always put into place, seeming like they're doing the right thing, but I guarantee this fucking asshole is beating the shit out of him because he's 3 miles over the speed limit.
I don't doubt it.
And stopped
You're
at a
right.
fucking Dunkin' Donuts to get a cup of coffee. Why'd you stop at fucking Dunkin'
There's
Donuts?
a line, though. There's a line between...
But that's the problem, is what I want to get into it. They always take it too fucking far.
You're right.
Right.
But there is a line.
I understand why they would put something like this in place.
Yeah.
Sorry, and
There is a line, though. No, that all right, this is okay, this isn't. You don't just wipe everything out.
Right.
Nothing's okay. That's our company policy.
We're dealing with the same thing with the fucking toaster.
Stupid toaster, exactly. If we had a fucking flamethrower in there,
right,
I can understand them having a problem.
Right.
It's a toaster.
On paper, I say, well, all right, you got to make sure there's no fire hazards around the fucking workplace, of course. But we're talking about a fucking toaster that toasts Pop-Tarts.
Was it under kindling
like you got
wood?
a new bit with that flamethrower with the Pop-Tart, you know.
Yeah.
What's that, sir?
You sound like
I heard you.
My
Can't believe you walked into that.
My point is that a lot of this stuff is put in place with good intentions. I get that. I get why employers do that. But then you got the douchebags that are running the new technology that have to do the power trip thing that you mentioned, Jimmy. Yep.
Drives me
and take
nuts.
it way too fucking far. This guy got written up because he had the wrong shoes at work. How do you get written up for not having the right shoes?
Exactly. Neil Armstrong, you're on the air.
All right, that would be plausible.
Steve in Vegas. Steve.
I had the wrong shoes. They didn't match my purse.
Yes. I'm not allowed to wear high heels.
Yes, I was wearing the wrong colored shoes after Labor Day. Labor Day has nothing to do with me. I put forth no labor, although I look like I'm going into it.
Steve in Vegas.
Sorry, Steve.
Oh, please.
Jesus. What did he do to you?
A lot of labor jokes.
You got lazy, fat, and gay all in one fucking swap.
Steve, go ahead.
All right. I've been working for this company for about 2 years. I'm a good employee. I was in a rush one day. I left the house wearing the wrong kind of shoes. I got to work. I had, just like an office space, 4 managers come up to me, tell me what I did wrong, and at the end of the day, I had a write-up waiting for me.
Now, why did you forget your
TPS
shoes?
reports.
And what do you do where the shoes matter?
I'm a bartender. I was just in a rush that morning. I accidentally put on my sneakers as opposed to my work shoes.
And
Flanagan.
And it's
So who cares?
And it's one of those. It's one of those fucking things that obviously it happens, but you know.
Who cares?
But the guys had to go out of their way to bust your.
Is someone going to sit at that bar and look at your sneakers and get up and go, I'm not drinking here?
No, we look at cleavage.
No.
Do you have nice cleavage?
Yeah, what are you doing tending bar anyway? There should be a hot girl. Fuck you and your cock.
Do you bartend at a gay bar?
No, if I did, I'd be making much more money, though.
Oh, sexy.
Fun
All right,
now.
all right, brother. Let's go to Steve in Jersey. Steve.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, and we got a MythBusters thing coming up. This is a good topic right now. Let's keep with this. Steve, go.
Yeah, I got a boss at a company where I used to work who created all the policies, a small company, and then he would quote when, for instance, you had to take your vacation day as a week, not individual days, and I'd say, well, why? Oh, it's company policy. I said, you are the company. You created the policy.
You can change
you're
this.
the company.
Nope, it's company policy.
Is there anything worse than hearing, I'm sorry, that's company policy? And that's that vague thing you were talking about, Anthony.
There's no, you
What is
can't confront company
You
policy.
can't- right.
It's because the guy who made it doesn't want to have a discussion. It's like
No.
because most
Ah,
of them
it's
are
company
dummies.
policy.
Most of them are dummies.
Yep.
They're not. When their logic is terrible. So if you sit down with them and you go, "What about this and this?" and you don't even have to yell at them, they fall apart because
Right.
they're morons.
Right. Right.
And instead of being made to look stupid, they just go, "It's company policy."
Company policy, unfucking negotiable.
Now we're going to get back to our toaster, but first Eric has a little MythBusters observation.
Ooh.
Eric in Georgia.
Hey, good morning, guys. You guys are missing the point. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn it.
Hey, I was
That
thinking
was a
about the
horrible
toaster
just
thing,
kidding.
and I was watching MythBusters this weekend, and they were out in the desert shooting a propane cylinder with a 30-06 and couldn't get a flame.
Yeah,
they couldn't get a flame.
And we can't toast
They
Pop-Tarts.
can't toast Pop-Tarts.
Because that's a fire hazard.
And when you want to stay online, of course, that doesn't get fixed. Anyone that was asking about the Wi-Fi update?
Yeah, yes.
What happens?
Boot it again.
Jimmy
They
got
just make
the
everything so
the new codes to put in so he could stay on the network.
No new codes.
Oh, well, whatever it was.
Just they should have fixed something.
Yeah, they should have fixed something, and you got knocked off again, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Why wouldn't I?
Let's go to Alex in Brooklyn. Alex.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, Alex.
Yeah, I had a place I used to work at, and they used to be real Nazis about time. You get in the morning, and you have to walk straight to your desk. You couldn't even go to the kitchen and get any coffee. And, like, for example, when you had to go to the bathroom, we had this little application. We actually had to time your login. And actually, one time, I came into work with a really upset stomach. And I took a long time in the bathroom. My help desk manager actually came to me and was like, hey, spent a little bit of time there in the bathroom. You know, what was going on? He started asking about my fucking shit. So, after a while, I was just like, fuck this place. I ended up quitting anyway. But,
They're even what kind of job was that? Where they're keeping track of how long you're in the bathroom?
In the toity.
He made German films.
Support job. I basically answered phone calls and helped people with their computers.
Yeah, there used to be a big problem if you walked into the bathroom at this other place I worked with a newspaper. They were fucking like, they'd look for you because they knew you were going to spend more time taking a shit if you had a newspaper. Because you're going to, peruse the stories.
Right.
They want you in and out.
Right. Here, listen to what happened to this fucking guy. We're almost done, I guess. Ray in New York. Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, you could call me Ray. Right.
But you brought it up.
I know.
Okay.
I get mad at myself.
I know you're
right, Anthony. Shut up.
You didn't have to get mad there. You just didn't. If you didn't bring it up, you wouldn't be mad at yourself. It's very confusing.
I know.
Right.
I'm an idiot.
Right.
I was at work the other day, and my girlfriend just got into an accident. And she texted me, letting me know.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she was okay.
What happened? Where'd the whore hit?
She just got into a fender bender, and it was some black lady. She drove off, hit and run.
Oh no.
So I was at work, and I called her. I was like making sure she was okay, and my boss sees me, and he just gives me this dirty look, and so then next day he calls me up to his office, and he's like, all right, there's a no phone policy here. I'm gonna have to write you up, and yeah, I got written up. It was bullshit.
You told him your girlfriend had an accident?
What's that?
Did you tell him that your girlfriend got in an accident and he didn't care?
Yeah, I told him that, and
That's just horseshit.
I know.
That's just horseshit. As a boss, you realize, okay, obviously, you want to make sure his fucking loved one wasn't beheaded in a goddamn car accident.
Extenuating circumstances.
All right, well, Kenny, back to you, the toaster. What have you heard by secondhand information?
I have really nothing to add to the story.
All right.
But one side note.
Remember that thought.
That rules.
One side note, I was once told by a company executive not to stir things up on the air.
Stir things up.
It's our radio show.
Wait, someone told
you. This is why I can't work with those guys. They don't even understand how a radio show
Someone
works.
told you not to stir things up? Or on the... Did they say on the air?
Yes, on the air. They said, come see that executive, and they'll take care of things. Don't start things up on the air.
People love this shit. So if you're fucking up and we bring it to everyone else's attention on our show, they love it.
Wow.
Because they can relate to that. That's mind-boggling.
It really is mind-boggling.
They actually told you not to stir shit up on the air.
Yes, and I'm a
about
good
stuff
company
that's going
man.
on around here.
I'm a good company man. I want my contract renewed in 2 months.
You're a good company man.
Yes.
You're a regular good man.
Yes.
Do you realize bringing up the toaster thing just gave us a half-hour radio, and then all these people out there are relating to the horseshit
Nah,
they
but you
deal
should
with?
take care of that behind the scenes.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is why I could just you don't have the skill set. Politely, I will say hi, thank you. Could you burn the latest fucking Silver Sun pickup CD for me? Thank you. Have a nice day. That's the relationship I want with you, because you guys don't get this.
I don't even know who you're talking about. And
I know exactly who he's talking
that's
about.
That's annoying. That someone would tell you how to behave on the air.
Don't stir shit. Shit up on the air.
No place.
It's about giving an interesting radio show.
How about we tell you how to act in your office? Don't sit there.
Well, don't be so harsh, Ed.
That's what I'm saying. Don't sit in that chair. Move it. Move your desk.
If we don't stir shit up on the air, we have no radio show.
Look at the phones. Everyone
They're lit.
deals with this shit at work.
They're lit.
Everyone deals with this.
They're lit.
Wow.
I know somebody.
If you're that sensitive, you shouldn't be working for this channel. Work for a music channel. They're not going to fucking beat you up for being someone that might not have a skill set for this type of fucking format.
I know somebody in a past life at another job that used to walk around the precinct with papers in their hands just to look like he was doing something.
Yeah, of course.
Was that called Kenny?
I don't know.
I don't know. Don't stir shit up. Don't stir shit up on the air.
That to me.
That is.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, no kidding. It's enraging.
It should be this: every little thing that you can stir up, bring to the air.
Why'd you?
That's the advice.
See, if you're that sensitive and insecure, you should have never agreed to work with the Opie and Anthony show.
Dude, I was only making a point.
Do you do your fucking research before you say yes to a job offer?
Ridiculous.
Look at the phones. Because we stirred shit up.
Because people,
you dumb
fucks, constantly
you
dealing
dumb
with
fucks.
This. They're constantly dealing with this.
Just burn me illegal CDs. That's what you should be doing every fucking day.
Burn illegal CDs, not Pop-Tarts.
Leave the fucking creativity to us, you stupid fuck. That's how you respond to that, Jimmy. It's mind-boggling.
It really is irritating.
This shit is brought up because everyone... See, we're a show that relates to the people.
Exactly.
If it's happening to us, guess what? It's happening to other people out there. And they go, holy shit, my boss is an asshole, too.
We do relate to them. Why don't you put one of these little filthy peasants on the air and hear his story of trials? Let me hear his trifling life story. Go, boy.
Entertain me with your misery.
Yes.
See, look, works with an asshole at work. It's just people relating.
Oh, that's me. I just typed that in.
Oh.
Don't say that on the air. Talk about it off the air,
Jesus.
quietly.
Wow. And what were you bringing up on the air?
This was like a very long time ago.
Oh, it's a long time. All right.
Yeah, they should have said talk better on the air.
They got to him now. They got to him,
Exactly.
see? And this is what ends up happening, too. They end up getting to you after a while.
Fucking mopey McGillicuddy.
And now he's nervous that if he says something, he could be in trouble. But it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
What did you stir up?
I mentioned something about, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because there's so many issues day in and day out.
Fucking kidding.
How about these idiots down the hall get my fucking toaster back? Prove your worth. I want fucking Pop-Tarts every morning.
Yeah. Don't shock they let us have a refrigerator.
No, it's not plugged in, remember? Oh, thank you. It's Kevin from Connecticut. You guys have been stirring shit up since 1996. Actually goes way before that even.
Yeah.
I think we started stirring up shit around 1995, and it's worked very well for us and the popularity of this radio show. You dopes.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Leave us alone.
Guess what? You work for the Opie and Anthony show. You're gonna get a beating every once in a while.
Yeah. Just
what? You're
happens.
gonna be the first one that doesn't get a beating? That ain't happening. I'd rather walk than fucking play by that stupid rule where we don't stir shit up on the air.
Talk to some of the veterans of this show, the ones we've left in our wake. That'll give you a little understanding of how easy you have it.
I love the guys we see that they make believe they don't even know us. We're like, dude, we worked together for 3 years.
Remember
we
all
barely
got
get a
thrown
nod
out-
now.
We all got thrown out the fucking door the same day.
Hey, I would argue it made someone's career much better.
Oh, yeah.
So don't be that bitter toward us. Want to take a break and then get into the JetBlue guy?
Yes, but I think the important thing is that somebody goes and gets us
Pop-Tarts. You're obsessed with it now, right?
I'm trying
I want
to
a
eat
variety.
better.
8:30.
That's when it opens up.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a line.
8:30.
There's gonna be a line
Gonna
out
be
there.
a big line. Is it going to be a big thing with like the press there? We should send maybe Sam
Someone.
Roberts down there to talk to Pop-Tart
Channel
people.
5 Fox just did a Pop-Tart story.
We should probably
Thank
send
God.
somebody down there
Yes.
to.
World's falling apart, but they're doing a Pop-Tart story.
Now,
Thank
Steve
God.
probably has somebody on that. Does Steve have somebody going down there?
Yes.
That
yes,
we've talked
8:30.
about it.
He
It's
does?
a big story.
Yeah.
Someone from the show should be down there getting some sound.
The schedule is 8 o'clock are Ving Rhames DVD purchases, 8:30 Pop-Tarts.
All right, the
Great.
Ving Rhames purchases come back first.
Don't put the DVDs in the toaster and have Ving sign Pop-Tarts. Be very angry.
Didn't we used to blow up fucking microwaves, Aunt? Do you remember that? Sorry.
I had to look at Jimmy looking at me like, shut up, Anthony.
I loved it.
I know.
But when you brought up putting that into the toaster, it reminded me.
DVDs, yeah.
We used to see what we could put in a fucking microwave.
You put a DVD in a microwave,
and
it
there
looks
wasn't
intense.
And there wasn't one asshole boss or lawyer fucking going, "Don't do that, please."
It looks Star Trek.
It made great radio, and we didn't know if we were gonna fucking blow ourselves up.
Yeah.
The shit we would put in
and the
there.
smell when you open the door, it was like an electric fucking like a TV just blew up. Fantastic.
Steve,
CD
now I want to bust everyone's balls.
Yes. Bust my vagina.
Punch me in the chin, then.
I want.
Yeah.
I want you to talk to the babysitters and ask what's going on with the fucking toaster.
I've already
explain,
sent out. Yeah, okay.
Explain company policy, and also get a detailed explanation from the guy that told us we can't fucking have a toaster anymore.
I've already left a message and an email, but I'll keep calling.
And I don't want to hear company policy. I want someone to have balls enough to try to explain explain that to us in a way where we would understand.
Got it.
Steve, the iPad thing kicked me off again.
Did it really? I'll
let it go quiet. Let it go quiet. I'll let it go dead.
It was apparent. Is there a setting in your browser that times it out after 10 minutes?
Is there a setting
in my browser?
I didn't say that.
I'm just talking like fake Steve.
I know.
Where would the setting?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, because I don't have one of those.
It would be in settings.
I don't really think it's
go to your Safari.
Browser specific. Because everything I've ever tried to connect with on that network does the same
it just
thing.
does the same fucking thing.
I just
whether
told
it's
the
your
tech
phone,
guys,
tech guy.
I told the IT guys who took the restrictions off of the Wi-Fi that it crapped out again, and they said, see if he's got a setting in his browser that's turning it off after 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, we'll figure that out.
He'll do it.
Just
try, unplug it and plug it back in.
Did you unplug it and plug it in?
Back in.
Did you check your modem? Did you unplug the modem and plug it back in? You got to wait 5 minutes, and I'll be on the phone the whole time. That's awkward, isn't it? How long is it going by? So how the weather there? Shut up. I don't want small talk with you.
Exactly.
I'm unplugging it and plugging it right back in because 5 minutes won't make a difference. I want to hurl this at your head.
You just sit there and count 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you already did it.
1,002, 1,003, 1,004. Yeah, I did it already.
The Pop-Tart people are standing by to hand out fucking Pop-Tarts. They just showed it on the news.
This is going to be a huge event.
Oh, my God.
Wow, 100-pack of CDs in a microwave? How fucking cool is that?
That's cool. I think we started this bit a long time ago.
That gotta be cool, though.
Hoo-hoo. But I think we were the first ones to do this shit.
Ever.
I really
back
do.
in 1968, we tried it.
What happens?
It just sparkles. It's the coolest
About
light show.
100 of them.
It's a great light show. Make sure you turn off all the lights in the room when you're doing this.
And don't do it if you can't have smoke in the room.
How come it's so slow, Dan?
YouTube is so bad lately.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
it's
with
the
that.
worst. Like, at first I thought it was just like the connection, but it's not. It's everywhere.
Are they
It's a lot
upgrading
of
their
people
server or something?
everywhere.
Something's going on with YouTube.
I mean, it's tough. I can't shit on them because I think there's some stat like more video gets uploaded to YouTube like every day than all like the programming on television in the last 40 years. It's like ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
It's some astronomical figure like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they come out with the tiers of YouTube, like some that are faster that you pay for and free.
Maybe that's where it's all headed.
There's so much useless shit on there, though. It's, at least kind of make it interesting. What
Holy
the fuck is going
man.
on?
Just hit fucking
How long?
start already
How
on
about
this
edit?
fucking thing.
How about you edit your fucking
Yeah,
videos so
idiot.
it's not 8 minutes long of just watching a
This is a
stack of
3-minute
DVDs.
video. This is a 30-second video tops. We're 2.5 minutes in and nothing's happening to the CDs.
Nothing has happened.
Maybe nothing does happen.
Maybe that's the gag.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the title would be like 100 CDs in the
Dude.
microwave.
It's
in
almost
the
a million views.
This fucking better explode or something.
Yeah, what the fuck? People are dumb.
This is great.
God, they're just dumb fucks.
I'm actually writing a show about this.
Did it get 8 episodes?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, nice.
Nothing happens.
Alright, fuck it. I
Sorry,
don't even
guys.
want to know the ending of the
Because it
fucking
can't.
video.
I don't think it can arc very well in a stack. Yeah.
Anna's very smart.
I just don't think it can.
Teddy?
You can put metal in a microwave if it doesn't have anything to arc off of.
You know who does good videos on YouTube?
Who?
Opie Radio.
Oh, a plug.
God bless you.
There's a
Kenny.
plug.
I did follow an old lady that was picking up garbage wherever she went yesterday.
hunchback.
Really? It's a hunchback?
Yeah.
I love the old ladies that walk at a 90-degree angle.
Well, that's
at the hip.
And yesterday,
don't leave your house.
I will say, I like my latest video on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio, because I saw this really old lady hunched completely over.
I love that.
So I took 10 seconds of video. I'm like, maybe I'll just throw this up real fast because it was a weird sight. Then I'm thinking to myself, I have nothing better to do. I'm going to follow this fucking lady. And I'm glad I did, because what I learned was the reason she's hunched over, I think, she has some weird OCD thing where she has to pick up every single piece of garbage she sees on the sidewalk. And I followed her long enough to fucking see her just picking up a shitload of garbage and dumping it into garbage pails. That's all she did.
Damn.
So
That's
then,
a fucked up thing to have
Then the
to do.
question is, did she get the shitty back from her OCD, or did she have a shitty back and said, you know what, I have a shitty back, I might as well take advantage of this. Right.
Since I'm
looking at the sidewalk constantly. But you can check out the video. Thank you, Kenny. That's a really nice plug. I kind of liked how that one came out. That one's okay. All right. Should we take a break, Ving Rhames, at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you guys are so entertaining. You need to rest for a few minutes.
There goes his
Oh, is that stirring shit up?
Nah,
I just made you look
up.
bad, Kenny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You just
Can you
stirred
handle it?
shit up on the air.
Can you handle it when we make you look bad? Because obviously some people around here can't handle it.
It's so easy to make me look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I am.
No arguments, just chuckles.
Yeah.
No, Kenny, you're all right.
You know what I love about Kenny? By coming on the air and saying that he was told not to stir shit up on the air, you stirred up a lot of shit today, Kenny.
Look at the Pop-Tart store. Open it up. Look, they're making Pop-Tarts. They're putting icing on them.
God.
This is a giant thing. Look at it.
Oh, my
They're
God.
custom Pop-Tarts. This is Pop-Tarts like we've
This is
never
like
seen
making
them
your own
before.
sundae, but with
Oh,
Pop-Tarts.
my God.
Is that where the ESPN zone used to be?
I'm noticing something about the Pop-Tart
Probably
store,
right
though.
around there.
As I look, I'm noticing something. What's going on there?
Well, there's a lot of black people.
What? Do they enjoy the Pop-Tart more than other people?
Oh, they enjoy minimum wage.
Jesus, Kenny.
All right, there's a representative. That's
All right, we're going to be showing it off to the friends out there watching a little bit later in the show. We're going to send it back to you. We're going to be telling you a little bit more about that sushi, the and appetite. What was that thing?
The Pop-Tart sushi.
Yeah. Okay, and that invitertizer thing that I can't pronounce that's back there. But
All right, here goes
we're going to send it to you back in the studio.
Here goes the dumb banter now.
Very well. Do we have any quick questions for him?
Well, no, I think we need to sample some of the...
Where is the store exactly? Where in Times Square, Antoine?
Variety.
Oh, I'm sorry, we lost him.
Did she just say orangutan?
We'll find out afterwards. And I believe they are bringing us something to nosh on in the next hour.
Very good. Coming up on
my God, how
it's a
awkward
list
are these
you don't
two?
want to be on the worst.
They want some Pop-Tarts too, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, you better bring back some samples.
At least we'll make it fun and we'll eat it out of girls' pussies today. What are you going to do?
That'd be nice.
What are you going to do with them?
Now, what you doing?
Did you see the Teen Choice Awards last night?
No, it looks like there was some crazy stuff going on there.
I guess Twilight was really a big hit.
What the fuck? All you have to do
Was
if
it
you're a
just
presenter
hotness?
is just mention Justin Bieber and you get a massive reaction.
A big
you just work
squeal?
Justin Bieber into your conversation and you go,
I saw something.
Oh, Kenny. Yes.
Yeah, I was flipping
Hopefully it was
through
the front of a
channels.
train.
His life flashing before his eyes.
I was flipping through the channels and Katy Perry was doing like a cheerleading song.
I saw that
And then
too.
she jumped up in the air and did a splits and smacked her pussy on the ground.
And then they had to
Wow.
get three
Yeah.
guys to unstick it.
Yeah.
Nice, like a
Yeah.
suction cup.
It was
Yeah.
nice.
Can't believe she did a splits.
She did a
Well,
splits.
she got two legs. She got to split them.
Did you see George
Oh,
Lopez,
that's great.
who I think is a funny guy, do a real hacky bit last night?
No, I forgot to watch.
Why'd you throw your
No,
arm-
I wanted to watch Lopez and I forgot. Like you reminded me when you said
Oh,
that.
I know. Yeah.
How was it?
I DVR'd.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to watch for the same reason.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did Justin Bieber just get smacked in the head?
Oh,
with
you haven't seen the
something?
bottle hit him in the head yet?
That is.
Wait, go backwards.
That is fantastic.
But yeah, I just wanted to see everybody because I love you guys. But
You stupid fuck.
But and then look, security comes out like, who did
I don't
that?
know why she just threw that at me. But I love you guys. But
A water bottle,
everybody because I love
pretty
you
much
guys.
filled with water, hit him right in the
He
stomach.
handled it pretty well, though. I'll say that.
That didn't feel good.
Slow
You gotta go
motion.
slow mo.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Yeah, his protective hair helmet kept him from being injured. The Justin Bieber hair helmet.
When we return, I have a suggestion.
I like that.
Fuck off and what?
I would like to, at one point, play the Gregalogue from last night.
Yes.
To display the genius that is Gutfeld on Red Eye.
Is it the thing that's getting a lot of attention today?
Yes, and it's real.
Amazing.
It's a real idea. He's a fucking smart motherfucker.
I am so behind this.
We have to have the Gregalogue, I'm sure.
Well, are they getting it?
Yeah, they get it first.
Okay, we'll do it. Oh, it's right there.
I am
We'll do
so
it next.
behind
Chop
this.
Chop and the JetBlue guy. Finally, we got to talk about him before Ving Rhames comes in here.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
I like this song.
Your friends have shown a kink in the single life. You've had too much to think, now you need a wife. Steady as she goes. So steady as she goes. Well, here we go again.
Raconteurs.
Correct.
We saw them do this live.
When no one cared, right?
When no one gave a shit.
They became huge.
I liked it right away, though, which is odd. Because usually a song's got to grow on me, but when they did this live, and I heard it, was like, wow, that's really fucking good.
Love Jack White. Love everything that fucking guy does, man. I was at the Hard Rock Cafe, and they were doing some Wolf Mother on the big screen.
Yeah.
Actually, they went Black Sabbath into Wolf Mother. Damn, that sounded fucking
Jack,
good.
Oh, he was?
Good.
No, we're just moving on to talking about Wolf Mother now.
No, Jack White wasn't doing a Sabbath cover.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying in general. I was at the Hard Rock Cafe, and they have videos playing constantly, and they did old school Black Sabbath. I think they went Paranoid, something easy, and then went into Wolf Mother, Dimension. I forget the name of that song. Another Dimension, something like that. You like Wolf Mother, Ant?
Oh yeah,
love fucking Wolf Mother.
Good shit.
Old school shit. It sounds like old school shit. Jimmy, you all right?
Just cranky. By the way, I'll just say this last thing. I really do think that could have been made to happen for Danny. That's all.
Yeah. That's still bothering you?
I
raging, right?
I firmly believe that could have.
It goes with the discussion that you don't have to make everything so fucking complicated.
No, but that was my opinion is that was a very personal thing.
Jim's taking it harder than me.
Because it's a personal thing. It's not about. It's about a dislike of this show. I know it is.
Really? That's not good if they don't like the show, because we kind of need them to make the show better. Oh, I'm just kidding, guys. We don't need anyone. We just need
Fuck
us.
everyone.
It's worked that way for many years.
Fuck 'em all.
Who the fuck do we need to make this show better in the end?
Still kicked off the internet, Steve, by the way, if you're listening.
I can't think of one person that enhanced this show for us. Maybe Elo. I think I would give Elo.
Paul Mercurio.
Paul Mercurio enhanced this show for us. Made us fucking international stars.
Shit.
Had to sit out over 2 years to appreciate the fact.
That was great. Yikes.
I told you I saw him in Philly.
Yeah.
I was in the front row for... Did I tell this story in the air?
I don't think so.
Just tell me to shut up. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think so.
Brian Regan, Brian Regan show in Philly, big theater. I forgot what theater. And Paul Mercurio is opening up, just fucking killing, and decides to work the front of the audience. And usually when we get the tickets to these shows, we're kind of in a spot nice. We're kind of on the side. We're kind of over here. But for some reason, they put me in the front row. And all of a sudden, Mercurio's just going down the row, beating the shit out of everyone, and goes, and what do you do? And he sees my face and loses his fucking mind.
His whole concentration.
Because I think it was the first time I saw him in person.
I'm sorry, did I break your concentration?
I broke his concentration, and he was flustered. And then he obviously just moved on real fast, like, holy shit, I can't believe, oh my God. And then I did the right thing, and I called him after the show, left a message saying, hey, Paul, just want to let you know, you fucking killed before Brian Regan, that was a really nice set. And he never called back, which is fine.
No, I saw Paul recently. He actually was asking about the guy.
I don't think he hates us or anything, but
Dude, no.
I think he just wants to just completely avoid the situation.
No, he asked about you. He's like, how's Hope? How's Ant?
I called him.
Recently? Like in the last...
Oh, no, this goes back a couple years ago.
No, dude, this is a couple months ago. He's like, how are those guys, man? I want to say hello to them. None of it. He's got no animosity.
I have no problem with them anymore.
Nah, me neither.
Anymore.
It's like, what are you going to do?
It is called Dimension. Thank you. Yeah, Wolf Mother is fantastic. Absolutely. Jimmy, the Gregolog. And then we got Sam's on the hotline. Is he at the Pop-Tart
Let's
store?
go to Sam's, because he knows.
Sam?
Hi.
Hi, Sam.
Primetime Sam Roberts.
I'm reporting live on the scene at Pop-Tarts World.
At Pop-Tarts World?
Yes, Pop-Tarts World.
That's what it's called, okay. What's the scene down there? Paint a picture for the listeners, Sam.
Thank you, Sam Roberts.
It couldn't have worked better.
Did his phone crap out?
Yeah. Oh. Paint a picture. Cricket.
The only thing that would have made me happy is if we heard a faint car horn first, and then the phone went dead.
Yeah, just a...
Thank you, Sam Roberts, reporting from Pop-Tart World. He's
wow.
by.
Good.
We're
Sam?
right on the pulse of
Apparently,
pop
Pop-Tarts
culture.
World is not iPhone friendly.
Yeah, why?
Oh.
Why would it be in Manhattan? All right, guys.
Manhattan. How about Times Square, Manhattan?
Yeah.
Times Square.
Why don't you pick up a Pop-Tart and hold it against your face? You'll probably get better reception. Fucking AT&T piece of shit. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
But he's at the crossroads of the world.
Yes.
His phone should work.
There's no
One
signals.
would think. I would have.
You should get an Android. Fuck, I'm thinking of doing
iPhone killer.
Hey, don't make fun of my fucking, what is it called? The torch? I don't even know the name.
You know who the iPhone killer is?
AT&T. I'm getting my fucking BlackBerry torch.
Ah, shit.
I'm going to torch the competition. Sam?
So, yeah, there's not a ton of people here. There's plenty of room to walk around.
Yeah, it's not like a big grand opening where there's a lot of people because it's open, right?
How bad do you want him to start just throwing stuff around willy-nilly?
Can you make your own Pop-Tart?
No, you can pick your own Pop-Tart out of the machine, and you could get a variety pack of Pop-Tarts.
All right. Hey, what about this entranceway thing? What is this story?
What?
It's not. It's just a door.
I thought there was like this big thing that happened when you walked in.
No, it's just somebody in a Pop-Tarts t-shirt that says, "Welcome to Pop-Tarts World."
Isn't there? But no, there's supposed to be some kind of thing.
There's a light on the floor that says Pop-Tarts World.
What's going on?
I don't know. It's supposed to be a thing.
Hampton Fidel is here.
Who?
He sounds
Hampton
so thrilled.
Fidel from the CW11.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes.
This is an amazing call.
Are they going to go live?
No, they're taping.
They're taping?
They're taping? They're not even going to go live?
That sucks.
Is anyone else there from any other news organizations?
See, I thought there were because there were a bunch of cameras, and then I look at the people who were asking questions, and it's people in Pop-Tarts t-shirts. So it's just...
Oh, it's all internal.
Yes.
Well, Sam, this is just amazing. What kind of Pop-Tarts can you get? Can you rattle off some of the Pop-Tarts we've never heard of before?
Let us know.
Maybe we could go in this direction.
Cherry.
Cherry?
Yeah, strawberry.
We like strawberry.
S'mores.
S'mores.
Cookies and cream.
Mm-hmm.
Brown sugar, brown cinnamon sugar, whatever it's called. I know you like that.
I do too.
Sugar, cinnamon, yeah.
I asked for something fruity, like cherry or strawberry. They
the
have
producer
those.
tart.
There's a hole in it, too.
Well, there's a whole Pop-Tarts cafe where you can get a Pop-Tart and then put other toppings on it, like more frosting.
Yeah, it's like making your own
Yeah.
sundae type of thing, right?
Enough about the Pop-Tarts.
All right. Sam, I don't know. I guess it's not that exciting.
This was terrific, Sam.
Not.
I can make you guys a Pop-Tart t-shirt.
No,
You can make us a Pop-Tart t-shirt? What do you mean?
Well, they have like a little screen printer machine. You pick your design, and then you get to go home with your own design Pop-Tarts t-shirt.
Oh, can you put something really pornographic and awful on it?
No, you just pick the design. They have 30 designs, and you pick one.
Oh.
This sounds like the worst store
Fucking horrible.
ever. It's going to be closed in a month.
I hope so.
You know what the rent is in Times Square?
Yeah.
Dude, they're paying $1,000 a month to be there.
That's about right.
Perhaps
This will be the end of specialty stores, I think. I think the
they
Pop-Tart
went
stores
too
going to
far.
ruin it. Yes.
They went too far with this one.
Yes.
You think my multigrain Cheerios store is not going to do well? You can make your own hat out of Cheerios. There's going to be glue and lots of Cheerios. You can eat them dry or with milk or with a little milk or a lot of milk or make a hat or some socks. Cheerios socks. Stand in the Cheerios socks making line. That's great. Make an IUD out of multigrain Cheerios for small vaginas. Do you have a tiny vagina? Make a little ring for the hole of your cock and tinkle through it. Tinkle through your multigrain Cheerios.
Sam.
Did you guys give money to the intern for the Pop-Tarts?
I don't know. I don't remember pulling anything out of my pocket, motherfucker.
That's right.
They're giving them out free on the sidewalk.
I want brown sugar.
Yeah, we don't want a
want
Pop-Tart
free
from the
one.
sidewalk.
From the sidewalk? I want a special one. I want
Right.
either cherry or fucking strawberry. And no frosting.
I want brown sugar and a kiss.
I could just go to the A&P and pick them up.
Hey, who fucking shops at A&P? 1988?
Really? Atlantic and Pacific.
Yeah. Why don't you go to the Stop and Shop? My friend Marvin used to always make me laugh because he'd call it the Stop and Plop. Like you had to go there and shit.
Funny, 'cause you gotta shit.
When you're 13.
What? Find yourself a Bohax.
Yeah. Hey, could you stop at Corvettes and get me something, too? You twat. Hey, Sam, stop at Two Guys.
Yeah. Go to Klein's on the square.
Go to Woolworths and get me a burger.
One time, the cashier at Stop and Shop told my mom that they were merging with A&P and they were going to call it Stop and P.
And then your brother probably said,
Sam sucks a dick down there at the Pop-Tart store.
Why would I talk after that? That was the perfect one.
okay.
Just fuck them.
It's not like I don't talk over everybody all the fucking time.
But that was a good fucking
Hey,
Stop and Pee.
Hey,
the
Gutfeld thing?
Yeah, let's get into
Yes.
Greg's a fucking... I've talked about how smart he is. He really is.
Thanks, Jimmy.
You're right. I met you. Gutfeld's a dope. You.
I share the same name with this brilliant person.
Greggy.
But he has a really great way of looking at things. He's extremely logical, and he's very thorough.
Yeah, yeah.
And his idea about what he wants to do is getting people picking up on it. And it's a great fucking... he's not doing it out of anger, which is, again, what makes Colin so great, is he doesn't react out of anger all the time.
Mm-hmm. We can learn something about that.
Yes.
Hey,
What?
The show got beat up yesterday because of our discussion over the mosque. Because, you know, you got this freedom thing in America. So people are like, look, we got a freedom thing in America.
Fuck yourself.
So I think they were confused by our angle on the whole mosque at Ground Zero thing.
It's not about freedom. We don't say that the mosque is illegal or that mosques shouldn't exist. But the bottom line is that area was attacked in the name of Islam by radicals who don't represent most of Islam. And to want to put a mosque there is insulting, and it's really insensitive to use that term. But what bothers me is the way America has been trained to react is only sensitivity towards the feelings of Muslims.
Yeah.
Instead of the Islamic community going, you know what, guys, this is probably not the best place. Yes, we were affected by it, but this was an act that was perverted our religion. We don't need to make it about us and put a mosque here.
This isn't helping our cause.
Why do we have to be tolerant of their religion and they can't be tolerant of people's feelings?
Respectful, right.
And respectful and say, you know something, it just doesn't feel right building a mosque here. Let's find somewhere else to do it. Why?
That's it.
Why is it always us that has to sit there and be tolerant because we're Americans and it's freedom? You know what? Fuck them. I don't think it should be there. Yeah, there's freedom of religion, there's freedom of... but you know what? No, I don't think it's right that they fucking build it there. Fuck them. And it's a horrible, violent-based religion. It is.
And the past 9 years, I don't like the reaction of moderate Islam has been quiet in comparison with what it should be.
God forbid they say anything, get their head lopped off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, with that said...
So Gutfeld's a brilliant guy.
Yeah, because I wanted to clear that up, because, I mean, wow, it got people to react yesterday. Yeah, should I just play the Gregolog?
Yeah, Gregolog was his little thing, but he explained
and
it
you were
very
on
well.
last night, obviously.
I was on last night,
I
yeah.
didn't get to see you last night, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
I had, I did a special report. I was the correspondent for Eat, Pray, and Love, the film.
Ooh, really?
Yes, I hadn't seen it, but you'd think I had by my report. But his thing is very good. His Gregolog.
So the Muslim investors behind the construction of the new mosque near Ground Zero claim it's all about strengthening the relationship between the Muslim and non-Muslim world. As an American, I believe they have every right to build the mosque. After all, if they buy the land and follow the law, who can stop them? Which is why, in the spirit of outreach, I've decided to do the same thing. I'm announcing tonight that I am planning to build the first gay bar that caters not only to the West, but also to Islamic gay men. To best express my sincere desire for dialogue, the bar will be situated next to the mosque, Park 51, in an available commercial space. Now, I've already spoken to a number of investors who have pledged their support in this bipartisan bid for understanding and tolerance. As you know, the Muslim faith doesn't look kindly upon homosexuality, which is why I'm building this bar. It's an effort to break down barriers and reduce deadly homophobia in the Islamic world. The goal, however, is not simply to open a typical gay bar, but one friendly to Islamic faith. An entire floor, for example, will feature non-alcoholic drinks, since booze is forbidden by the faith. The bar will be open all day and night to accommodate men who wish to keep their sexuality under wraps, but still want to dance. Bottom line, I hope that the mosque owners will be as open to the bar as I am to their mosque. After all, the belief driving them to open up their center is really no different than mine. My place, however, will have better music. And if you disagree with me, you're a racist homophobe. Yes, you are.
That's brilliant.
How fucking... That's it right there.
That's great.
How great is that?
Very good.
And to want to open a gay bar, and again, in the spirit of tolerance and bridging the gaps.
Yes.
Right next door.
Right next door.
And he's got investors, too.
Oh, so this is a real thing.
Oh, yeah. It is a real thing. And that's the beauty of it. It's not just a funny monologue or more interesting than funny, but
yeah.
The fact is he's got investors for real. Oh, people should pass this idea around. It's great. Because, again, in the spirit of faith and bridging.
Of course, it's bridging the gaps between Muslim religion and America.
Absolutely.
Tolerance. They are a bit intolerant when it comes to homosexuality,
sure.
Although they practice it like fucking bandits.
Sure do.
So, yeah, building that place next door to the mosque, great idea. Mm-hmm. Great idea. Gutfeld's a genius.
He really is a smart guy, man. And he comes up with very, very interesting angles on things.
Yeah.
He doesn't allow anger to dictate. That was so well done. The way I would have done that would have been horrendous and counterproductive. Emotion.
What's the Norton response?
I think we should just, in the footprints of the towers, build 210-story mosques as a way of apologizing to Islam for having foreign policies which forced 9/11 on us.
That's a good idea.
It's our fault.
It is. It's always our fault.
Jim's response was a non-issue.
Oh, I like that.
You don't like hearing yourself, Jimmy?
I like that right there.
I don't mind at times.
Giant mosques.
Very good. All right, listen. We got to do them. We got to kind of do a speed round because there's too much really good stuff going on, and we got Ving Rhames coming in at 9.
Yeah.
This JetBlue story rules.
That's a good one. I like this.
At first, when I just heard kind of the headline, I'm thinking, I can't wait to beat the shit out of the flight attendant. Then you read the story and go, this guy could be the greatest guy on earth right now.
Yeah, he's starting to pick up some steam as far as people liking him.
Yeah. So who knows the story? Jimmy, you want to walk us through
I haven't. I don't know the whole thing. He had some kind of. It was a flight from Pittsburgh. It was like an Embraer, which is like usually like 51 seaters or so, and it was. I guess he was having a bad day. I guess the other flight attendants knew he was having a rough day, and when the plane landed, I guess a lot of the people stood up, and he got into a verbal altercation with one of the people. And when they opened the thing, I've heard a man and a woman, so I don't know who it was, but when they opened the overhead compartment, it smashed him in the head, and he just lost it, and he got on the loudspeaker, and he said something, and the person told him to go fuck himself. So maybe he had been a dick as a flight attendant, too. He sounds like he was being a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
And he gets over the loudspeaker, and he said something like...
Oh, I got his quote here.
What exactly was the quote?
Well, you're right. The passenger just said, fuck off to the flight attendant who got,
What an asshole.
But again, who knows? Some flight attendants are cunty. Who knows? If he was in a bad mood, he may have been an annoying flight attendant.
Yeah, but annoying flight attendant and just saying fuck off when you hit someone in the head.
So then Slater, the flight attendant, goes, to the fucking ass that told me to fuck off. It's been a good 28 years. And then what he proceeded to do it will go down in history.
He
grabbed 2 bottles of beer.
He grabbed his knapsack and a beer.
2.
Yeah.
He wanted more than one. He grabbed 2 beers.
It's a 2-beer kind of a fucking thing he did.
And then he pulled the emergency chute.
Pulled the emergency fucking slide for the door and just slid out onto the runway.
Threw his bag down first and then slid with the 2 beers in his hand.
And went home.
And marched across the tarmac.
I quit.
And then went home and had sex with his boyfriend.
Had gay sex with his gay boyfriend.
And by the way,
yes, I was very disappointed he had to leave.
This guy rules.
the best part is look at the kind of car he drove. It's in there.
Is it?
It's just so perfect.
Is it a Saturn?
No.
I don't know where it is. Jimmy.
Miata?
Help me out here. Making me read the whole article to find the fucking car.
It was a Jeep Wrangler.
Oh,
Wrangler.
Funny.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, and I said this, he had probably just quit smoking, and I thought, I wonder if he had quit drinking, and that's why he grabbed 2 beers, because that would explain the mood change or the rage or whatever. That would explain something.
Yeah.
And then as I'm reading this, did you read the rest of the fucking article?
The Facebook page?
Yeah, man.
The only book he references on his Facebook page is Alcoholics Anonymous, 12 and 12.
Oh, okay. So he decided, I'm done.
And it says,
I need a fucking drink.
It said something about how he had been living his life free of alcohol and drugs one day at a time. I don't remember. That was a quote in the paper.
Yikes.
And I don't know if he relapsed or if he was about to relapse or if he had already relapsed and just who knows.
Yeah.
But I hope he didn't, man.
He just snapped.
Yeah.
But he snapped in a good way. Instead of killing everybody around him, he did something that we'll be talking about
fucking
in a fun way for a while.
Himself pretty much.
But that sounds like somebody jonesing for something, whether it's a cigarette or a drink. That's how you're just crazy and you're like, fuck it. And you had that one crazy moment.
But he went on the PA and he's just hurling obscenities towards the passengers. Then he pulls the fucking ripcord on the fucking emergency chute to make a dramatic escape and then just marches across the tarmac.
It's like, I'm done. Fuck is all.
What did he say? It's been a good 28 years?
Yeah, he made a mistake.
Wow.
He did 20 years.
20 years?
Because he's only 38, I guess he started, or 39, so he started, at 19, I guess.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Must have been the young.
Meltdown was preceded by an
man.
argument with a passenger whose sources said told Slater to fuck off after being told by Slater not to remove baggage from the overhead compartment. Passenger insisted on opening the overhead compartment anyway, hitting Slater in the head with the door as it dropped down.
That's, by the way,
he
him
said, fuck this, I don't need this shit anymore.
Him jumping out of that fucking chute and doing that saved that passenger's teeth. Because that's probably that was probably he had a moment where he was going to behave extraordinarily violently towards the guy, like probably biting his nose or getting out of there.
One of the articles I read, they don't know really what to charge him with.
They shouldn't charge him. I mean, he fucked up, but he snapped.
They're not really sure what to charge the guy with.
What
they'll
did
have to charge him with something.
Initially,
they arrested him.
They arrested him on.
I don't know. It's not in this article.
I can't remember what it was called.
Well, they got investigators. I guess they had to bring him in for some questioning, right? They didn't even hold him back. Yeah, I don't know.
You could get anyone on disturbing.
Sure.
That's like the easiest thing to arrest.
I bet you
on.
get some very minor charge in the end.
It'll probably be dropped. And
it seems like
the company obviously is firing him.
Hopefully he'll go to alcohol treatment if he's been drinking. Maybe that will just get him back on the right path or something.
Criminal mischief and reckless endangerment.
Oh, right, that was it. Criminal mischief.
What's the reckless endangerment?
Emergency shoot.
When you open up that fucking door and do that.
Endangerment, that keeps people safer. Another way to exit the plane.
Well, if the plane is fucked, but if you're just doing it to leave with a beer or two, that seems to be a problem.
And they might charge him for the money because it might cost them money to have that done. Like,
to roll that hole.
Yeah.
To roll that thing back up. I bet it's not an easy.
A ridiculous amount of money.
I bet you it grounds the plane for a month or something.
Yeah,
it's some
stupid.
It's something they just don't want to happen. Gotta roll it back up.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
I don't know. I think he's fucking a hero, and I think now he's going to be a media star. He's going to be on all the fucking shows.
His getting arrested during his gay sex romp is fantastic.
It's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Just was he balls deep in his boyfriend's ass?
Oh.
Just come here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 1 minute. Okay, be right there. Fucking gay.
Amazing. We got 2 911 calls.
From?
Anything better than 911 calls, people?
I submit to you, no.
Now, we got 2 to play.
Okay.
Play the one you don't think is as good as the other one, Ant.
Of course.
So we end with a bang with the 911 call segment.
Yeah.
Woman calls 911 for a date, or Guy calls 911 for a ride to a liquor store.
I would say date first.
Date first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Date first.
Although they're very close, both of them.
All right.
Interesting story here. An Ohio woman was in dire need of help last week when she called 911.
Why do they have to read this like it's fucking...
in dire need for help.
At one time, I just want a newsreader to go, well, wait till you hear what this asshole did.
Yeah.
Instead of making it all very serious and highbrow.
5 times. The police listened but didn't rush to help her.
Hi, this is Norwood 911. I'm having a hard time getting, a hold of Dateline and stuff. Everybody wants to put me around. My name's Claudia Music.
Basically, the woman trying to find a date. Police now say Bernadette Music was drunk and eventually did get a date, but not the one she had in mind. In September, she has a date now with a judge to face disorderly conduct charges. Police arrested her for misusing the 911
So she thought she was calling like an automated match.com.
Yeah, it was not Match, no.
No, it was not Match. Slabo in Philly, thank you. It costs $20,000 and they can only be used once. The emergency shoots.
Oh wow, yeah, I guess they.
Are you shitting me?
Seems like the guy knows.
20
His name's
large?
Slabo. Come on.
Slabo would know.
Slabo has to know.
Slabo does know more than us. That bothers me. That bothers me.
I think you made the right choice because that
it was hard audio to hear.
It was like real audio.
Yeah, I want to hear this guy now.
All right, this guy.
Man in Florida is in some hot water after calling 911 last week and asking for help. Listen carefully. This is what you call, well, to put it politely, not a smart move. That's because this 57-year-old man called the police looking for a ride to the liquor store. Not once, not twice, but 3 times he did it.
God,
the man's heavily slurred speech is difficult to understand, but he swears the sheriff offered to give him a ride.
Oh.
This is 911.
That's great.
It's Kenny.
Oh, that guy has a problem.
It's either Sylvester Stallone or the guy's really fucking hammered.
911. You need a ride?
Yeah, to the liquor store.
Well, he did eventually.
That's drinking a little too much.
Liquor.
You need a ride?
Yeah, to the liquor store.
Well, he did eventually get that ride, just not where he wanted to go. After the 3rd call, police arrested him, drove him to jail, and he posed for this mugshot.
Oh, they got a mugshot, huh?
Boy, yeah.
If you want the rest of the call, I have it here.
Is it good?
This is the full call.
Is it good?
I hope, yeah.
All right.
It's got to be good. Listen to this guy.
I know his voice is just fantastic.
This is 911.
I need a ride.
You need a ride?
Yeah, to the liquor store. Sheriff says she give me a ride.
Okay, you're going to have to call somebody else, sir. You called 911. We can't come give you a ride.
Even the sheriff says she can give me a ride now.
The sheriff said they give you a ride to the liquor store?
That's correct.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Let's just do the rest of our show like this guy.
I'm just going to talk. What's his name? McMahon? Irish, huh? Well, there you go. Oh, well.
Why are stereotypes?
Why are stereotypes?
Yes. That's when 2 fish are talking at the same time.
Why are they always true?
I know
That's why they become stereotypes.
Exactly.
Yeah, they just are. You're not supposed to use them or acknowledge them or anything, but God, they are so based in fact.
D-Boy's here today. He had an incident on a train.
Oh, yeah, we never did ask him about that.
Nope.
D-Boy.
You have to do a YouTube search on best drunk dude ever attempts to buy more beer.
We've seen that.
Is that a good one though? At least the listener was good.
I think you guys. I think some people thought it was fake. I kind of happen to believe that it's probably real. Okay. But it's just some guy stumbling around a convenience store trying to buy more beer.
All right, yeah, we did.
Yeah, he falls over a bunch of times. It's hysterically funny.
You want to see? You want to see how the news does the JetBlue story? Or it doesn't matter?
I don't have no interest in them. Is it bad though? Is it actually?
I don't know. I'm just, out of curiosity, they can't have fun with anything.
A man was arrested today on the JetBlue
Talk about a flight or flying the coop.
What about a woman smears dirty diaper on car during a road rage incident?
Wow, that's filthy.
Hey man, this just gave me a great idea.
See what happens?
I like this idea.
Smearing shit diaper on a car.
I bet it's a really shitty drive.
That's right.
People were having a good time here at the Fayette County Fair on Saturday up until the time of a traffic accident. It backed up drivers over there on Dunbar Road. And that's where an unusual road rage occurred. The traffic jam leaving the fairgrounds tested the patience of many drivers. Melanie Campbell says she became entangled in a confrontation with another driver who state police identify as 23-year-old Jessica Hollis. What ignited the confrontation is unclear, but what followed was explicit road rage.
When she opened her mouth, she was completely out of her mind, just screaming foul language.
Campbell shows us how Hollis reportedly threw a used diaper at Campbell's car, while her 12-year-old twin sat in the rear passenger seats.
She threw the diaper and it fell short of the car.
There's no reason to throw a diaper at somebody.
Did you think the dirty diaper was coming at you?
Yeah, I did.
Campbell says it was obvious Hollis wasn't satisfied with just the verbal assault and throwing the used diaper at her car.
Because then she picked it back up and smeared it all over our window. If she would have just cursed at me, if she would have just thrown the diaper to no result, I wouldn't have felt that I needed to involve the police.
But Campbell did call police, and Hollis is charged with harassment.
Yeah, but that's why she smeared the diaper.
Yeah.
Because you weren't reacting to the cursing and shit.
Yeah. You're just sitting there. You get upset.
When you're in a road rage incident, you want to make it hurt for the person that did you wrong, right, Anthony?
Yes.
I want to know what this woman did to inspire someone to smear shit on her window.
I love it.
You know how annoying she must have been on the fucking road?
I fucking love it.
Yeah, somebody screwed up there.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So, we got that going on,
which is nice.
Where's our stuff?
Piranha 3D. He said 8:30 he was going out for it. He still has to walk back.
I mean, our DVDs.
God damn.
8:30.
8 o'clock.
He said 8? That was his schedule? 8 o'clock DVDs, 8:30 Pop-Tarts?
Not the same person, I hope.
Here's what you deal with Windows. Your program stops working.
Right.
You try to click off of it, and you get the round blue circle that just spins and spins, so you don't have a mouse icon anymore, so you can't close anything down. So you do the Alt-Delete, bring up the task manager. I can't even get to processes or application, because the blue thing is still just spinning. How about a force quit like fucking Mac has, you cock fuck ass?
How come it does
that?
Did
you unplug it?
Why? Why can't the fucking thing just stop working?
Force quit's
I want the fucking program to stop.
Ways I could develop Pop-Tart sushi and ways to wrap it, and stumbled upon the fruit
making me
wrapper,
feel better.
and the rest is history, as they say.
Oh, it's
So
Pop-Tart
there's
sushi.
a fruit wrapper on the outside, and then
Run through one real quick. I've got a mixture of raspberry, blueberry, and wild berry Pop-Tarts. Form it just like you would rice in a regular sushi roll.
Oh, okay.
Cap the ends a little bit.
Big fatso.
Grab the wrapper. Give it a quick roll over. Tuck the ends a little bit. And then we're going to treat it just like a regular nori roll or sushi roll. Yeah.
So, okay, this has been pretty popular this morning. You've got a line of
This is why the
people
world hates us,
just
by the
waiting.
way.
How's it
Yeah,
taste?
we're
I
making
mean,
Pop-Tart sushi.
There you go, my friend.
I haven't eaten a Pop-Tart since I was like 4 years old.
Just eat it and shut up, shiny head.
Got it.
Fucking
I
gossip.
don't normally eat sweets. I'm one of those low carbers, but I'm going to try this one, Mike, because you
Bet
told
if
me
there was
to.
a watermelon
One bite,
Pop-Tart, you would eat it.
You put it all in at one time, or how's it work?
Etiquette would say one bite.
Enough already. Just eat the fucking Pop-Tart.
To my mouth.
Oh.
A little tacky.
It's pretty good, though.
Yeah, thank
It
you.
is pretty
We're gonna
good.
be talking
It is
more
pretty
about
good. Don't
Pop-Tart
touch
World.
me,
I'm
I
trying
tell
to
'em.
digest this, but I'm going to get Al to show you the number of people that are here. We're behind the counter there.
Wow.
Of
There's
people
gotta be
here
7
this
people
morning.
in this
Open
store.
at
There are no
7:30
people
this
there.
morning. All those people waiting to get their Pop-Tart.
Let's see if Sam's in there.
Greg
Where's
and
Sam?
Rosanna, and I'm going to try to chew this quickly and tell you a little bit more about what's going on in our next segment, but we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Why is this guy laughing like he's reporting from a mess factory?
Meanwhile, I did. Thank you for the strawberry Pop-Tart. I haven't eaten them in a long time.
Who cares?
This one's like a double-decker. I mean,
They took 2 and they put it together.
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I'm really getting
Very
a sugar rush.
fascinating.
Upper decker.
Very pretty. Thank you very much to
That's
all
a
our
chocolate
friends at
Pop-Tart in your
Thank
septic
you.
tank.
the Pop-Tart store. Good luck.
Why did they get
Coming
their
up with the
Pop-Tarts
news. A little
before
girl
we
from
did,
New Jersey
Sam?
with the mysterious-
Yes, Sam.
They got their Pop-Tarts before we got our
Come on,
Pop-Tarts.
Sam.
He sent an intern. That's what happens.
Who'd we send?
Intern Dustin is still down there trying to figure out how to get Pop-Tarts. I gave him instructions that he should use that he wasn't going to be able to get them at the Pop-Tart Cafe because that's for specialty products. He was going to need to use the varietizer.
The varietizer.
Yeah, the varietizer.
Oh, so you can't just get them from the counter?
No, there's no counter. It's either that you go to the cafe.
Is it? What was that guy standing behind?
The sushi.
That's the cafe.
area.
That's where you get specialty items like Rice Krispie treats with Pop-Tarts or celery with peanut butter and Pop-Tarts.
Celery.
Or carrots with peanut. Those are ants on a log.
Are they trying to make it like what? Are they
Ants
trying
on
to
a
make
log?
it healthy?
Yeah, I guess so. They crumple up
Ants on a
Pop-Tart.
log.
Or, of course, the sushi Pop-Tarts, which is what they're really pushing, which is the Pop-Tarts wrapped in fruit roll-up. But you can't just go up to the counter and ask for a regular Pop-Tart. So he's got to get it in the make-your-own box of Pop-Tarts varietizer.
I wish he was explaining this while a bunch of Muslims in ski masks stood behind him holding a sword. Like this was his beheading speech.
Yes.
I got the scoop for you guys today.
What do you got?
That's it. What I just said.
Oh.
Well, that's
That was fascinating.
There's a Pop-Tart
Shit, I
store.
wish I was paying attention.
Yeah.
Today's big story, Pop-Tart store. And by the way, they say it's Times Square. It's off of Times Square. It's not in Times Square.
Oh, is it?
Rent's a little cheaper off Times Square.
It's on 42nd Street, but it's between Broadway and 6th, a little closer to 6th.
They're gonna
that's not really
need
Times
that
Square.
not Times Square property when rent comes along because
Yeah.
it didn't look like a lot of people were in the facility.
No,
to tell
it
you
was
the truth.
absolutely not a lot of people.
Was it
There
a madhouse?
No, there wasn't a madhouse.
Madhouse.
There was no one online, and you knew it was a weak showing because instead of letting people line up and then actually opening the doors at 8:30 like they said they were going to,
Yeah.
I got there at like 8:10. The doors were wide open, and there was like 7 people inside just milling about.
I love the Pop-Tart store is a bust.
Bomb.
Well,
It's a bomb.
And like I said, you could get the custom-made Pop-Tart shirts or the real Pop-Tart shirts if you're looking for the real deal.
Why?
It's a
get the
blue T-shirt
shirt?
that says Pop-Tarts.
Especially since we're we're trying to eat healthier like Americans are trying to. You should open this in the Midwest somewhere. In Times Square, I mean, I know you get a lot of tourists.
That's true.
But hopefully
Yeah,
this will
why?
be a bust.
It won't be.
I noticed.
I smell bomb. Bomb.
I
It's
noticed-
just gonna be awful.
The strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts in the varietizer. So if you want strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts, I don't know what variety you asked for.
What comes out of the varietizer? Is it packaged?
Pop-Tarts.
Is it? Yeah,
Yes.
but the Pop-Tart doesn't just slam down into a fucking bin.
It's not Willy Wonka's factory.
Yeah, what does it do?
You know how in a traditional box of Pop-Tarts...
Stop saying the word Pop-Tarts. How are you going to say it? We know what they are.
Anyway, you know
Yeah.
how traditionally in a box of pastries, you'll get
Toaster pastries.
You'll get 2 tarts in a package, and the box will be full of packages.
Uh-huh.
So a box of 12 tarts will actually have 6 packages.
Yes.
Yes.
In the varietizer, you can pick which packages you want. So what will come out is 2 tarts packaged in foil of whatever variety you've chosen in a custom varietized box.
It comes out in the box, or you got to put it in the box?
No. You got to put it in the box.
Oh, I thought it was all mechanical. That would be amazing.
No, when I
That'd
say
be cool.
custom box, I mean everything out of the varietizer has the same box. It's just different from the one in the
Oh,
stores.
it just says varietizer on it.
Why don't they hire some illegals to just put your Pop-Tart box together for you?
Yeah, that'd be
I don't
nice.
know. I noticed they were
This
just
sounds terrible. Whose idea was this? Who backed
Kellogg's.
this?
Kellogg's. Country of fat pigs, and that's why.
They're
God, I want
trying
one.
too hard. They're just trying too hard to make something that isn't anything.
That didn't need to be
Like, it doesn't
made
need
better.
a specialty store.
Nothing worse than making something that doesn't need to be better.
I know.
They had some kind
enough
of
already.
lemon sandwich type thing where it was
No, I don't
Pop-Tarts.
like the lemon sandwich Pop-Tart. I don't like the things out of the varietizer. My family wants a regular Pop-Tart.
Yeah. You can't feed a family, a couple girls a little plump.
Plump?
I like your product. Like your Pop-Tart. I'm a Southern man.
Can we call
We
it the
don't
greatest
eat-
phone call ever?
It is the greatest call ever. Sausages. Sausage.
I'm a Southern man. We don't like vanilla and chocolate Pop-Tarts too close together.
Also, yes, the staff now.
Oh,
Sam.
yes.
What was going on with the staff working there?
Let me tell you something.
They were a little dark, is what
Is it a
Anthony's getting at.
No, Opie, I want to know if they're practicing diversity.
Oh, yes.
At the Pop-Tart
Well,
store.
as you said, it's Times Square. It's the center of the world.
Crossroads.
Crossroads of the world.
Yeah.
And yes, every part of the world is represented at Pop-Tarts World.
Yeah.
I mean, I did speak to one Caucasian girl who was informing me that, I don't know if you guys knew this, but frosted strawberry and non-frosted brown sugar are the two best-selling varieties of Pop-Tarts.
Wow. Look at me nailing one of them.
I didn't know that at all.
Because people make fun of me because I don't have fucking frosting on my Pop-Tarts.
And I asked her, how come sometimes when I go to the grocery store I can't find cherry Pop-Tarts? That's my favorite.
Keep saying it, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, you're right.
He keeps saying Pop-Tarts.
And
I'm defeated.
But what I'm saying is she said that every store determines what they carry, what varieties. But if I was really
What do you
looking...
mean every store? There's
For
a,
ins-
there's
no.
gonna be a franchise?
Like supermarkets. Like, I can't go to my supermarket and find cherry Pop-Tarts. But I can go to Pop-Tarts World, or, and this is something that I learned and something I'll share with you guys, part of the scoop, PopTartsWorld.com.
Oh.
And that's
What can I get
someplace
there?
you can get any variety, including cherry.
Instantly? Is it
No,
like Netflix Instant?
They would mail it to you.
I don't want... But why would I have Pop-Tarts mailed to me?
Who wants Pop-Tarts mailed to them?
Pop-Tarts aren't important.
They're
enough
not
to have a
FedEx
store.
items.
They're not important enough to be mailed to you. They're not important enough to customize. They're fucking... It's something that if it's around, you'll fucking eat it.
It's a mediocre, fattening breakfast treat.
This is the dumbest fucking store I've ever heard of.
So why is it the news calling them out?
They're all psyched. The guy was laughing his ass off. He's laughing like he was at a mess factory.
How many fucking sushi Pop-Tart rolls do you think that guy's got to make?
Oh, he pops one in his mouth. Back to you in the studio. Oh, Pop-Tarts.
It's crazy down here.
I haven't had one since I was a kid.
Really?
Since I was being chased by white people. Is that the varietizer?
That's it. That's the
wow,
varietizer.
look at the size of it.
That looks Willy Wonka-ish.
It does, right?
Look,
They're
that's
going for a Willy
necessary.
Wonka thing.
so hard to make this a Times Square big thing. Do you think they're nervous? Do you think the investors are like, oh, shit.
This better work.
Oh, no, there's not many people here.
Like I said a minute ago, cherry is my favorite variety of Pop-Tarts. And so I had my photo taken with a large box of cherry Pop-Tarts.
No, you didn't. Wow, look at that.
Look how big the box is.
Let me see.
It's a giant box.
Can I see your phone?
I'll just show it to you from here.
Look.
Oh, wow.
Opie, we are so close to... That is the closest ever to
All
being
right,
next
don't
to the
even-
giant Pop-Tart
Yeah.
from NEW.
This is why we'll never listen to idiots when it comes to our show. All we need is the people in this room.
Why does
Sorry,
it say
Travis, you're in the other
Pop-Tarts varietizer on top of the varietizer,
Yeah.
and then it says again, Pop-Tarts varietizer?
Oh, I guess that's because they
Is
realized
that redundant?
Very redundant.
the varietizer is so tall that you can only see the Pop-Tarts varietizer sign up top when
Where
you're
it
far
says
back from it.
Pop-Tarts.
But when you get closer, you wouldn't be able to see the sign above the Pop-Tarts varietizer machine.
Well, you know, people, all they want to do is talk about Pop-Tarts now. We got Pete in Canada. Pete, go ahead.
What's his favorite
He's
variety?
very excited. Go ahead, Pete.
Jimmy's right, guys. You got to stop saying Pop-Tarts.
Why? This is... People need to understand...
I feel bloated. I feel bloated from 5 minutes of driving to work.
One thing people need to realize is this is a show that puts our own spin on whatever the top news stories of the day are.
Right.
Today's top news story happens to be the opening of Pop-Tarts World right here in New York City.
Talking about Pop-Tarts makes me have to take a couple of Tums.
Oh.
Toaster strudels, anyone?
Boo! No!
What?
Yo!
Toaster strudels, Jimmy?
They roll.
Anything but Pop-Tarts. Anything.
Where's Toaster Strudel's World?
Toaster
Probably opening up soon.
What are you, Mike Bublé?
Michael Bublé.
I call him Mike.
Oh, you must know him.
All I did yesterday for about a couple hours anyway was watch Mike Bublé
watch him lisp. Watch him lisp his way through songs.
He'll probably end up at Pop-Tarts World. It seems to be the place to be for celebrities.
Today, huh?
Well, I'm sure as it keeps going.
Do you think some celebrities are going to be like shown, like the New York Post is going to take a picture? Hey, look who was at Pop-Tarts World.
Well, like I said, I was only there for 15 to 20 minutes, and I already saw Tamsin Fidel.
I don't know who that is.
She's the one who dragged her husband to Sex and the City a couple years ago, and you make fun of her every time she's on TV.
Oh, she was there, huh?
WPIX 11.
What'd she do?
She dragged her husband to see
but
Sex
how did
and the
she
City
say
too.
Like if he didn't go, he was going to be in trouble?
Something like that.
I told him, you're going.
Right.
But now he's finally going to get payback because she'll surely come home with a brand new box of Pop-Tarts for him.
Went to Pop-Tarts World. $3.95 for the box. Very good. But $9.69 to ship it.
You're going to pay $15 for a box of Pop-Tarts.
Why would you ship them?
Why ship them when they're readily available?
You're in Times Square. You're one of these dumb Midwestern fucking rubes.
A rube?
I think it's for, like, say...
So you buy Pop-Tarts and then you have them mail them out for you.
A rube.
Or
sorry, rubes.
Someone like myself, I'd be in Westchester and couldn't find my favorite variety of Pop-Tarts, cherry in this case.
Cherry.
In the store.
Jimmy, he's still saying Pop-Tarts.
It's not even about... I feel like wrestling. I'm so angry I can't speak. I don't know why.
Jimmy is so mad.
It's not even about the Pop-Tarts. No. I'm in such a fucking horrendous mood. After Danny's story, it ruined my day. It ruined my fucking day.
It really ruined it.
Ruined my day.
Well, hopefully the Pop-Tarts are on their way.
That would be nice.
And I'm wondering where the fucking movies are.
Yeah, where's our movie? A lot of stress going on right now. And are we getting our movies?
Well,
I was in charge of the Pop-Tarts only.
And I just got word that Ving Rhames has canceled.
No, he didn't.
No way.
Here's Club Soda Kenny, everybody.
Didn't get you.
No.
Hello.
Fuck. What's up with the movies, Kenny?
They're on a scavenger hunt.
For Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
This is not going to make Jimmy happy.
Well, they don't have
Pulp Fiction's a great fucking readily available movie.
Well, not as readily available as you might think.
Where'd they go?
I think. Where?
Well, the only stores that were open
Pop-Tarts
early,
World?
Barnes and Nobles were 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they're checking. They're on a tour of Barnes and Nobles, and then 9 o'clock Best Buys open up.
Best Buy will have it, definitely.
We're telling Barnes and Noble.
No, Nobles.
There's no S in Noble.
Barnes and Nobles.
Barnes is in Nobles.
Yeah, a very noble store.
Barnes and Elias.
That's funny.
What the fuck?
Should we break that? Because he's supposed to be here at 9, right?
Yeah, we'll break and get Ving Rhames in here.
Is
He's
he here?
promoting
Is he in the
Piranha
building or
3D.
No, he's not here yet.
Is he doing our show first?
That I don't know. GH.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Why would we get something first?
But you know something? The delay might help us out with the movies.
I hope he's still,
Yeah.
And where's our fucking Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, weren't we supposed to get Pop-Tarts from
wait,
Pop-Tarts
Sam
World?
wants to talk.
Sam, where are our Pop-Tarts?
Well, you have to understand.
Where are they, Sam?
Well, you have to understand that it's opening day, so the Pop-Tarts machine...
Look, I saw the fucking...
It's not the Pop-Tarts machine.
It's the varietizer.
I'm sorry, you're right. The Pop-Tarts varietizer had a bit of a line. And
I've seen everybody in that store on the news. There's no one there doing anything.
There weren't a lot of people. But you have to, it's not just a traditional vending machine, it's the Pop-Tarts varietizer. So you have to...
He's going to kill himself.
Oh my
you
God.
have to give your credit card information.
Sam, I got to
What?
stop, because look at Jimmy. He can't take
You
that.
got to pay with a credit card?
Yes, you can't pay with cash in the
For
Pop-Tarts
Pop-Tarts?
varietizer.
Why?
Jimmy's because he really is.
I wish to take
futuristic.
a break. Ving Rhames will be on the show.
Maybe we can get Dave Mustaine to sign a Pop-Tart.
I wonder what his favorite variety is.
Will you shut up?
God,
okay.
I'd love to ask him for allowed.
Maybe strawberry milkshake.
Oh, the Pop-Tarts have arrived.
Wait till you see the Pop-Tarts varietizer boxes.
Look at the bag. Look at that.
That's
Let's
a
see.
Dwayne Reed bag.
Oh,
Jimmy, could you
shit.
go through
I didn't
the,
know. I thought it was a Pop-Tart bag.
What do we got in there?
Oh,
some Pop-Tart sushi.
We got
Pop-Tart sushi.
Wow, look at that.
This is the Pop-Tarts fudge brownies and the Pop-Tarts peach blueberry cobbler. This is the Pop-Tarts.
They don't look like Pop-Tarts.
Well, no, they're mushed up Pop-Tarts inside other desserts. This is the Pop-Tarts cinnamon roll bun and the Pop-Tarts caramel green apple bar.
That kind of looks good.
This is the Pop-Tarts chocolate chunk peanut butter blondie, and this is the Pop-Tarts wild something.
Was that broccoli in there?
Where did he go to the fucking Planned Parenthood dumpster varietizer?
This is the Pop-Tarts chunky triple chocolate cookie, and this is the Pop-Tarts Snackerdoodle.
Oh, you shit! You perfect shot.
You dropped the
Opie just
Pop-Tarts.
wailed. What did you throw?
A water bottle.
A water
Knocking
bottle
down the
wailed
pile
into
of
the
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tart pile, and they all went on the floor. What a great fucking shot!
Any forks?
Oh, did you smash that?
We'll get some. This is the free Pop-Tarts, the brown sugar cinnamon free sample, frosted.
And there's the varietizer box.
This
wow.
is it. This is the Pop-Tarts varietizer box. On the top it says Pop-Tarts World, New York City.
So the box itself is a souvenir. What's the matter, Jim? You just tried some of the Pop-Tart sushi?
My first and last piece of Pop-Tart sushi.
It's horrible.
Fucking wrap it in fruit roll-up, cunts.
Seaweed probably wouldn't be that good.
Can I have a fork? I want to try something.
You don't need it in fruit roll-ups. Just make it plain.
What's in the varietizer box?
Well, see, most boxes of Pop-Tarts is just one flavor.
Yes.
Maybe two, usually just one.
Yeah.
In this box, because it came from the Pop-Tarts varietizer and Pop-Tarts World, you have the...
I hate the way he says this.
What?
I want to punch him in the mouth.
All we have to do is turn off his mic, and for some reason I just can't do it.
I know,
Well,
I'm compelled to keep listening, but I want to hit him.
The Pop-Tarts chocolate chip cookie dough, frosted. Oh, I know what this is for. Unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts.
That would go to Opie.
Thank you.
Frosted ice cream sandwich Pop-Tarts.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
This is very traditional. Unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
That would be mine.
Even the classics you can get at Pop-Tarts World.
I bet that's mine.
Frosted orange cream Pop-Tarts.
Wait, you want the strawberry unfrosted?
I probably would. Unless, what's the last one?
Why is Love Buzz marching into the studio?
One fork?
There's three people who are
Jesus,
talent here.
Love Buzz.
What's
You're
wrong with you, Love
stupid.
Buzz?
I told you he was stupid, remember?
You're really stupid.
Why?
You're a jerk.
Well, one fork.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing if it's
And-
for
I'm
you.
taking a little sliver of the top here if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
It looks like
You take
intern
that.
Dustin.
Just a little taste.
No, I probably won't even eat it.
Oh.
Intern.
I don't-
Oh, Ving is on his way up. We're taking a break.
Well,
shit.
if he
Well,
is he
you
coming to
didn't-
us at 9? We might have to wait.
He's coming here first.
First.
Well, take a quick break.
Yeah, quick.
Quick, go.
Quick, go, now.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
What else about the Pop-Tart, Sam?
I like Sarah Polly. She's kind of funny looking, cute.
What are you talking about?
She was in Go. Oh, Dawn of the Dead.
Can I see that?
The unrated. No, you're going to break it.
Oh.
This movie's great.
Can I see that? E-Rock.
Thank you.
Jimmy, can I see your DVD?
You see with your eyes.
What?
See with your eyes, not with your hands. That's what I say.
Can I see that?
Why?
Something.
I want to look at it.
No. I'll show you later. Send you a picture of it. I'd be happy to text you a photo.
E-Rock, what's going on today?
Ving Rhames is here.
Yeah, he'll be here in a little bit. Steve was saying that he's on his way up.
Oh.
He meant the DVDs, not Ving. It was just a miscue.
I wanted some pointers on how to get fucked in the ass with a ball gag.
Give some pointers, you mean. I plugged this on Red Eye last night, our big Ving Rhames interview.
Nice.
I certainly did.
I like it.
I'll have another bite of Pop-Tart.
I thought you didn't like them.
Who doesn't love
Hey,
Pop-Tarts?
those are the brown sugar ones.
He likes his little Pop-Tarts. Yeah.
I'll have one bite.
No, that's fine.
Well, it
I
doesn't
don't
matter
care.
because we can't toast them anymore.
I don't care.
Pop-Tarts without.
Let me see Sarah
the
Polly. You got a
toasting part
picture?
Sucks. Oh, yeah.
See, she's kind of, there's a cutie thing
yeah.
going on
Who
with
is
her.
that bitch?
She was in Dawn of the Dead, and she was also in Go. Know that. Yeah, something about her. She got them funny-looking teeth and shit.
Nah, she's pretty good looking, man.
Yeah. When she smiles, she's got them weird, like, goofy teeth. It's cool. I don't mind her. Everyone's running around like crazy. Is it because Ving Rhames is here? Hey, this deep boy.
Is he on his way up?
Yeah?
Steve disappeared.
Yes. Oh, well, that's what he does best. Yes, I disappear. Let's see what we got.
What are all those?
Plot of Piranha 3D.
How many things are there?
Right, Ving Rhames stars in the movie as Deputy Fallon.
Dave's gone.
Elizabeth Shue is in this.
Oh, okay.
Eli
Yeah.
Roth,
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd, Richard Dreyfuss, and of course the great and talented Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah.
What is this about the film having supposed to do a panel at Comic-Con, but the Comic-Con people reportedly thought the footage was inappropriate?
Really?
What does that mean?
Well, we're going to find out.
That better be true, because if he goes, I don't know what you're talking about, motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Anthony, a quickie as we wait for him. Mm-hmm. Your pal Snooki there. You love the Snooks. Says she's too pretty for prison.
She is a dunce. Just a fucking waste.
Sam, Snooki's too pretty for prison.
I agree.
Yeah.
Someone like her get taken advantage of.
What a fucking slob.
Stop it.
A slob, I tell you.
What a pig.
Snooki?
You think Ronnie and Sammy Sweetheart are going to work it out?
I don't think so.
They're meant for
Let me
each other,
tell
those
you.
two.
Because Ronnie is just, he's
What do
creeping.
you think, Ant? Ronnie and Sammy Sweetheart, are they going to patch it up?
I don't know.
They're
I
obviously,
don't care.
They're obviously in love with each other.
There's nothing I could care less
It's
about.
it's a fine love story happening right in
cool.
front
Look,
of our eyes.
Ving
I think it's
Rhames.
going to have a happy ending. That's not Ving Rhames.
Oh, shit. I made a mistake. I thought it was.
Did you see the way Ronnie was creeping, though? As soon as Sammy Sweetheart turned her back, a little Ron juice, and that's all he needs.
Ron juice.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Wow.
It looked like Ving Rhames.
Yeah, I know.
Carrying the coffees when he saw fucking Bruce Willis in the car. That's exactly what he looked like. Motherfucker.
There's your girl, Ant.
Oh, God, what
you
a
love the
pig.
Snook. What's her major problem, you think?
That she looks pregnant, first of all. and she's
out of proportion, right?
Terrible. She's so out of proportion, it's terrible.
What's
stand
What's
her.
rounder, Snooki or a beach ball?
Yeah, she does. She looks like a beach ball.
Her tits, is her nipple popping out there? Her tits look good now. I got to say that.
God,
Let me
know
see.
they're
What
saggy.
the hell, Jimmy?
Is that a hair?
Terrible. Yeah, it's just hair.
It's terrible.
Her tits are fucking facing south. She's on a mechanical bull right there.
I'd suck her tits, though.
Screaming and
I'd
looking
give
like an
Snooki's
idiot.
tits a good suckling.
Would you?
Yeah, it'd make piggy noises.
I wouldn't fucking.
Ooh, look at that.
That's fucking
Huh?
not bad, dude.
It's
her
horrible.
juicy rump.
That's a like. No.
I'd cup that.
No, you know why? Because you can't see where that goes up to. It's direct. It's straight. You're looking at her ass, and it's covered by the dress, but you know it just goes straight up her hips and side. There's like nothing there.
I'd cup her ass and let my fingers sneak down to her vagina, and I would just go.
Stench would be like.
Yeah, you know what kind of vodka shits
She
are coming out of
looks
there?
like she's got a stank hole.
Thank you, Anthony.
She just looks like it.
That had to be said. Thank
Way
you.
to judge.
I do. I judge like that. Look at her face. Oh, God, is she fucking putrid. I can't stand Snooki.
You guys know who loves Snooki?
Who?
Bobo.
Bobo loves the Snooki.
Bobo jerks off to
yeah.
Snooki all the time.
I love Snooki. But why? Because of her Jersey accent?
Yeah, he did tell us that Bobo has an accent fetish.
Yeah, he likes girls with accents.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh, what a fool he is.
He is a buffoon.
Bobo is a fool.
He's really upset.
Why is
Why?
he upset?
I got a Facebook message from him which I didn't read.
Oh, because he said your mom's box?
He feels like he was tricked into saying your mom. Well, you
he
know.
was.
Well, he still said
Nice.
It's so wet today. I know.
Nice.
I didn't hear him say it. I was on the road or something.
Oh, yeah, he said it. He said it to Ira.
When are we going to have Ira back in?
Well, he's the new Bobo, so anytime.
Ira.
Bobo's gay.
Bobo. You're gay.
He's gay.
Good Ira. With his mouth. He got this with his mouth.
Bobo's gay.
Under clear skies. He just smiles.
You missed a great Ira fucking appearance, man. He was unbelievable.
He is entertaining, but I
Jew.
just can't be involved with him.
With Ira?
What am I going to say to
in
him?
the lobby.
He's loud.
Ving is in the
Ving
lobby.
Rhames is in the library.
Danny, library in the lobby.
He's checking out some books, so he's going to stop by at his leisure.
Danny, any idea of what guitar he plays?
I don't know.
You might want to dart down to Sam Ash.
If he's not sponsored by ESP, I'm going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. What kind of ball gag does he use?
I wanted to get one.
You think he would sign
I
a
really
ball
did
gag?
want to get an
I
orange
wonder.
ball gag, but it's probably a little late now. That's like the coolest thing to have.
Oh, totally. Come on.
And if you didn't want to sign it, you just wait outside and just sign it there.
Yeah.
And what if he still doesn't sign it?
Oh.
At least Travis gets a good video.
Make a
out of it.
video. Yeah, that would be cool.
Am I going to recognize this guy?
You better recognize.
You better recognize.
Either that or a Band-Aid.
Yeah, Band-Aid for the back of his neck. Let's all ask him what was in the case.
When he walks in, just go, hey, you do look like a bitch.
Is he coming down the hall?
My nigga. You my nigga? Apparently so.
I don't think I want you to hear you saying that word.
Why? It was used a lot in Pulp Fiction. That's all
There he
I was
is.
Well,
That's E-Rock.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's Pig Rhames.
They were talking about you.
you're like, Jimmy just goofed on you really bad.
Why are you in here?
Putting his water down. He's coming. Be here in a second.
That's coffee?
Ice.
How does he look? Does he look like Ving Rhames?
Big dude.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
He is a big dude.
Yeah?
Bald black eyes. Scary.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's racist.
You can
True.
leave-
Exactly. So what?
You can leave bald out of that, by the way. Just black guys.
Oh, I think he's all black guys.
Oh, he's bald. 'Cause, shaves his head.
Now where is he?
Bad motherfucker. Holy shit, what is that from?
I don't know.
Hope that's not
Apparently
home,
it's from
home movies.
I guess it's Chuck and Larry. I now
Oh, yeah.
pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
He was in Chuck and Larry?
It's the first I've known of it.
I like that E-Rock points over his shoulder like it's a big secret.
Yeah.
Wow. Ving Rhames is here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is so cool.
What is Steve babbling about?
Ving Rhames.
How you doing, man?
Ving, how are
What's
you?
up, brother?
See you, man.
Good. What's up, man?
Pleasure.
Hey, man.
How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Good.
I'm digging the hat.
Yeah, that's pretty
Styling.
I get paid
slick.
for that, so to wear these, so.
You get paid to wear those?
Yeah.
Hat, you got a hat
Damn,
sponsorship?
Yeah.
Oh, because Danny ran out to buy a hat and hoped you would sign
No,
it, but
I
it's
got
not
a-
the one he sponsors.
No. I'm the same way, brother. I'm the same. No.
Would you sign my New Era hat if I had one?
New Era, right? Actually, I like New Era.
See, this is
Yeah.
going to work
New
out
Era
for me.
fits
This is
in
going to
that.
work one of these days.
One of these days, Danny. Jesus Christ.
So the hat company said we'd like you to wear these and we'll just give them to you and pay you to wear them?
No. I hate using the term model, but I model for Stacey Adams, but I don't wear their hats. I wear Stetsons and Dobbs.
Oh, okay.
So, but this is supposed to be a Stacey Adams.
Stetson's a pretty slick.
Yeah.
You look good in that hat. I don't look good in hats.
Yeah, we wouldn't look as good as you in that
I
hat.
think you could.
I don't look good out of hats either.
Baseball cap.
Jimmy doesn't look good in hats, Ving. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you look like
I
you
just gotta
should.
get you the right hat.
I look like a child wearing my dad's hat when I have a hat on.
No, I'm gonna send some over. I think I got.
Yeah, send him over a hat.
I think a rounder hat for my face, like that. You're a guy with a face that any hat works for. I just don't have a hat face.
No.
That's the end of my hat discussion.
Patrice is good with hats, too.
Yeah, Jimmy
He
does a
can wear
lot of
hat.
TV, though, so you get him a hat. He'll put it on TV
yeah.
for you.
You're
Help
the
you out a little
comedian.
bit.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
damn.
A couple of men who probably bumped into each other on the set somewhere. You know how it is. A couple of big actors
God,
sitting
I
here
hate
talking.
I hate when real actors know you.
What? It's just the way it
Just
is.
annoys me.
You really just upset everybody.
Yeah, they hate when
by
celebrities recognize me.
acknowledging
But
Jimmy.
honestly, the guy who brought me up, he said that this guy was a comedian.
Oh, okay.
On the Tonight Show. I'm just being honest. That's the truth, honestly. You know.
That serves me right.
Good. I feel so much better now.
That serves me right.
I feel so much better.
And Jimmy's having a bad day. We should have just allowed you to have that one.
Nah, that's all right. It's what I deserve because I would have really.
No, but
fucking-
I hear you're very funny, though. Seriously.
Oh, thank you. Probably the same guy in the elevator told him that.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
Was that our
I'm
producer?
just being honest. Yeah, he did.
Tell him he's funny.
Was that our producer, Steve? Was it
Guy
her?
with, yeah, it was him.
Okay.
What did I ask
Jesus.
you about him when you said he was a comedian? What did I say? Be honest.
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah. He told
Damn.
me he spoke very highly of you.
Thank you, Steve.
Jimmy, sorry. Yeah, that happens.
Thank
Ving, new movie coming out, of course, Piranha in 3D. Your first 3D movie, I guess, huh?
Actually, I have one that's coming out next year, but this is my first 3D movie.
First 3D. Any difference in what you're doing there?
The
Did you
thing
have
is,
to dive toward the camera a few times?
No, actually, I like the artistic freedom of it because really, you're kind of improvising what's there.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it just you can go all off, and they have to match to what you do.
To what you're
so
doing.
that was my first time where I had a situation. The other 3D film, I had to match more to whatever green screen or what have you.
Right.
But this one was, it gave me a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Is the structure changed, like where they're saying, all right, we'll do this towards camera? Or is it more like, the old Friday the 13th 3D movie? It was like we were talking, it's like a spear
so
or a rock
obvious,
being
yeah,
thrown
yeah.
at the camera?
I think this is a bit more realistic, honestly. And I think the director, he focused more on the reality of what's happening versus us trying to create a certain look or shot.
Yeah, because some of the deliberate 3D is some of the worst stuff I've ever seen, where it's intentional. Like Jaws 3D was just poof.
I haven't seen
It's
any
just,
of those,
You're
honestly.
trying to poke into the camera to make it look like it's coming out at you. I like more of an immersive kind of 3D where you
Like
feel
Avatar.
like you're in the movie kind of a thing.
Oh, Avatar to me, honestly, it was too damn long. I was just
yeah.
oh
Thank
my
God for the 3D,
this-
right?
Yeah, I was like, come on, now, move on. Let's,
Finish up.
Actually, I fell asleep.
We know
honestly.
where this is going, dude.
My kids liked it, but I fell asleep.
Yeah. Of course, an iconic movie, Pulp Fiction. That was like your big breaking movie, wasn't it? I mean, you've done movies before.
I think what happens is the film that breaks 100 million becomes the big one for you. But I graduated out of the Juilliard School, and literally, I graduated on like a Friday, started work on Monday, and that's all I've ever done for a living is act since I graduated school. So I did a film, I think one of my first ones was a film called Dave with Kevin Kline, who had, oddly enough, graduated from the Juilliard School maybe 12 years before me. So, but no, I've always, honestly, I thank God, man, I've been very fortunate and blessed to be a working actor my whole career.
And some really good movies, too.
But that was the one that really, made a lot of money, and, I was blessed to work with some very good actors.
Did you have a feeling about that one? Like, wow, I think we're, as you were filming, like, I think we got something here.
No, and kind of what I've learned is the better you are as an actor, the better I become. You see, like if I'm working with someone, I was working with John Travolta and Sam Jackson, Bruce Willis, and Uma Thurman, and you name it. I mean, so for me, it helped. It brought out a lot of the quote unquote best in me.
Because it's a very quotable movie. I'm sure you know. You're just constantly quoted during that movie because the writing is fantastic. I mean,
and also it's interesting because Quentin used, I remember back then, the word nigga. Yeah. And honestly, how he used the word, and if people look closely, it's almost like I could call you a nigga. Yo, what's up, my nigga? But he wrote it in where even my character calls Bruce Willis nigga.
Yeah,
you my nigga now?
Apparently so.
Yeah, exactly. So he kind of, in some senses, took away the power from the word and just made it, hey, like, what's up, dude?
I always wondered how, because there is that scene where he's addressing Jules and Vince in the house, and he's just constantly throwing the word at him. And it's like, that must be kind of odd for Quentin to have to stand there and just berate somebody like
Spike
that.
Lee gave him a lot of shit for that. He said that he seemed like he was trying to shoehorn it in just to have an excuse to say it. Now, being on the set, did you not feel that way?
No, I don't feel that way. But see, I think I applaud Spike Lee for the films he's done, but I think you have the artistic freedom, and I think that me knowing Quentin, I know where it comes from. Right. You say, I don't know how well Spike knew. I don't think Spike really knew him then, so he's speaking from an outside perspective. And I think sometimes, and I'm very careful. For instance, I'm supposed to do a show later today, but part of it is doing current events and giving my perspective on current events, which is only my own opinion. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not a sociologist, so who am I to, and unfortunately we choose a lot of times actors, and it goes all the way back to, let's say, Jackie Robinson speaking on Muhammad Ali when he decided not to go to the Vietnam War. You see, they'll take someone in the limelight, and I call it divide and conquer, so for me as an artist, I don't really feel, I mean, it's in a respectful way, but your opinion of me doesn't matter to me, positive or negative. People thought bad of Jesus Christ, so I know they're going to think bad of me. No matter what I do, somebody's going to have something to say.
Yeah. People put more credence in what actors or entertainers have to say and take things a lot more literally. You really don't have the latitude that just the common guy maybe sitting in a bar with his friends have to say things because you're held accountable so much.
Yeah, I agree. And see, I think this, and I don't know if that's necessarily a positive thing, but I work with a group called Developing Options now. It's a gang intervention group started by a guy who was in a rolling 60s Crip hood, and that's the biggest Crip hood in L.A. And what I really found was this platform that God has given me as an actor, it's really to do something else. What good is it if a man, what good is it if a man gains the whole world and loses his own soul? But what good is it if we're on the airwaves and we're not trying to help mankind grow in some way?
Do you feel like you're shoveling against the tide with a gang intervention program? Because it just seems to be a problem that just cannot go away.
Okay, well, I look at this. The first thing I realize is, and I know there was just a shooting in Harlem. I was looking; it wasn't on too many stations. I saw it on one, and I was flipping around. Oof. But I think what happened is I met a gentleman named Big U, who was the head of the Rolling 60 Crips, and he went to jail for 16 and a half years. And he said, "Look, I helped create this problem, so I have to help solve it." Now, in his hood, gang violence has dropped 46%, and he just got a certificate from the mayor like 4 weeks ago. So I always tell people only the hood can police the hood. It's just like with the mob. You see what I'm saying? Only, whatever, John Gotti's neighborhood, John Gotti can control the neighborhood. The police cannot.
Right.
However, I think sometimes racially, or quote unquote culturally, people don't understand street codes and hood rules. And also, I think that in general, police, you can get a PhD and never take one African American history class and get a PhD. So you see, so that almost shows you, well, I have to learn American history or Eurocentric American history. I have to take that in class from elementary on up to college. I have to. You don't have to take anything about a culture outside of the dominant culture in society. What message does that send to the kid of color?
See, now, I agree with you. Now, but Anthony is a person who says, like, he doesn't like the revisionist history, where I think that you kind of should be both ways, but he thinks that you should.
I don't say revisionist history. It's history is history. I think American history should be include everything that's happened in this country.
I agree, and I think it should also include other cultures.
Jimmy trying to instigate with Ving Rhames.
I just want to see Ving throw one punch.
No. I've been down that road before.
Jimmy's selling me out.
I've gotten sued.
Wait, you've been down the road of what, you hit a fan or was it a reporter?
No, see, I think...
Jesus.
I gotta say this nicely.
Yeah.
I bet. I'll put it this way. I grew up under hood rules. I grew up on 126th Street in Harlem.
Yeah,
under hood rules. Now, that's different than mainstream America rules. So mainstream America doesn't really understand hood rules. For instance, simple, if you talked about my mother, that's like you throwing a punch at me. I have the right to punch you. You feel me? But in mainstream, that's hood rules. You see what I'm saying? But in mainstream America, sticks and stones break my bones, but words, I get sued for it. I've been in some incidents like that, and even incidents where, look, if we're grown men and we decide to do something illegal and you get caught and I don't, there's a hood rule that you don't snitch on me. That's a hood rule.
Sure.
Now, that's not necessarily mainstream America, but if it's two men, we agree to whatever, rob a bank, then and I get caught, I won't say anything, and vice versa. Well, what's happened now is hood rules have been modified.
Lawyers. Damn lawyers.
You see, hood rules have
again.
been modified, so that can
That's the hood
cause
rules
some
now.
violence, and I'll leave it at that.
Now, how did you go from growing up uptown, hood rules, to Juilliard? That seems to be quite the leap.
Well, real talk, I call it divine intervention. I always say I didn't choose acting, God chose me to act. And I think that for whatever reason, guys, died around me. I'll show you this because, I got stabbed up.
Wow.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so, you know.
Damn,
Ving
you
has
did
a
get
lot of
stabbed up.
scars right in the, it's below the neck and above the chest.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, when did that happen?
And I was like 17. Right? But, you know, I grew up in a gang culture, you see. And
Wait, how do you
so-
survive that? I mean, you
Well,
can't just...
again, that's why I say I didn't choose acting. God chose
Right.
me to act.
So you should have
Why?
died from
I
those
don't
injuries
know.
is what you're
Well,
thinking?
no, I'm not thinking I should have died. No.
Well, not should have, but I mean, your injuries...
No, I look at it the other
You
way.
just
I
showed
look
us
at
some
it as,
brutal
thank God I'm
scars.
here. Yeah, but I just look at it as, you know what? I'm here for a purpose, for a reason.
Right.
And I may not, and I think I kind of understand it. I think I've been able to grow up in poverty, and now I'm rich. So, and I'm the first generation. My children, the first children growing up, quote unquote, rich. So I've been all over the world and see both sides. So I have a different perspective from quote unquote black, white, international, what have you. I have many Jewish friends and I have many Palestinian friends. You see what I'm saying? I spent 6 months in Israel. So how I view the world and from what we see on the media, I don't find the media normally telling the truth. I'll put it this way. It hasn't been my experience what the media has reported internationally. You see, so, I think I'm in a quote unquote privileged position that I can take my knowledge and my experience and help a kid stop falling into traps that I might have fallen into. And friends of mine, for instance, Rikers Island, they spend $47,000 per inmate, and they have 10,000 inmates 24/7 around the clock.
A lot of money.
Now now watch this. So, black men are approximately 7% of America's population, but we're like 65% of the prison population.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah. Now watch it. Yeah, you see, now watch it. But when you go in a black neighborhood, I noticed that, okay, or all over the world, white, black, what have you, where there's poverty, there's going to be crime, period. You see? Now, then I look at, okay, now they're building more prisons, and they're building private prisons, and at $47,000 per inmate, do we really think they spend $47,000 on an inmate who's locked in a cell most of the time, get 3 meals a day, not great food?
Right.
You see my point?
Someone's getting some money.
That's my point. Now, that's approximately, in Rikers, there's almost $500 million, $500 million you see? And so who's going to fill up those cells in prison? In general, it's going to be poor white men and women, poor black men and women, and poor Latino men and women. You see, but how I grew up, I was like, well, why is it in my neighborhood there's a basketball court and a liquor store and a drug dealer probably on every other corner, and throw in a church in between everybody? Yeah, you see where I'm going from. So, and then when I started looking at it and analyzing it, I'm saying, look, is there a quote unquote, Oliver Stone, is there a conspiracy to get our children to fill up these prisons? I'm connecting the dots now. You see, because they're building more prisons, and in general, black, Latino men and poor white men fill them up.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
Well, it's the truth.
Can I ask you a question, though? Because this is about like the things in the neighborhood liquor stores and stuff. It seems like when a lot of places go into black neighborhoods, a lot of Korean stores or delis or whatever, they're met with a lot of resentment from people who are in the neighborhood. So does that, you think, prevent people? Because businesses want to make money. So, there's a lot of black people in black neighborhoods. It's a great place to go in there if you have a business. Are they met with resentment when they come into a black neighborhood as non-blacks?
Have you seen gentrification in Harlem?
Yeah.
Go down 125th Street.
Yeah.
Big business has taken over, quote unquote, formerly black Latino Harlem.
Right.
I grew up on 126th Street between Morningside and Amsterdam, like a block away from 125th, the Apollo Theater, what have you. If you walk down there, it's mainstream America businesses that have taken over.
Times Square is kind of
exactly.
There,
Well, and also what happens is that's a prime location. I still own a place in Harlem that I bought with a student loan in 1982 when I was at the Juilliard School. I still own the place. You see, I bought it for $3,000, a 2-bedroom apartment. It was called a Teal Grant for low-income housing. Now it's worth $250,000 because Bill Clinton has his office in Harlem. So you see what I'm saying? So gentrification, eventually we're going to be pushing the poor people out of certain areas. Like Harlem on the train, A train or D train, if I remember correctly, is maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes away from 59th Street.
But is that a bad thing in general to take a neighborhood that did have its problems and big business comes in and kind of makes it less crime is going on up there, more business is going on?
Well, I'll put it this way. If you're in your home and I make it so that you can't afford to live there anymore, is that fair?
No.
You may have the right to do it, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you have the right. Big business has the right to do, whatever if you have cash. But I think at some point, and this is what I keep stressing, is that if we don't deal with problems, especially in the inner city, as we see now, have gone to the suburbs, like, I'll use Columbine, for instance. You see what I'm saying? Well, killings in L.A., which is where I live now, shootings in schools were going on for, decades. When it happened in Columbine, it was on the news for the next 2 years or 3 years or the anniversary of Columbine, what have you. So I think that if we don't start trying to nip problems in the bud when they're in the inner city, be it the drug problem. It started, you know what I'm saying? And now look at it. If we all have, I don't know if you guys have children, but most of us have children. And so it's almost like, okay, well, if I, Ving Rhames, if I don't choose to try to do something about this problem, who will? So I'll put it on me now. We can't really rely on our government anymore. I mean, I know at my age, I don't think Social Security will be around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so who knows what it's going to be like. I just was reading that, they're getting ready, 3,000 more jobs may be gone and, in the next week. Yeah. So it's almost like I have to take responsibility for my children. But I also, if I don't help that kid in the hood, in the ghetto, that kid one day will come knocking on your door with a gun.
Well, it's like Pryor said, when it's in black neighborhoods, it's one thing, and when it hits a white neighborhood, it's an epidemic. But with Columbine, I got to take credit for white people. Shooting sprees are our thing. Black people shoot individually, but they don't go on random shooting sprees. That's white suburban rage. You'll hear about a shooting in a black neighborhood. That's like usually between two guys that have a problem. But somebody that snaps and just picks up a machine gun, that's a white guy. There's white guy crimes and black guy crimes. That's a white guy crime. Trench coat, Hitler birthday. That's a white guy thing.
Yeah, it truly is. Jesus. Well, back to movies for a second. Dawn of the Dead. Jesus Christ. That was a great movie. It's one of my favorite zombie movies, and I'm a huge zombie movie fan.
Well, the guy who directed the 3000, Zack Snyder. I mean, and I think this was his first feature film.
It's so well done. I mean, the cast is fantastic. I love the security guys in the store. That whole reaction to you guys is fantastic. But you kind of you ever get worried about being typecast as the tough guy?
No, let me tell you why. Because again, if you look at my resume, it's almost like I've done many different types of roles. For instance, did you see I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry?
No, I haven't
seen
seen
that. That's my point. Right. But watch it. Did you see it?
I did not know.
Okay, see, right. But that film made over $100 million. But well, you guys didn't see it. Mainstream America did.
Yeah.
I play a gay fireman.
Right.
With a shower scene.
Really?
A nude shower scene.
That was the shower scene.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, but,
Jesus Christ, Danny.
And it was a mainstream hit.
That was
I don't think you have to worry about
That
typecasting.
was a mainstream hit.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about typecasting.
Right.
We're looking at the
but
picture.
what happens is then I've done other films, but they haven't done as well. So people in the industry may see, okay, well, the ones that do, I hate to say it, but, violence and toughness and sex sells. But, I'm honestly, I'm from a Shakespearean background, classical training at the Juilliard School. And Performing Arts High School here in New York.
And what do you do anything? You work out or something? Because you are a big motherfucker.
No, I box, but quite honestly, I've, now I just focus more on cardio. I lift weights, but lightly, because now I'm 51 years old. So, so for me, it's more of health and staying in shape versus bulk or anything else.
Do you know I did 150 push-ups on Friday, and I'm still sore? I literally am.
Very good, though. If you did 150.
No, I'm not in a row. It was over.
It was 15 sets of 10.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was 150 sets of 1. I am in terrible shape. I am still hurting.
Come on, take care of yourself.
How hard is Shakespeare to do as an actor? Because, I mean, I'm a very mediocre. It's easy?
It's easier because Shakespeare kind of says what the character is feeling on the line. Versus you having to do a whole bunch of inner whatever you. If you just speak truthfully, a lot of Shakespeare is the thought is right there. He gives it to you, to be or not to be. You know, that is the question.
What is that? Like, I just listened to that, and I'm like, I wouldn't know what to do with that. I really wouldn't.
Just say it.
To be or not to be?
No, say it slow. Take a pause, say to be, and then take a pause, and then say the other.
To be or not to be?
Well, what did you guys think?
I'm not buying it.
No.
Well, look, it must be a little harder for some people.
Well, fine. You fucking act in front of Ving Rhames. Go ahead. You go right ahead. You do a great scene with him.
Come on, Jimmy. But Jimmy was honest. See, Jimmy, just saying to be or not to be, you can just do it straight, and it still says the same thing.
Yeah, it does say what it means.
Yes.
I mean, there's no misinterpreting it.
Right. So if he doesn't overact, he's fine.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid to put effort into when I act. Because I'm always afraid that they're going to know I'm trying. I'm going to embarrass myself. It's always this really weird block I have when I try to act. It's hard. You're unafraid when you're acting. You're completely unafraid.
It's just like, watch this. But honestly, I think I did a film that didn't do well, but again, different role type, called The Goods, right? And now again, it didn't do well. It was released in theaters and what have you. But it was with a ton of comedians. It was Will Ferrell's company. Will Ferrell has a small role in it. Jeremy Pivens was the lead in it, and then a bunch of comedians. And what I found was comedians are more fearless than the average actor. They'll take risks because they're used to trying a joke on, hundreds of people, and it may work, it may not. So that's a risk. A lot of actors, even some of our, more quote unquote star actors, are safe. They stay in a certain lane.
Yeah.
And, they don't take a risk. And that's why I think an actor like Johnny Depp, he goes, he tries things. And he's also in the position, of course, to say, okay, I want to do this and that, and the film's a finance.
But as a comic, it's weird. If something doesn't work, you know how to get out of it. Like, I know, I'll just address it to the audience and go, well, that stunk. But you can't do that in a scene. Like, if we're doing a scene and I do something and it stinks, I can't just go, blah, that's horrible, and it stays in. It's like we have to stop. And
if you're doing a scene with Ving and something goes wrong, just wake yourself up. You're dreaming.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Maybe I just wandered onto the set and I'm standing outside his trailer with a script, shouting, hoping it comes out. Humiliating myself.
Yeah, Ving's got a hard
out. Out in 3 minutes.
Yeah, in 3 minutes.
Oh, all right. So let's promote the film Piranha 3D. It comes out August the 20th. Dreyfuss is in it. Christopher Lloyd. Jerry O'Connell. You kind of play like the Roy Scheider role, right? As the
I play the one black guy in the movie.
Oh, the one black guy in the movie?
you know what happens to him.
Yeah, it ain't good.
Yeah, that's me. The black guy you see in the film, that's me.
Hopefully not the same thing as in Pulp Fiction. That was worse than death.
No, but with that, this is interesting with Pulp Fiction quickly, is that scene, I think, made the character more human.
Yeah.
Because it put him in maybe the most vulnerable situation a man can be.
Sure.
So it was interesting, the response I got from the hood, from England, whatever. It really put Marcellus Wallace on an iconic thing, and that's where the line, I'm going to get medieval on your ass.
Yeah.
Nice. It became a classic line.
Yeah, the whole thing with him being almost this indestructible superhero type character, and then having to go, no, man, I'm pretty fucking far from okay.
Yes.
It's like, wow, he's a human being, yeah.
I do want to say one thing. Piranha 3D, that's August 20th, but after that I'm working on a film with a guy named Aaron Jones. He was part of a group they called the Junior Black Mafia in Philadelphia. Aaron Jones is the first person who was indicted. He's on death row now because of organized crime who got the death penalty in the history of America.
Wow.
Yes, he's the only guy of organized crime who got the death penalty. You can name John Gotti. You go back to Al Capone. They didn't get the death penalty. So now we're doing this film on his life where we're doing the film to show his perspective of it. And it was really one witness's word against his that got him the death penalty. So, our thing is really to, put this film out, and the hood put up the money to do the film, which is very interesting. Like, I mean, maybe the first time in the history of cinema or whatever, but where the hood says this guy may deserve X, but not life. So that's Aaron Jones of the Junior Black Mafia. So I'm going to death row right outside of Pittsburgh tomorrow, as a matter of fact, to talk to him.
Oh, I was going to ask if he's still alive. Okay,
yeah,
when's his execution date?
Two of them went by already, but he's been in prison now on death row for 21 years. And he did something when he was 25.
What was he convicted of? What was it?
He was convicted of homicide.
Was it a one-on-one killing, or was it a kid, or was it a rape murder, or was it just one of those things that happens during a robbery?
Well, he was a drug dealer.
Okay.
You know, and he had a group that sold drugs. So with selling drugs will come, death.
And have you met him yet or no?
I talked to him on the phone from death row.
It's got to be chilling to meet somebody who has a date that they know they're going to be killed.
But it's almost like, too, again, I don't condone murder and what have you. But what I try to do is I understand the situations that put people in a place where they may do something illegal. I've lived in that life.
Yeah, you're closer to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, in L.A., if I grew up in Harlem, but in L.A., kids now, hey, you got to worry about getting back home from school because of Crips and Blood gangs. You see, and what I keep trying to tell, especially young black kids, because now we're and Latino kids, we're in psychological slavery. If I don't like my black skin and my wide nose and my kinky hair, and you as a black man are a reflection of me, I don't like myself. So I'm not going to like you. And in reverse, maybe if I love myself and you're a reflection of me, maybe I'm more likely to love you. Maybe. You see?
What does that take to get to that point?
Well, I look at it this way. I always tell people, look, we've conquered, quote unquote, physical slavery. So we can conquer psychological slavery. But what you got to realize, you spoke about history earlier. I mean, I grew up, honestly, in a public school system here in America where, honestly, I was just taught a lot of lies. Christopher Columbus discovered America. But it says right here there were some Indians, some native guys already there. Some native, so, well, if you want to say he was the first Italian, if you want to say something like that, but no, he wasn't, no, there were already people here. It's things, it's like, for instance, if I ask you, where's Egypt? Where's Egypt?
North Africa.
North Africa.
No, see, he would probably have said the Middle East. Egypt is in Africa. Now, if you read the King James Version of the Bible or you read the Jewish Torah, how much of it takes place in Egypt?
Yeah.
Where's the Exodus from? Egypt. Do we ever think of it as Africa? Did somebody have a tan?
Yeah.
That anybody in the Bible, it says Moses was married to an Ethiop. Well, what color are most Ethiopians? Maybe you get, where's Israel? The Jewish people have noses similar to mine. There's a whole lot of things we kind of just don't
skate over.
Yes.
I think for some reason,
did Jesus Christ have a tan?
Sub-Saharan Africa has always been looked at differently than Saharan Africa over the years. Yeah.
Yes, and why? That's we don't know. We're not going to.
Ving, I think there's one way to handle this. You should stand up and knock his teeth out.
Yes.
That's how I would like to see this handled.
I have no problem with Ving
He's been
Rhames.
misbehaving the entire interview.
I have no problem with Ving Rhames.
Yeah, just keep insulting him.
I'm a giant fan.
I'm kidding.
Jimmy's an instigating. He is an instigating.
We have to wrap because they're saying he is. But he was right though. Ving was right. I am stupid, and I would have said the Middle East. I just jumped on your knowledge.
But that's how we've been conditioned to think of Egypt as the Middle East, not as Africa.
Yeah.
Even if we started saying there were Africans in the Bible. You see, then, what? Who?
People go step back.
Yes, exactly. And even if we say, do we think any of the Egyptian slave owners of Jewish people ever slept with any of the Jewish slaves?
Oh,
what do you think?
Oh, yeah.
But we never really, you get my point? We never, and by the way, my name is Irving.
Okay.
I'm a nice
Rhames?
Jewish guy. Yeah. Stanley Tucci gave me the name Ving.
Really?
Yep.
Ving.
Stanley Tucci.
Ving's a
College.
great name,
Did
man.
it come out of anywhere or just
No,
made it up?
Irving.
Oh,
He just
Ving,
called
okay.
me Ving.
Ving. We got to get you out of here. You got TV to do,
I'd love
Ving.
to, yeah. Good.
Thank you, the great
Thank
Ving
you,
Rhames.
folks.
We really,
Yeah,
great.
Piranha 3D in theaters August 20th. A pleasure. Ving Rhames, everyone.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
It's really nice to see Anthony agreeing with everything Ving Rhames said today. You got an open fucking mind. I like that. I like that about you.
I was saying that, though.
He had a lot of intense things to say, and you were right there with him, agreeing.
Like, what am I going to do? Get in a fucking race argument with Ving Rhames?
I'm just saying it because people have noticed.
Oh, I know. You know what you do? You do your interview. You're like, it's not about getting into some controversial fucking pissing match with Ving Rhames. It's about talking to him and seeing what he has to say. It's not about me all the time.
He bought an apartment for $3,000 and it's now worth $250,000. Holy shit, that is an investment.
Yeah, but it's in Harlem.
Have you been up there?
Huh? What? Are you kidding me?
It's
why
125th, 126th. What he's talking is safe shit now.
But I don't care if it's safe. Why would I want to go there? What's there that I want?
You look at other people and how they live.
I don't want to see other people and how they live. I want to see my television.
You don't like
see
getting
my
out.
pool.
Why don't you like getting out?
I love getting out.
You should check out the Apollo
into
Theater.
my pool. Why would I go to the
The
Apollo?
whole area. There's a lot of
Oh,
characters
my God.
up there.
Oh yeah, characters. All right.
Very, very safe now because there's a Gap store there, so you know it's safe.
Oh, so it's safe?
Yeah, you see a Gap store, you know you're okay.
I have no reason to go there. I mean, I'm sure it's nice.
You don't like
I'm
to
sure there's-
explore?
No.
No.
There's no reason for me to explore uptown.
So, in other words, if you see a lady on the street bent all the way over picking up garbage wherever she goes, that doesn't interest you enough
I
to
would
follow her
not follow
for an hour
her.
like I did yesterday?
I kick her in the ass. Hopefully, you have her fucking face plant.
Instead of being home with your newborn son, you'd rather follow an old lady pick up garbage? The fuck's wrong with me? I know why I do it, because I know I could be one of those people very easily.
I'm pooling it. When I get home, I am fucking in the pool.
Did you like the discussion with Ving Rhames and how Anton really went at it with him? Really gave him a piece of his mind?
Me. It's Ving talking. I'm not going to get into a pissing match with him.
I'll say this.
He said a lot of stuff, man, that were hot buttons for you, though.
It's like,
But did he really? I was listening to him. He didn't really say anything that was irrational at all. He's a guy who comes from he's probably in a gang growing up.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like,
but at least he's doing what we discussed, where you have to take care of your own community. Here's a guy. He's had a great life, and he's now trying to give a little back, as they say.
He's
to
lived
the
a
hood.
certain way and in a certain position for some of his life. He's been he was raised in that environment. He's got his own ideas about it. So that's what it is.
I liked him. I thought we could have.
He was great.
Hung with him for a long time.
I asked him about
totally
the stores in the community or whatever. Like, don't they get shit? But and then he mentioned gentrification. And it's like, it's hard to argue with, because it's like most people who live in these nice new buildings, they might get some nasty looks or remarks from people in the neighborhood who are broke. But as far as I know, the majority of them are not getting beaten up or attacked. I mean, they're not.
Exactly. There's there is a good side to that, but what am I going to do?
I think a lot of
get into a fucking
So, I mean, it's like
tree style argument with Ving.
No. Ving would really give you a jawbreak.
I know.
I didn't mean to instigate.
That was so funny.
I wanted fucking Ving to really
That
yell at
was
you.
so funny. Could you just punch him in the teeth?
I will.
I would love to get punched by Ving Rhames.
Me too, out of respect.
Great, exactly.
He's a bigger guy than you think, too.
Yeah, big meaty fist.
Also, mark this day, August, 10?
Yeah, something like
2010.
that.
I will never bring up the scar I got as a kid, but when I cut it
man.
opening up an orange juice can.
Why? That's a war story.
Yeah, is it? He opened his chest, and I think Danny said it during the break. There was a Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Sam has it on video.
Holy shit!
It's
yeah, he's got it on
huge.
video.
I've never seen that either.
Huh?
I've never seen pictures of that or anything anywhere.
No, I think we got an exclusive today. He opened up his shirt, and how do you describe the scars he had on his upper chest?
It looks like burn tissue almost from like
Yeah.
It looks like a
scarring.
Massive.
Right.
That's a nasty
It looks like
stab.
a really bad branding. Right?
Did you like when I said to be or not to be?
That was classic.
To be.
Literally.
Or not to
Or
be.
not to be.
But I didn't want to overact it.
To be or not to be, Louis Beans.
Yeah. Two beans or not two beans.
You were in a no-win situation right there.
To be or not to be.
Not to be. Or to be not. It was Kobayashi Maru of acting right there. You had no chance of winning.
But it was just... It was cool the way when he said it, though, it actually just sounded right.
Yeah, yeah.
He's probably really good at Shakespeare.
And he wasn't acting it. He was just saying it. Yeah.
Who cares if you're good at Shakespeare? It's still Shakespeare.
It's hard to do, though.
You ever fucking try to sit through a Shakespeare in a park or something?
No.
Getting bit by mosquitoes, drinking shitty wine on a fucking smelly blanket.
Sounds great.
Sucks. Shakespeare in the park blows.
Fuck that.
Pacino's doing a Shakespeare. He's obsessed with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I'm doing King Lear.
Yeah.
The crown makes me look taller. Keeps my wig on in the wind.
Where's my sword? I want to stand on it.
No, he was good, man.
Oh, you see
fucking
Ving Scars in
very cool.
Undisputed, a movie he did.
I am.
And what about the shower scene where he's looking all hot and
He
sexy?
looked like he was soaping up like this.
Oh, hiding it up a little?
Yeah,
Hiding it?
kind of hiding, but I don't know.
Ving and Undisputed.
No. I guess that was a...
Oh, there you go.
There's some fucking...
Yeah, but you would think that's just fucking Hollywood makeup.
Yeah, you'd think it was made up.
Wesley Snipes, that was the fight movie. Didn't Wesley Snipes beat him, I think?
Yeah.
Should have asked him about that. I think Wesley Snipes beat him in the big fight.
Oh, no, man.
And Undisputed.
He's a big dude, though.
All right, Google an image,
He does.
Ving Rhames, Undisputed. You'll see the scars we're talking about. We saw live.
Wesley's going to jail for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh? What, tax evasion or some shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Pay
something.
your taxes and eat your Pop-Tarts.
Stanley came in. Stanley never comes in.
Stanley
T. Like
T.
that. Never.
Yeah,
Not his style.
Yeah. He was digging Ving.
I really sense that Stanley's a problem when he gets angry.
You think?
Oh
yeah, he's a hood guy.
Yeah, Stan's the overly nice black dude in like a white setting.
Yeah.
But you just know, like he's the type of guy people misread and think that like, he can't.
Yeah, you
by
can
dummies
fuck
will
with him.
misread him because he's being very pleasant in a work environment.
Yep.
You think he hates being the token?
No, I don't think he feels like that. He's a real
Holy
DJ.
shit. Should we ask him?
Why did I ask? Why did I answer your joke literally? I'm sorry. You're joking. I answered it literally. Technically, no, I think.
Because no one knows these are jokes. That's my biggest problem.
No, I would have. If Ant had said that, I would have said the same.
Hey, there's a couple things before we get the fuck out of here. Van Halen is working on a new album with David Lee Roth.
Good.
What?
We're back.
We're back
again.
And I think they're going to tour with both guys finally.
Are they really?
doing
That's how desperate, I guess,
Sam
those
and
boys
Dave?
have gotten.
I heard they're doing a song together where Dave will go like, "Ha, who me?" and Sammy will go, "Nah, you."
Oh, oh God!
Ha, who me? Not you. Or no, you. Like that's what Sammy will go. No, you.
Oh God! I
Yeah.
just got such douchey chills.
I still can't drive 55. Yeah, but I'm here and I'm alive.
I got look.
Look at Jimmy. Looking around, all proud of
Dude,
himself.
look.
Huh?
They're goosebumps.
Yeah, but Jimmy just gave you huh?
That's gonna be them singing
What?
together.
Look. Huh?
Huh? Yeah. It's like it's gonna be Sammy and Dave doing a duet. Like Sammy's gonna go, and I still can't drive 55. I can't believe that I'm still alive. Ah!
Look, he's giving the high again. See?
Yeah.
Look, he's proud of
like,
himself.
right?
Yeah, see? Yeah.
You know, and then Eddie will jump in between, and maybe Dave will go, "Hey, you better pick a side."
Oh, stop it!
Yeah, Eddie will jump in between and play them like the old his little guitar solo.
This is horrible.
Why don't they go all in and get Gary Sharon, too? Wasn't he? He was the third fucking singer.
I had an ex-girlfriend stalk him.
Gary Sharon?
Years ago.
Sharon or Sharon?
Sharon.
Sharon. Yeah. So that's
the
happening.
songs will be good. Sammy and
I think they waited too long to figure out their fucking problems.
Sammy and
right?
Dave will be good together.
Yeah, because everyone's on the same page now. They all just need money. So they're not going to have problems.
Yeah, maybe they'll tease each other good-naturedly in the song. Like maybe Dave will say, "I'm going to throw a kick. I'm going to throw a kick with my chicken foot."
Oh God!
You think there's going to be a part in the concert where all of a sudden both singers are on stage at the same time and you and the audience goes, "Uh-oh."
And they're going to look at they're going to look at each other like, "What are you doing here?" What are you? They'll probably have a little banter. "Hey, what are you doing here?" "What are you doing here?"
Look.
Or no, Dave will be
swear
singing.
He gives me goosebumps.
Dave will be singing Panama, and you'll hear it echoing from the back, and Sammy will just be walking out, Panama,
and everybody will go, woo, yeah.
and Dave will look angry, Panama, and they'll go back and forth, and then just start singing it together.
This bit would be great if it was based on reality, but now I'm hearing that Sammy Hagar's not going to be part of it.
No, they're going to.
I heard that he is, too.
They are.
I heard both singers.
Yeah. Still
I
can't
really
drive 55. I'm lucky just to be alive. Overrated band they are.
What about Michael Anthony?
Exactly.
Now, are they
What
going to
about
tell
him?
Wolfie to go take a hike?
Oh, poor Wolfie.
Wolfie.
What else does Wolfie have? Wolfie.
Nothing.
You think he has to tell people his name's Wolfie?
Wolfgang.
We've been playing together since we were young, playing together since he had a tongue.
No, he's got it.
I'm a good singer and I'm a good dancer. Well, I can't say my F's because I got cancer.
It's terrible.
Van Halen doing
So douchey.
You didn't like the old song though? We're a little bit older and a little bit wiser.
No.
We're a little less wise, but we ain't. Oh, we're a little bit older, but we ain't much wiser. That'll be the new song.
No. It's the worst. Stop.
Obsessed with how awful they are.
Michael Anthony is the one unknown. The Van Halen brothers can't stand him since he got friendly with Hagar.
Right.
But if Sammy's going to be touring with him, then...
Maybe I'm wrong with the Sammy info then. I thought I read that somewhere.
I'm throwing out some good song ideas.
Yeah, Michael Anthony.
You certainly are, Jimmy. The best.
Long time.
Fuck. Oh, the market's down 120 points. Maybe that's why. Shit.
And then one of those solos from like the fucking late 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Van Halen solo.
Get it.
Wow.
Enough already.
In other news, Mel Gibson's father. Wow, he picks the perfect time to spew his hatred,
his venom.
Well, hey, look, he's going by the way the guy sounds. It's hard to argue.
Logic.
Yeah, with that fucking the lead Cardinal Keith O'Brien in fucking Scotland blasted the U.S.
Cardinal
really?
Keith O'Brien.
Fuck him.
What is the Cardinal saying?
He's the leading, I believe, leading Catholic figure.
So basically, he could be the next pope.
I don't know about that, but in Scotland,
It goes bishop, then cardinal.
I
then
think he's
pope,
Catholic.
right?
Well, there's a lot of cardinals. He's like the Cardinal O'Connor or whatever of
the
Scotland. Or Cardinal, whatever the fuck his name is.
You ever wonder how close you came to being touched by a priest?
Me? No.
I don't know. I was
never really alone with one.
I did some religious shit.
You did?
Yeah, I did some of that religious shit.
Did you?
Yeah.
They must have loved you.
I never did that shit.
I did some of that.
I went to catechism.
I think I was in the rectory once, but I've blocked it out.
Shit.
Yeah.
Really?
That's bad.
I know I was in there.
If
once.
you were in the rectory, there was no reason for you to be there.
Really?
To be molested.
They fought about you.
Oh,
You
they
think?
certainly did.
Blonde hair and blue eyes and a little immature at your age when you were 8 or 9.
Little skinny little kid.
Like I am now. Jesus.
Not understanding much.
You so got fucked.
You think?
Yeah, I think you got fucked in the ass by a priest.
I'm hoping it was just a fingering.
Yeah, diddling.
I'm just hoping maybe a little diddle.
You're
Just
the
a
type
pinky.
they would have kissed your neck and face because you were
All
such
right,
a
all
tender
right.
young Greg.
Look, I decided to have a little fun with it, but now let's chill the fuck out.
No, I guarantee you what happened was this.
Jesus.
Ope was laid out with,
All right,
with his
that's
little robes open, and he
Yeah.
was having his face kissed by the priest, who was caressing his face with the back of his hand, while he jammed his other hand down his young pants and just cupped his cock and balls too hard. Fat older man hands. There's slightly a sheen of sweat on them. They're so eager to grab your young hairless.
So nervous.
Yeah, he's caressing one part of your face, the back of his hand, and he's biting his tongue because he's trying to get his hand down your pants, which you always buckle your pants
They're
too
very
tight so he
tight.
can't get in there.
He can't get his big hairy man hand in there.
His fucking fat communion wafer hands down your innocent pants, just shattering your childhood, ruining your innocence.
I wasn't one of the altar boys though.
No?
Oh, no.
Whatever you were the fucking hottest thing those priests had ever seen.
Yeah.
Believe me, you're jerk-off fodder for a priest.
It was always weird when the Asian priest came to your fucking town.
Yeah?
What was that about?
Did you ever notice it was weird when you walked in and the other priest would see you and go, "Oh, you must be Greg."
Oh,
They all-
right.
Telling
war stories.
Yeah, and then the one priest looks at the other priest and kind of gives him a nod like, oh, hey.
Is this the one that if you just poke his butt, he moves back and forth without being told? This is the one.
This is the one.
Grips you like a glove. That was your nickname, Glove Hughes. Because your hiney gripped their little penises like a glove.
That's so fucking wrong. Holy shit,
This shit was happening all over the fucking world.
God damn, is that just wrong?
So Mel Gibson, it leads to Mel Gibson's father.
Yes.
Wow, wait, 91 years old and
91, you could say whatever the fuck you please.
And wow, he loves the word queer.
Queer? Who doesn't?
How old is he? 91?
91.
Damn.
So, in other words, do you think the Catholic Church, as it stands today, the Vatican, has become politicized to the extent that it's no longer able to take on controversial issues like homosexuality, like some of the other moral issues that we face today, or is it just unwilling to do so?
It's not willing to do so because half of the people there in the Vatican are queer, and they have not handled the horrible situation in the church. In fact, they have fostered it because, as I say, they are trying to destroy the church.
All right.
What did he say? Half the people in the Vatican. He didn't say the Pope.
What is it about the fucking Gibsons that they don't know how to shut the fuck up on the phone when the tape recorders are rolling?
But did he?
He didn't say anything wrong there at all.
He didn't say anything about the Pope. They're saying he
used,
called the Pope
word
a queer.
But yeah,
he's probably right.
91.
Fucking. How come he's have an Australian accent like Mel?
And what happened?
Oh.
Is he American?
Wow.
Because I know Mel was born in New York.
Was he really?
Yeah, and then they took him down to Australia when he was a kid.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Big Mel Gibson fan since his calls. I've learned everything about him.
Mr. Gibson continues with this outrageous statement. Mel's father.
Now I'm going to ask you a very controversial question. Do you think that Benedict is a homosexual, in your opinion?
I certainly do.
Oh, really? Well,
why else would he put up with this? He was in charge of stamping it out. And he did nothing. He just kept quiet. Keep things quiet. Don't do anything. We don't want to disturb anybody. So then when it breaks out, which it had to eventually, now he's changing his tune here, there, and everywhere. He's suddenly going to bring the mask back, and he's going to get behind the thing he always scorned before, that Fatima devotion and stuff like that.
Can you pause just for 1 second? I want to raise a point.
He's a slippery character.
Okay. It's amazing. This is where this guy just said nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The guy said to him, hey, look, is he a homosexual in your opinion? This is the same shit that got Helen Thomas in trouble. So in your opinion, do you think that the Jews should be in Palestine? It's like we're asking people for their opinion.
Right.
And then vilifying them when they give one that's not popular or agreeable.
It's their opinion. You asked for it. Here it is. Now you're in trouble.
It's again, he didn't just say, hey, the Pope's a faggot, he should be killed. He was answering an opinion question. Fucking hell, man, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
He didn't sound like a lunatic with his opinion.
No, his son sounds like a lunatic on the phone.
Well, sure.
He just sounded like a 91-year-old guy who's got his fucking opinions. What are you going to do?
Man, knowing there's pussy out there, why would you go into the priesthood? I don't...
Either asexual or homosexual, I would think.
Fighting the urge, maybe. Maybe you think it will save you from yourself.
You want to fix yourself?
Asexual?
Don't want to be gay.
I think a lot of them go to save themselves from what they see as a life of homosexuality. Because I knew a priest on retreat many years. I used to go on retreat twice a year for 9 years.
How old were you?
Let's talk about you now.
Retreat?
No. They were sober things. They were people I did with sober. I was an adult. I'll tell you.
Okay.
But it was one priest who we all knew.
You just knew.
He finally came out and told us he was gay. But it was like, we know. We all knew you were gay.
Did you all just pull your cocks out and go?
Yeah,
blow
get to
me?
work.
Did you give him a taste?
Fruit.
No.
Taste.
Did you give him a taste?
Give him a taste.
No.
Give him a little taste.
Look at Jimmy's face.
No, the idea that just creeps me out. I talk to these guys a lot too.
Yeah,
they were nice.
Who, the priest you still talking to?
They were sober. No, he wasn't. Well, most of them were sober priests.
My priest was cool until I was a caddy for many years at the Huntington Crescent Club.
Caddy.
And I liked him, and I don't even want to say his name. He did a lot of good, but when he pulled up to the Crescent Club in a sick fucking Cadillac, and we had to run down and get his state-of-the-art golf clubs, it just took away from the whole priest thing.
The holiness?
Yeah. Guy was rocking a really nice caddy, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck, how did he get that caddy?
They make some money, I guess.
Yeah, I
don't know where it comes from. The Vatican's got plenty of it.
Yeah.
Use it to bribe people and fucking send horrid child molesters off to other parishes.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Breaking news, guys. Ted Stevens, former Senator Ted Stevens.
Yeah.
How do we know him?
He used to be a senator, but he's not anymore.
But how do we know him, though?
Probably from
he might be dead.
Flying in Alaska, right?
Plane crash in Alaska.
They don't know if he's alive or not.
Possibly aboard plane.
It's a possibly?
I don't know.
Or maybe they just want... But which one was he? And do you know Ted Stevens?
Yes, I was a senator, Gregory.
Presumed aboard downed plane in Alaska.
From where? Where was he from?
I don't...
Republican Senator Ted Stevens.
What was he known for?
We're looking. Stevens is the longest serving Republican in Senate history. Really? Blah 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 blah. I have no idea.
All right. Sorry, I brought that.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of
Never
him,
heard of him,
sir.
sir. Never heard of him. What are you looking for, sir?
So we did the Van Halen. Oh, Stephen Hawking, or is it? Yeah, it's Hawking.
Hawking, singular.
Don't do the S on the end, right? Stephen Hawking says we must abandon Earth in order to survive. Well, that's obvious to everybody. We're ruining this planet.
Let
pretty
him
good.
go first.
And then we're gonna have to move somewhere else and
How are you
ruin.
going to do that?
Ruin that place.
How are we going to do that there?
Yeah, we're gonna be like a bunch of space dust.
That's right, Chip. Oh, God. I saw a special on Stephen Hawking, and he's writing this book, and it just looks like a pain in the ass. He like looks at letters on his monitor, and it picks up where his eyes are going, and then he kind of spells a word, but he's not as good at it anymore. And some guy sits there and goes like, "Supposed, superintendent."
Oh, that sucks.
Can you imagine how long that's going
supply,
to take?
and as he's like giving words that he thinks Stephen Hawking wants to give him, Stephen Hawking makes like this grimacy face. He kind of goes when it's no, and then when it's yes, he kind of can almost smile a little, and it just looks like it takes forever.
Can I see his face, dude?
That's exhausting.
God, the torture of this guy, man.
Well,
such a genius.
And he was given a speech.
He has
and
Lou
you just
Gehrig's,
hear-
right? That's supposed to kill you really quickly.
Oh, look at his
No?
lips.
Yeah, he was.
Hello.
He was supposed to be dead years and years and years ago. No one ever expected him to make it.
Right.
Not only this long, but I mean, no one expected it to make him. I think a couple of years after he was diagnosed. So.
Yeah,
a couple of years. It's been a long time now.
How long has it been
Ted Stevens was the the tube guy. Described the internet as a series of tubes.
Oh, right.
Do you remember that, Ant? I do.
Sorta.
Look at
Is
him
that
floating.
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, they brought him to the vomit comet to let him float.
In a plane, one of those anti-gravity planes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at him just banging his head against the ceiling. They have to hold him there so he doesn't just fly away.
Yeah.
That must suck.
Wow.
He's the smartest guy on the planet.
Smartest guy on the planet can't move.
Doesn't that suck?
Smart, really?
That sucks.
Throw him in the ocean. Let's see how smart he is.
Oh boy! See,
Figure
that
this-
wouldn't be
figure
very
this out.
nice at all. Stephen Hawking Lego. That's a funny one.
That's really good.
Google that, I guess. Stephen Hawking Lego.
Poor Stephen Hawking.
Bridge to nowhere.
His head's
Yes.
tilted perfectly.
It really is.
Can't they cure that? Why can't, if he was so smart he could figure out a cure? Why does he work on medical shit?
Yeah, be a doctor.
Yeah, really.
What's he doing?
If you know where the universe is going, maybe you could figure
Fuck
out
the
where
universe.
Lou Gehrig's fucking research is going.
To just not be able to move, man.
Horrible.
The torture of that.
They were talking about
But
all kinds of shit I didn't even understand.
But he's the guy that fucking cheated on his wife, right?
Did he?
Couldn't have.
I think he was. I think he was being charged, or she was claiming that there was some kind of spousal abuse or something like that.
He was
It's just
eyeballing her.
It's just the way he looked at me. I know what he wanted to do to me.
Blinked and it was
giving her
pissing me off.
Giving her the stink eye.
The stink eye. He gave me the stink eye. Stink eye. Fuck. Come
Writing
on.
another book.
Yeah.
And Rod Stewart becomes a father again at age 65.
Oh, did she?
Kidding? With who? Who did he fucking foul this time?
He actually shit a baby out. There was so much semen in his hiney.
Yes, a lot of semen.
Didn't he have his stomach pumped because of all the
Oh,
semen in it?
of course, from blowing
What was
Mick
it?
Jagger.
Mick Jagger?
He was blowing Mick Jagger so much that he had to have his stomach pumped because so much semen was in there. How is that even possible?
You think that's true?
Not at all.
No.
How much semen comes out with each ejaculate? and then it would take forever.
But maybe Rod Stewart has like a bird fucking tummy. Like a bird stomach.
I don't think so. I think he just
miserably.
I think it's just yeah. Yeah, and David Bowie was supposed to have had his stomach pumped from jizz.
Oh no, that one's true.
From who?
I know a
Mick
guy.
Jagger?
I know a guy whose uncle
Oh,
had something
all right.
to do with
Yeah.
it. So that one's definitely true.
Semen stomach pumped. Totally false. a rock star is rushed to the hospital where doctors pump a pint of semen out of his stomach.
Pint?
The following people have led to this, have had this legend attributed to them. Rod Stewart, Elton John, David Bowie, Mark Almond, Mick Jagger, Andy Warhol, Jeff Beck, John Bon Jovi, the drummer for John Bon Jovi, the lead singer for New Kids on the Block, Bay City Rollers,
poor Bay City
Alanis, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Britney Spears, and Fiona Apple. The amount specified of ejaculate is usually specified at 7 ounces, 1 gallon, or 10 gallons.
10 gallons.
10 gallons of semen. Come on. Where's that coming from? People.
Jordan wants to know if we've ever heard MC Hawking. Someone takes the Stephen Hawking robo voice and does rap songs. My favorite is Entropy.
Yeah?
Entropy.
Entropy.
I've never heard of it.
Entropy.
Entropy,
yeah. Do we have Entropy?
Let's take a look. There it is. MC Hawking. This better be good, or all the listeners.
Harmony with harmony. Tuesday, drop a load on him.
How about a little Stephen Hawking in there?
Entropy, how can I explain it? I'll take it frame by frame it and have you all jump and shout and saying it. Let's just say that it's a measure of disorder in a system that is closed. Like with the border. It's sort of like a well measurement of randomness, proposed in 1850 by a German, but wait, I digress. What the fuck is entropy? I hear the people still exclaiming. It seems I gotta start the explaining. You ever drop an egg on the floor, you see
that
it
could just
break.
be somebody doing it
so
into
you
a
can
machine.
clean up your mistake. But did you ever stop to ponder why we know it's true? If you drop a broken egg, you will not get an egg that's new. That's entropy, or EMPRO to the D to the Y.
You know? Could just be somebody.
Along those lines, I think what's better is if you ever heard Carl Sagan, they take some excerpts from Carl Sagan's Cosmos and then auto-tune it, make a song around it.
Oh, nice.
That's
really?
actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be all right.
By the way, they
Carl
should do
Sagan.
some Ving Rhames production because he said quote unquote a lot.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, there was a few. He had a few crutches. I noticed that he kept
Oh,
saying.
quote unquote was a good one.
Derek has already requested every time he says hood.
Oh,
So,
yeah, okay.
I think Derek's got something going on already.
Of course, D-Boy. Yeah. D-Boy rocks.
His biggest crutch is that he's black.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Gregorio.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Just felt like being outrageous today.
You know what I feel like doing?
I feel like being outrageous.
Let's get the plugs out. Who's
Hat off first.
Danny, where are you going to be?
Make love to your ass if I could. Jesus. Make love to it.
I'm going to be sitting on my floor eating Doritos for the rest of the day.
Nice.
I have no plugs.
I'll be poolside.
When does NHL 11 come out?
A week from
Or is
Wednesday.
it 10? What's the new one?
Jimmy's lying.
When does my fucking hockey game come out? I hate my Tiger Woods game.
Hockey.
It sucks.
Hey, what happened to that fucking Devils deal? Didn't go through? The one that Kevin Smith was all excited about?
Got rejected by the league, right?
Rejected.
Yeah, there's some hanky-panky going on.
Back
I
to the
guess.
drawing board on that one. I guess Kevin's probably a little upset about that. He was pretty happy.
He's in Australia. He's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Opera House.
Oh, right.
NHL 11 comes out
soon, right?
September 7.
Okay.
So, yeah, not too bad.
So I got to get my iPhone killer, and I got to get that game, and I'm going to be set for a while.
iPhone killer, huh?
The torch, dude. Don't you fucking laugh at it.
Good luck.
This is the one, finally.
The torch.
Bring you fuckers down.
Would you stop with your torch?
The
Thing's
torch.
a piece of shite.
It's fucking one of the big searches today online. BlackBerry torch right there.
Well, how about
right below Major League Baseball, huh?
How about instead of a big search online, how about a big line in front of the store that you're not going to see? How about that?
We'll have to wait and see.
Because we see him. And did I catch a raccoon? No. Shit. I want to get another one. All my traps are empty.
It's addicting, isn't it?
Yeah. I
Catch one.
just check my traps. I'm
Gotta
like, come on, I want to get another raccoon. Get him out of there.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
We'll pack up. Yeah. Ron Fez on vacation or something?
I think, because I heard Eastside Dave yesterday, right?
Yeah,
Unless
so
he came back.
No, it was a.
Oh, so they're on vacation?
It was a rerun. I don't know if it was just a day or.
It was funny. I just wasn't.
I know.
I couldn't figure. I really couldn't figure out if it was new
I
or
missed
not.
that fuck.
Girls are hitting puberty even earlier now.
7.
7. They're getting boobies.
7 and 8 years old. They're hitting puberty.
So wouldn't nature say that you could hit that?
No, they're very concerned because they're becoming kind of sexually ready, but not mentally ready for what is in store there as far as touching of boobies and fucking of vaginas.
Pussies.
What is that about? Getting breasts at 7?
It's about, they say,
hormones?
obesity, they think, is playing a big part on it because...
Is it our shitty food, you
body
think?
fat stimulates the hormones.
Oh, wow. You have a real answer.
And, yeah, of course.
So it's based on our shitty food,
hot.
right? Our shitty diets?
Look at the drawing. It's just puberty drawings and
Puberty
little
drawings.
little
Nice.
cartoon children.
Which one do you like the
drawings.
best?
The
Don't
second
say
one
it.
in.
Oh, okay. At least you weren't totally perverted.
And he's only saying that to be polite. Second one.
Oh, I thought it had to be scrolled over. I thought there was another one. Okay, the first one. Second one. It's got a little hair there.
Oh, Ron and Fez might be back today. They might
yeah?
have just taken one day.
I am.
Yeah.
All right. I listened to that on my way home. Is why.
Okay.
Very entertaining.
We should do
at
something with
7
these
years
Pop-Tarts.
old.
Let's give these out to a good cause.
How are the Pop-Tarts desserts?
I would say that
It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest idea because I see something that looks kind of like an apple pie or a strudel. I see kind of a brownie thing, and then they're shoving their shitty Pop-Tarts in the middle of desserts that didn't need help.
Opie, this idea is awful, and it is just going to be a horrific bomb.
They're mediocre at best.
Jimmy had a Pop-Tart cookie. You don't have to fix cookies.
I only had a bite of it. I didn't have the whole thing.
And how was it?
Mediocre at best.
At best, right?
best.
Because I bet you the Pop-Tarts make it not as good.
Yeah.
To shove it in a brownie, why would you want that?
It's terrible.
If you had a kid, if your last name was Kemia, and you had a son, would you name him Louie? Not Lou, but Louie. Just so people had to say Louie Kemia. Or if it was a daughter, you call her Lois.
Jesus.
That's terrible. You're sleepy, I think.
I'm tuckered out.
Are you a little sleepy? I am.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think we really
need
ran
a
out
nap.
of shit to talk about
I need a nap. I'm ready for nap.
All right. Could you take your shitty Pop-Tarts away, Sam?
Yeah, Sam, get your stupid... Where are they from?
Pop-Tart World. Right off of Times Square.
It's not Pop-Tart World.
Pop-Tart World, New York.
It's not.
What did you hear more?
Read the box.
Pop-Tarts World.
Right.
What-
You're right.
Makes
You're
it
right to
sound
correct
dumber.
me.
What did you hear more on this show? Quote, unquote, or Pop-Tarts World?
Pop-Tarts World.
You did?
I heard a lot of Pop-Tarts World.
Quote, unquote is in second then.
I bet they probably toiled over whether it should be Pop-Tart World or Pop-Tarts World. And why did they make it Pop-Tarts World?
Because there's a lot
brand.
of them. Yeah.
Really? Pop-Tart, isn't it? It's Pop-Tarts?
Pop-Tarts.
You don't buy one with just one pastry in it, do you?
No, you don't.
It's
You're
a
right.
bevy of pastries.
They're still laying around. No one wanted to try them.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how come Jim's the only one who was man enough to try Pop-Tart sushi?
Do you think I'm fucking eating that shit?
Pop-Tart
Look at
sushi?
Anthony's body. There's a reason he doesn't fucking... You still working out?
Well, not every day. Every other day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
You look good.
Thank you, sir. I try to keep in shape.
Hate myself.
It's a lot of work.
Such a lazy piece of shit.
A lot of work. A lot of fucking lifting. A lot of cardio.
All right, let's not give the Mr. Universe
A lot of,
speech.
Goddamn Jimmy Norton.
That was a fun Ving Rhames.
Yeah. Gotta thank Ving Rhames.
No, we don't.
Go see Piranha 3D, or you could just stay home and watch Pulp Fiction again. If you want to see Ving. It's fantastic.
Irving Rhames.
Irving. And then Ving. Could you take Dr. Steve's wine and put it in the office where I'll drink it to some later?
Yeah.
No, you won't. That means you're never going to see it again.
Put it in the fucking toilet where it belongs.
You only bring gifts home you like, and then you leave the other ones
Yeah,
behind.
it's a bunch of garbage. Why would you have that terrible wine? Why don't you put that in the toilet where it belongs?
Jesus. Dr. Steve.
Yeah, Dr. Steve can go get a medical license somewhere with that wine.
He's got one.
He knows how to bottle a shitty fucking wine, though, man. Look at that. You would think you have a nice bottle of wine there.
Good. Everything's very nice.
What's the label look like?
It says Dr. Steve presents Anthony's Luscious Hog. That's what the wine is called.
Looks like he made this with some kind of machine or something.
And it's got a big picture of a pig on it. And,
I don't get it.
Yes.
Yes.
Big fat Steve.
Look. I just said look.
That's rocking.
Give me that stupid read. I mean, give me the wonderful product that we're endorsing on this very program. You know, let me tell you about something called Carbonite, Opie. It's an online backup. It's helped a lot of people recover very important computer files that would have been lost through computer crashes or virus or theft. Here's one example. This is from Scott. Scott said, and I quote, "We got Carbonite 6 months later, our hard drive, motherboard, and power source all fried. What must have happened at Scott's house? We went out that night and bought a new PC, and in no time, we had all our stuff back. Thanks, Carbonite." Unquote. Carbonite automatically backs up your files on your PC or Mac whenever you're connected to the internet. It's just $55 for the whole year. And Carbonite allows you to remotely access your backed up files from any computer, your iPhone, BlackBerry, with the free Carbonite app. Isn't that great right there? Right now, listeners are going to get a great deal if you use the offer code Opie and Anthony. It's a 15-day free trial and 2 months free with your subscription. So don't wait. No. Go to Carbonite.com. Enter the offer code Opie and Anthony for this special offer. Remember, it's Carbonite.com, and that offer code would be Opie and Anthony. And speaking of Opie and Anthony, we would like to join you again. Same bat time, same bat channel. Everybody, have a pleasant afternoon.